This is the true story of 24 hours, picked to be broadcast, and have the day taped. To find out what happens when people don't get sleep and podcast instead.
What a story, Mark.
It's GMYD. All day, you drunks.
Hey, look at us in the home stretch.
Oh, not really. We still got
Let me
9. We
have
still
a
got 8
goddamn
hours.
Moment. Would you
We still got a full work day.
all day, you drunks.
Hey, it's 1:15 in the morning.
Hey, I like that energy.
Working third shift. Look at us.
Yeah.
Overnight,
1:15
we get a
in the
$2
AM?
differential.
On your AM dial.
That's a step up. That's a step up.
Be better than on your internet dial.
On your internet, though.
You know,
That's
I
what
got,
the A stands
internet
for.
dial,
is
you understand,
internet.
if you will.
Yes, sir.
I gotta say, man, this has been a lot less uneventful than the last one of these that I attended.
Well,
Yeah, what happened at your last 80 Buddy?
The last 80YD, there was explosives in the backyard. There
Yeah, that
was
happened.
naked people running around pissing
With guns.
everywhere with
That
guns.
with guns.
There was musical acts.
Uh-huh.
The whole fucking nine. What is this
There
shit?
was cigar smoking.
Sausage in
there
a room.
There was cigarette smoking. There were women.
Well, we're just trying it out, trying to make it look a little better.
You know
We're
what?
old
Maybe
men now.
the next one can be all sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
But you know, you got to remember too, is this is the fourth one. Okay, so the novelty is worn off. The guys are tightening up here. You know what I'm saying? As you move forward, you try to tighten things up. You get rid of some of the chaos. You make it more structured.
Yeah, I mean, nobody likes the fourth one. I mean, what was the fourth Star Wars to come out? What, episode 1? Yeah, that one sucked. Nobody liked that.
Hold on.
What's your
Nobody
favorite?
liked Star Trek 4.
What's your favorite fourth in the series?
Ooh,
622-9696.
622-9696. Give us a call and we're gonna go. You just caught that. We've been doing that all day.
Yeah.
We've been doing all that. Because we bring it back. We bring it back. We're moving forward, but we still bring it back.
Is that how you did it on my show before in the past? Yeah, my show.
I don't know I don't remember how we did on your show, but on my show.
The Mike and Bob show.
No. I'm talking about the Alfredo Torres debacle, which
that never
Justin.
happened. That never happened.
I was a guest on there.
That's actually really you got your start on Mike and Bob show, right? I don't know if you remember having Justin back when he was the host.
Yeah.
But you really
Obviously.
got to break out on my show, didn't you? Because that's when you were able to become Justin.
Yeah.
But Fredo, you didn't have a show.
I did too have a show.
It's the debacle.
Since
It
when?
was the debacle. Not since. I haven't had a show since 2000.
You
but,
talking about that picture you try to show me of that clearly obvious different person, totally skinny.
no,
it
look.
looked like that dude cloned himself and then ate his clone, and then he was now you.
I have a witness though, Justin.
Look, man, I'm with you, right? You know what I
Wait a
mean?
minute. Wait.
The shit happened.
I don't
right?
know. Yeah. Yes.
But I'm feeling some fucking, what's it called when there's like the time splits, like Bernstein Bears?
Oh yeah, the Mandela effect.
I'm just saying. He showed me that picture, right?
Right.
When he says with the lines and the feathers and the.
Are you telling me
I'm
that
just
you
saying,
don't?
I don't know, man.
You weren't. Wait. Are you telling
now that
me?
I've seen the
you
photo
you and
evidence.
we were on. I had a show that you
I was on.
right. But you're telling me now you don't know.
Or Berenstein.
You're telling me now you don't remember. While you have a memory of an event, you don't remember any specifics. Is what you're
Right.
telling me.
Like
you don't remember you and I going through the Metallica's the center of the universe,
No, I
and if we
remember
got so then it happened.
No. That was a screen memory.
Oh shit.
All right, you're familiar with the MK Ultra program, right? Screen memory.
We stopped that last hour. Okay, when you don't come up with you're familiar with because now we're going back to the last hour. Or did the last hour not happen? Is that what
No,
you're telling
man,
me?
Don
There's a
showed me some
timeline.
evidence
There's a timeline where it didn't happen. But imagine how
No,
much.
this is last hour stuff. No. We don't go back. We go forward.
We're going sideways.
No,
Imagine how much fun All Day You Drunks is in the universe where the day is 28 hours long.
and everybody
the one-
actually drinks.
Nah.
What about the one where it's 2 hours long?
And
I
it's
like that. I like that show day.
with the
Then
2
we
hour
get to
one.
the real
I'm just saying,
show.
look,
It's only about
All
15
day you're
minutes.
drunks and we're done.
Fredo, you can tell me that last hour happened all you want. I'm just saying, when I was out back with Don, he showed me some evidence, and I'm just not so sure that it did.
That the last hour didn't happen.
It's-
We have a recording of that.
I'm just saying.
We have an actual recording of that. We
had
can
a good
we can
argument.
spend this hour playing the recording of last hour, and
had-
you're telling me that it didn't happen.
He had a really good argument.
No.
And
It
plenty
happened.
of proof. He showed me
It
links,
happened,
man.
but it happened on another timeline. You feel me?
That was an hour ago.
No.
Sure, it did.
That was on the
No,
Berenstein
that's-
timeline.
Nah, man.
No.
We're on
You know what?
Bernstein.
Look, while everybody here is taking a rest at some point,
Nope. Not me, man.
who?
I went back there. And I
You
got
were in the back for
I got-
fucking 2 hours. Don't tell me
Bullshit.
you didn't.
I got on the treadmill.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, there is a
that right
treadmill.
there shows that's a lie. I don't know what
And it's-
timeline there was where you got on the treadmill.
That's the
but it
Berenstein
wasn't.
timeline.
That's
But
the
it wasn't
Berenstein
this.
timeline.
It was in this timeline where we all currently exist right now.
It's a lie. Is what it was.
No, don't pull that shit.
Guys,
with
I
me.
lie.
No,
In
but
our current timeline,
look,
our current
you
Barnstuhl
may have had a show at some point in
in
some
this
timeline.
this one.
No, it wasn't this.
It was this one, and this is the one where Justin
Look,
got
man.
his radio start.
Look,
feel like
I
it
went
did.
and asked 100 people on the internet, "Did you have a radio show?" And you know,
And
98 98 of them said no.
that they didn't have a radio
That
show.
you didn't have
No,
radio
you just said you asked 100
Are you
people,
all right?
did you have a radio show? 98 of them said no. What does that got to do with me having a radio show?
I was paraphrasing. What I said
no,
was
that's not what you were doing. What you were doing was you said to 100 people, hey, did you have a radio show? 98 said, no, I never had a radio show. 2 people did. And now all of a sudden, Alfredo Torres didn't have a radio show because 98 random people that you asked on the internet who were awake at fucking 1 in the morning didn't have a radio show. No, that's not the way it
you know
works
how
there.
close
Are
to
you
Scott Steiner
anti-science?
you are right now?
All right, this is a scientific polling method.
What I am telling you, while you sit here and try to manipulate the numbers,
We went down to the
okay,
lab.
is that I don't play that game. You say words mean things, and when you say
Yeah, that's
did
why.
Exactly.
when you say to 100 people, did you have a radio show? You're talking to 100 different individuals, asking 100 different individuals, did they have a radio show? 98 of them said no, which means 2 did. You can't turn around and say, did Alfredo Torres never had a radio show because
No.
98 other people
I
didn't have
asked
a radio
him
show.
that in timeline C.
Right.
All right.
No,
No.
I don't care
That was
about
in
time. I
timeline
can't
C.
care about this
This
timeline.
This one, I said, did
This-
Alfredo Torres
That's not
have
what you
a
said.
radio show?
That is, you said, do you have a radio show?
I think we're
Don't
hopping
change the
timelines
words
here.
now because you weren't clear earlier. You said to 100 people,
All right, look.
did you have a radio
Thought
show?
you said you was
Look,
all right.
polling data, whatever, it doesn't matter. You still didn't have a damn radio
I
show.
had, not only did I have one radio show, I personally had 2 different shows on 2 different stations and was
There
part
we
of a
go.
third.
You hear this shit? You believe this, man?
Fredo.
Wait. What do you
Here we
mean?
go.
What do you mean? Here we
Here
go.
we go.
Don't
Fredo.
see this right here is a
Here we
bit
go.
from a fucking
Here we
radio
go.
show that I was on.
Fredo.
You can't tell me
Here
they have a
we
show
go.
with this bit right here.
You used to have a show
This,
on radio.
this actually developed
I worked
on
with
a
these
show
guys.
that I was
I
on.
work with these guys a lot. All right, they're good at improv. All right, they're good at improv. All right, I know when they're improving.
Yeah,
And
that
you
wasn't-
definitely did not have a radio show.
You're
never messed
fucking
with the
insane.
prof.
This is the problem. You know what? This is when I start to believe in government conspiracies because I believe that all of this
Reality brief.
is the
Wednesdays
government
at 8.
trying to fuck with me.
Right.
Yeah, this is
Right.
they're trying to break
Got a
me.
chip in
Look,
my brain.
And there's people on the other
Look.
side of that fucking window that are fucking
It
looking
does
for me.
not surprise me that you
Is
think
it,
that
of
because
course.
you
No,
also
that's
think
a
you had a
fucking
radio
No,
show.
I know I had a radio. Look, let me tell you, there's a few things I know. I know.
You probably think the Earth is flat too, don't you?
No.
You did not have a radio show.
No, I had. Look, I am a man.
Berenstein.
I had 2 wives.
He's-
I have 3 children. I had a radio show. I have
Oh.
3 college
Look.
degrees. So you see, there are things that I have, and there are things that I've had.
Look,
a radio show of which I had several,
Fredo.
meaning more than one, did happen.
Those 2 times that you filmed yourself beating off on Chatterbait in the garage do not count as
It
a
never
radio
happened.
show.
It never happened. Because you know what? Don't put shit on video.
I'll pull the video up. Here we go.
Berenstein.
I gotta get the video.
Don't put shit on
You can get
video.
the video.
I
You
have
can't-
the
you'll never
soundtrack.
find any
Great.
video of me
No,
beating
you'll
off.
never find a radio show of you beating off.
Yeah,
You'll-
I've got
Never happened.
recordings. I've got recordings of me recording.
I got all this proof and like evidence.
I got
and
proof.
stuff.
You
I
fucking
got
ass.
evidence.
You
No, I'm sorry,
asswipe.
man.
I've got fucking proofs. What?
Don, that was a really great argument right there, man.
What?
Like, I swear, you're like swaying me your way.
You
dude.
thought
Like,
there was
By him going, that's an argument.
That's a good point.
evidence. I was like on a radio show and I got evidence
That totally squashes your theory.
Are you okay? Well, here's my rebuttal. I do that.
That's the stupidest shit I ever heard.
That's damn near slanderous.
I know.
will not allow this
Come on,
in
man.
this kangaroo
You
court.
talk-
What the fuck?
Thank
is going
you.
You
nuts
kiss your
over
mother
there?
with that mouth?
No, she's been dead since '87.
Oh yeah,
so I
that's
don't
no.
really
You
kiss
probably
her.
don't want to.
I don't know.
Bernstein.
No.
Baron.
Never.
Yep.
What I'm saying,
Jason Turman. Turban?
Turban.
I didn't say turban. It was all with an R and an M.
What's he saying?
Are you guys doing drugs? It seems like you guys are doing drugs.
He's great.
They are.
It's a time.
Everybody else, I don't. I don't. My
You've
job.
got to be doing drugs. You think you had a radio show?
I know I had a radio show.
Guys, let's do drugs.
I had back in the.
Is this on the Berenstein or Berenstein time?
No,
This
this is
is
on
on
timeline C.
Timeline C.
whatever timeline this one is. This currently one where
The
we're.
darkest of timelines. Nothing to do with your skin tone, sir.
The Baron Schnuffed. No.
Potatoes loud.
I think what you're saying is that I couldn't have a radio show because I'm a minority. I think you're a racist, and I'm gonna.
No, what I'm saying
Yeah,
is
that's
you
what
couldn't
it
have
means.
you couldn't have possibly had a radio show because you're a talentless hack.
You know what? I might have to agree with you there because the last hour where I interviewed you kind of proved that I had no talent. Yeah. So you might be making a good. You might have made a good
Yeah, I
argument
think
there.
so. I think
Because goddamn, that was a waste of an hour.
Let me tell you
Sometimes
something
you take a
else though.
swing.
Let me tell you
where
something
you're
else
sitting.
though.
Sometimes the
See,
bar
he wasn't
is-
ready for that.
No,
that was,
it wasn't.
that was a.
Let me tell you something else though, man. I had a radio show.
No, you didn't.
It was called the Mike and Bob Show.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yeah, it's amazing. Your name isn't
Bernstein.
either Mike or Bob.
It
You're just
doesn't
thinking-
matter.
And you're trying
right?
to say that you're a Mike Bob.
Look. Is your name Good? Is your name Morning? Drunks? Well, he might be drunks,
Shit,
but
what's my name? Forgot.
There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. But the thing is, you're saying that you had the Mike and Bob show, and then you're saying your name is Mike Bob. So you're not even too. You're not.
dude, it's a play on words,
Bob.
man. You don't
Sorry,
get it.
Jason.
It's
Where's
like
Ant?
pudding. It's
Where's
like rice
Ant?
pudding.
Where's Ant?
Where's
you got
Ant?
Mike and Bob. The Ant says that
Mike
there's two.
Hand Bob.
No. You didn't say hand. You said
Bob.
Ant.
No,
Ant.
you misheard
Ant.
me.
No.
not
Because
sure.
you're deaf. Look, you already said you were deaf. You said I'm old and I'm deaf. And I got all this evidence.
I never said I had evidence.
You really can't dispute that. That's such a compelling argument.
I mean,
Is
it was
the fact
stand
that
up
he
in the
said
court of law.
I had a show called the Mike and Bob Show, and his name is Mike Bob.
Look,
I mean, come on,
Mike
for the
and
fucking
Bob.
love of God.
The
the
reality
producer
is-
decided it was kind of weird that my name was Mike
What was the
Bob.
producer?
What was the producer?
Yeah, who's the producer?
Jim Joe.
No. The producer would have
It was
been
Jim
the producer would have been Little Nick Chappell.
I've
You know
Jim
that.
Joe.
Nick
What
Chappell
What
was
are you
the
talking
producer.
about? Are you trying to like bring this crazy reality where you had a radio show and you fucking had a radio show and there was
I had
producers
several.
and
I had
now you're
several.
trying to bring poor Justin into your delusion?
I'm the one who is the fucking reason Justin ever got into real radio under his
you hear that, Justin?
under his real name because he was the Hulkster on the Mike and Bob show. He was the Hulkster,
Yes,
so he
he
go in
was
there.
the Hulkster
brother,
on my
brother,
show.
Brother.
He was the
He was-
whole-
Brother.
Come on, brother.
Whole-
He was
brother,
that-
brother.
How do you think I met
Brother,
him?
brother.
He was the Hulkster on my
Kayfabe
show.
that, brother.
Kayfabe, right.
Kayfabe that,
right,
brother.
right. But I brought him. I brought him out of that. Here we go. I brought him out of that onto my show, the Alfredo Torres debacle, Monday through Friday, 6 to 10.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Who is Fishman?
622-9696. What'd you call us in? What is your favorite ice cream? Mine,
Fishman.
mine is cherry vanilla.
By the way, we need to get off of Fredo's
Nuts,
his
yeah.
conspiracy
Leave him
theory
alone.
here.
Do you guys
Like
know who
this-
Fishman really is?
Weird conspiracy theory that he's trying. Look, man. Here's the reality.
Fishman
You're
released
coming
Nerdly?
at us with like some weird
what it is?
conspiracy shit.
Fishman.
Don is providing facts, hard
Facts.
evidence.
Facts. How about we start with the name that his name is not Mike or Bob, let
says
alone
a
Mike
fact?
Bob.
Do I have to
fact.
remind you?
Dude, the fuck? Nate.
The Ottoman is lava.
Nate.
Sorry, I'm on the phone with the national news right now. They're besmirching my name. I'm very upset with this. So I got my own problems here. Defend yourself.
We,
guys.
we also we need to get away from the conspiracy theory for a minute though, because we still haven't gotten to what's your favorite fourth in a series.
Oh,
called 62
shit.
Minutes.
622-9696. What's your favorite fourth?
Definitely.
I'm going to say my favorite fourth is Godzilla
Ooh.
versus King Kong.
Okay.
Because Godzilla, the original Godzilla.
Hold on. You'll have the floor in a second, but I think you can make the argument. Two fucking monsters. And that's the argument.
I'm a bigger fan of two monsters fucking.
What just happened?
Please proceed. I'm just saying, two fucking monsters is so there.
What is
Right?
What does it got to do with my?
tagline.
What does that
Written in
got to do with my
Japanese, so it's
favorite
cool.
fourth? You asked me my favorite fourth. I told you my favorite fourth, and I don't get two
fucking
monsters
monsters.
fighting or whatnot. It doesn't matter. So what?
Set the
Still
wall.
my
That's the
favorite.
cell. Yeah.
It's cool.
No,
That's
the
all
cell.
we
The
need.
cell. No, it's not just two monsters, because several of them had two or more monsters.
I think he's
It
in the
was
wrong timeline again.
It was that you had
Tormor.
You had
what monster's that one?
the
Is that
big-
the big sludge thing.
the big monster in Japan versus the big American monster.
Dude, that wasn't a movie.
American monster. American monster.
No, that really was a movie. Would you like me to call up Godzilla versus King Kong?
Would I like you to call Godzilla? Yes, please
No,
call
call
Godzilla.
up.
Please, I would like Godzilla to tell me about this
Stand
movie.
by.
Hey, Nathan.
There you go. Hold on.
Alright.
Hello, Godzilla?
Hey, Fredo.
Hey, it's Godzilla, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Fredo.
Don, meet Godzilla. Godzilla Don.
Hey, Don, you're in the room.
Oh.
I sees ya. How you doing over there?
Hey.
Hold on.
See, this is
know the
Godzilla.
Barney
Godzilla.
song?
Now, let me ask you something real quick.
Yes, Fredo.
Before I have you talk to your good buddy, Nate.
Oh, I see him over there.
Yeah.
Busy.
Sitting down
Busy,
in front
sir.
of the green.
Yeah.
I'm working.
So,
a little bit of
Godzilla,
working,
did you
Zilla.
not star in a movie with King Kong?
I starred in several movies with that guy. He's good people's.
There it is.
King Kong.
So there's my proof to you. Godzilla, from his mouth to your ears, saying he starred in a movie.
Right.
He-
But the
saying-
movie you described was not a thing.
To
So
name-
go ahead
It
and
was
ask
Godzilla. Were you in a movie called Godzilla versus King Kong?
Yes. I
There,
did
so
that
that's the movie I described.
What happened in the movie?
I whooped his ass.
There- okay, I never said who won. I said there was a
That's
movie.
because there was no
Bitch
such
ass
movie
gorilla.
where no one
just
won.
fucking from Godzilla's mouth. You just heard it.
I don't believe that's computer animation.
Godzilla, you said
Oh, hey, I'm real peoples over here.
no. You know what? Here's.
right, look.
I'm gonna look. Hey, Nate, you're gonna have to ask Mike Bob to fucking leave because he's over here just smirching our fucking respectable guest Godzilla, and I'm not gonna fucking stay. You want to talk about my supposed non-existent show? That's one thing, but you're not gonna fucking besmirch Godzilla, who's been nothing but a friend to Good Morning You Drunks
gotta
since the
say,
beginning.
I'm a little
Look,
offended.
I didn't want to have to,
Godzilla, hey,
look,
listen, I'm gonna apologize for this clown.
Yeah.
Hey Nate, you want to talk
Oh,
to Godzilla here?
Nathan,
Wanna-
can I take you out back?
let him tell him take you out back. He needs it right now.
You got the visual up?
You gotta.
I'm working over here.
You got.
Look,
Hey.
I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm gonna have to pull it
Let me know
out.
when your phone catches up with what I got there.
What do you?
Oh,
That's my
hey.
counterpoint, man.
Hey, Nathan. What you doing over there?
What's
I'm fine. I'm fine.
what are you doing?
You know, 16 hours in now. So I'm a little tired.
Hey, I don't need all this small talk. Are we gonna go out back or what?
Out back what? You're
You know,
in,
I'm just saying.
You know what?
there's
you
no
know
out
what going
back.
out.
Anywhere you
heard-
are is pretty
You
much,
know we're going out back.
You're standing
Yeah.
in the front and the backyard. There's no out back. It's just kind of the yard at this point. We're outside. You've never been inside. You can't go out back unless you've been inside.
I think you need to be a little more respectful of Godzilla.
Hey, I heard that you got interest in a certain university down in North Carolina. The Blue Devils, if you will.
Yeah. You know what he's talking about.
I wouldn't want to pay out of state tuition.
I think you
Seems
do.
really
I
excessive.
think you want to
Also,
go there.
I'm damn near 40, and
I think.
I'm
believe it
actually
starts
not
with a
allowed on
D.
the.
Yeah, I think
give you
I
that.
think you want to go right now
I'm not
to
on
that
the-
university.
I'm going to give you that Duke University.
Yeah, give it to him, Godzilla.
Oh.
Duke him right in the ass. Go ahead, take your Duke right there.
Oh, my good friend Fredozilla, thank you so much for having me on.
Hey,
gotta
I
say.
appreciate it, Godzilla.
I got my quick Dukes in here with Nathan.
Yeah.
You see the screen, right? You're
Yeah,
sharing.
it's awesome.
Oh, look at this monster.
Oh,
All right, Godzilla, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot
hey,
for
I
stopping
gotta get
by.
out of here.
Yeah, all right. Say goodbye. Are you going to say goodbye? Oh, well, you're going to see Godzilla later, aren't
Oh.
you, Nate?
I'll be back. I gotta get me some mores.
Yeah.
Moors?
Some Moors. He likes some
Like
Moors.
invaded Spain
Hey,
Moors?
guys.
Some more Dukes.
Hey, man.
Justin's back.
What just happened?
All right,
Godzilla was here.
Oh, is Godzilla gone, man? I wanted to tell him to say what's up to Dick Cheney.
Oh, poor guy.
He's good lizard people.
He is a good lizard people.
That was last hour. All right, wait, let's stay with
Was
the
it,
let's stay
though?
with current. Yeah, yeah, it really was.
I'm
It
not
really was.
convinced. More conspiracy theory.
Godzilla just proved to you that Godzilla vs. King Kong was a movie.
No,
that
that's
wasn't
true.
even fucking Godzilla,
Oh,
man.
he
Are you
didn't
guys
even talk
kidding me?
about that.
Godzilla was here.
Godzilla was here. We just fucking recorded. Nate, was Godzilla not here?
Look,
As here.
look.
There
What I
it
tell
is.
you,
Guys,
there's no such fucking thing as Godzilla. It's
Nate
a movie,
just
man.
fucking talk to Godzilla.
Look, he's been it's
Doesn't look
airborne.
like you
It's
just
airborne.
talked. I
Look,
refuse to
look,
show my
the
gaping
disease,
asshole
whatever it
again.
is, it's affecting his memory. It's airborne because now Nate has become afflicted. He thinks he talked to Godzilla.
It's a bleeding rectum. It's a.
It's Godzilla. Godzilla and
can
Nate have a
easily be
certain.
transmitted.
See, this is what you don't
That's how
understand,
it
Mike
gets
Bob.
transmitted into
That
the bloodstream
Godzilla has
directly.
Godzilla has a
Like
certain
hand
relationship with Nate.
Yeah, he likes things that
He
remind him of-
he's a big fan of Duke.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Duke
So,
University.
so
See
while
if I'm
you would
comfortable
like
down
to dismiss this Godzilla thing as hyperbole,
Did you say hyperbole?
I said hyperbole.
my new
Nate's
s-
anus.
hyperbole.
Justin, I'm abandoning my wrestling persona of Chef Boyardee. I am now hyperballed.
Hyperbole.
hyperbole.
No mask. I
about-
can breathe. I got shit cardio anyway. Last thing I need is a mask on it.
Ah, you get points.
Chef Boyardee,
And in this quarter,
Jesus Christ.
the hyperballed.
weighing
Chef
in at
Boyardee.
285 pounds, hyperbole.
285, thank you.
285. I'm gonna give you a
Yeah,
little.
why don't we add a bill?
It's,
It's probably closer to accurate.
I'm saying that the camera adds 100 pounds. And, which is-
I mean, like, if you ever met Godzilla in
It adds
person,
10
he's
years
just like
and
a
you're
little
fat.
dude.
he
man.
is. Yeah, Godzilla is.
He's a tiny guy, man.
But he's a.
So Godzilla was here.
yeah.
How did I miss that? He's a giant fucking lizard.
You
he
probably
called,
weren't paying
man. He
attention.
called, dude.
He
Obviously.
called in. He called in.
So Nathan didn't get Duke.
Skype.
No,
He
the
didn't
next
get Duke
time.
this time.
Next
But
time.
he's gonna come back later. He said he had to go.
He calls me. I got a separate phone I got to keep in my ass. It rings. It lets me know that he's interested. Oh, it's fine.
You know. The point being, Godzilla exists.
I keep my keys. in
Godzilla
there.
vs.
Remember
King
when I
Kong was a
lost?
movie, and Alfredo Torres had a radio
Never had
show
a
called The
radio
Alfredo
show.
Torres.
Never had a
No,
radio
see,
show.
that's where you lose me. Like
I didn't
the
lose
other
you.
ones are completely believable.
You were
but you go
there.
into this like weird
You
alternate reality.
were
It's just
there.
weird, dude.
Justin, this is where you were
Look, man,
able
I
to
love you,
develop
man, but this is
yourself.
just- what's going on?
How did you break it to radio?
How did I?
Yes.
Are we getting serious for a
mean,
second?
it was-
We're gonna get
Because
serious.
we switched
It
to
was on my
serious.
show.
Let's get
Nice.
serious. Well, because after
You want to get out of the bit?
no, because after a while, I got to prove that I'm right.
Okay.
Right? How did you break it to radio?
I used to call in. Actually, if you want to get real technical,
Let's get technical.
I used to call in as Harry Carey to Christy Michaels' show. It was
Okay.
an awful Harry Carey impression,
Which was
that
funny.
sounded like a bobcat.
But it was funny.
I thought it was. She thought it was funny.
Okay.
So like, I
and
did
from
that.
there,
Then I called a few times to Mike and Bob. Harry Carey didn't hit, so I called him as Hulk Hogan.
right.
The first time, Bob goes, "Yeah, no thanks, Hulkster." Hangs up.
So that's how you got the Hulkster.
That's the first time I did the Hulkster voice.
And you were called Hulkster.
Yeah, and then I started doing making regular calls and
As Hulkster.
As Hulkster, I want to say the first one was, "What's your favorite diet soda?" And I went with Diet Orange, and they were hungover from the night before. Diet Orange, Hulk Hogan saying Diet Orange just made them laugh a lot, and so that's
brother, I was on direct.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember that. I mean,
Okay.
I barely do.
So
Seems like so long ago.
so you did the Hulkster.
Uh-huh.
What happened after that?
Let's see.
Your next step.
I started coming up into the studio. The big one was going and almost getting arrested with Little Nick Chappell.
And getting beat up by the Brits.
Well, that too. But I challenged Tom Randalls to a fight, dressed as Hulk Hogan with an American flag draped around me.
Tom Randall's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes. Because he was
was beating
beating
his
women.
wife.
He's
Yes.
beating wives. And the Hulkster was not
I
about to go
couldn't
for
stand for that.
domestic
Well,
abuse.
he is a real American.
Fights
Right.
for the right.
So, okay.
Man, and
And-
that lady.
So I started coming up more often. Became a weekly thing. And once
As the Hulkster.
As the Hulkster. And when it became a weekly thing, then Thursdays became, it would be Mike and Bob, hang out with Fredo to do the debacle. Croc Rocks.
Let's stop right there. Let's rewind that. So you started to hang out with
Some guy named Alfredo Torres.
Okay,
So,
Alfredo
have you guys
Torres,
heard of him?
who had a show
Uh-huh.
after the Mike and Bob show.
It's called The Debacle.
The Alfredo Torres debacle, correct?
Yep.
Okay, and this is where you were able to. Were you still the Hulkster?
No, I was closer to this guy.
Okay,
That
Justin
you're talking
Wilson.
to right now.
Right. Okay,
Can I get
so
the double thumbs
so
when you do
Justin
that?
Wilson
Nope.
was able to,
I-
to get from behind the Hulkster on the Alfredo Torres debacle show.
Yep.
And who is this
You know what?
Alfredo Torres?
That's right.
I
That
don't know.
came on after my show, right?
Wait, did you just say I don't know?
That came on after my show, right?
Come on, man. I
The
know
Mike and
sold
Bob
it.
show.
Wait. Did you just fucking say I don't know?
I remember that guy a
You're
little bit.
talking to Alfredo Torres. Alfredo Torres has been on in this house since 9 a.m.
Hey, Fredo. Kayfabe that, brother.
Hey, are you
60
saying that
scrimp,
picture
$9.99.
of that guy is
goddamn.
Alfredo Torres? That's Alfredo
Yes,
Torres.
that's Alfredo
Yeah.
Torres.
Yeah, I think I remember him.
That's Alfredo Torres.
I
10
think
years
I
ago.
remember him.
That's me.
But what are you doing walking around with some dude's picture on
That's
your phone?
me 10 years
Beowulf,
ago.
That is
see
not
anything
you.
That is me.
Beowulf?
10 years ago.
No, maybe 40 years ago.
What do you mean
And
40?
people.
Why?
That ain't you, man. It's obviously not
That
you.
is fucking me. Justin.
Fucking who?
There's a bug on my mic.
What are
They
you
don't
doing?
respect the barrier. They
the-
sure shit do not
Sorry, there
respect
was
the
a
barrier.
bug.
What the fuck is that?
Peabody's.
Who said Peabody?
Chris Volk.
Who?
So, Chris Volk, the Volkster brother.
The Volkster. Yes. Brother.
Kayfabe that, brother.
I was like, I don't want to do the other part. I just want to do that.
It's hard not to. Here we go.
It's the best sound of water I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking God, it was good.
It's a good commercial. Damn, he turned to me. I want to buy water now. Good. Nah, I'm fine.
I'm refreshed and I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to continue this fight now.
Kayfabe that,
All right, so the other day I was checking out some old radio archives, right? And I
Right.
came across this show called the Alfredo Torres debacle or something like that.
Dabicle. You're saying it wrong.
Dabicle.
Okay.
Dabicle.
It's the debacle.
I don't know, but it had this like,
Dabicle. You're saying it wrong.
you know, it was all right. You know, there was this guy, and he was kind of skinny,
Yeah.
young looking.
He was
fat?
never skinny.
Young looking.
He was never skinny. I might give you
hear
a young
something?
looking.
Huh?
Do you hear something?
Oh, so now we're gonna play this. This guy is not here,
Are you
Yeah.
getting static?
even though I'm
there?
obviously here.
Oh, there's so much static.
Really,
got no
you don't
idea.
want you don't want me to prove to you that I'm here by slamming
I'm
this
not
fucking
looking,
computer.
it's
No, you see, watch this. Look at this.
No,
You see, yeah,
it's-
yeah. So you you know I'm fucking here, aren't don't you?
That's my
Fredo.
cam right there.
Yeah.
Fredo. Kayfabe that, brother.
Dabicle.
You know I'm here. It's all this evidence.
I exist. Yeah. Got it.
I see dead people.
I think that was a threat. I'm not sure.
Oh, God, we're all going to die.
Yeah. No, seriously.
All right, so I will entertain your obvious insanity.
Hypothesis.
I definitely feel like there's an interesting conversation to be had here with this
God, I hope so.
Alfredo Torres.
Yeah, you guys should get him on Good Morning You Drunks, man. He'd be a good
I
guest.
think so. I agree.
Hey,
Much better than
Where are you?
Static.
That's what we do with him on the show.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Where are you?
Thank God that
Where is he anyway?
they got mad.
Doesn't he usually come down here for this shit?
No. We're not fucking doing that.
No, we don't have it.
No,
we don't
thank-
have it all loaded up.
Thank
We
God.
will.
Thank God.
And it'll be better than ever.
No.
now
we're
that
not
we have
doing
got the
that.
video component,
No,
it'll be way better.
No, but you don't have it. Thank God.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah. We will. That's awesome, brother.
I'm gonna take a picture of a phone. That's gonna be the outline. We're gonna put a different picture of him. We're gonna FaceTime Alfredo Torres. It's gonna be great. It's a still picture. It's gonna be horribly embarrassing.
That's gonna be awesome. That'll be awesome.
I got
as
it.
long as it's not heavy. That doesn't sound good. Did you just
now back
bop
to-
it? Did you just fucking? Did you just Hanson it?
Accidental Hanson. Here we go.
Accidental Hanson.
Here we go. It happened because of earlier
That was
when we were singing all the Pearl Jam songs.
Eddie Vedder covers everything.
Eddie Vedder covers everything, including "Mbop" by Hanson, which was good times.
And
All right.
Don't look at me like that.
All right. Is that the upstairs neighbor?
Well, no. See,
So you
now
were
you're looking off to the left. It looks like you're just like finished and you're going to sleep.
Uh,
Just the way the camera is.
Who's somebody you want a song you want Eddie Vedder to sing?
Best fourth in my series
Oh yeah.
of July. Of July.
Okay, I like that.
What?
Of July,
Best fourth in the series.
What's the series?
Of July.
4th of July.
Oh, all right, fair
It's a
enough.
good one.
Cross up
I
between
like
that
it.
and grade. But then I realized
622
that-
9696. What's your
Fourth
favorite
grade.
fourth?
Yes.
In the
Are we
series.
getting ready to do the Eddie Vedder?
We can.
Because you just announced that.
Well, Nathan had a fourth.
Oh.
We were doing the fourths before.
Well, that was before. Now we're doing Eddie Vedder.
Don't listen to me. What are you doing?
Yeah. Why are you letting him dictate the show?
I've
The guy.
been besmirched by national news. I'll have you
Right
know
now,
that.
he's in the middle of a lawsuit because
become a hurricane.
because Nate blows.
I've got the headline
You
up and
guys-
ready to go.
you guys thought that he was taking a rest in the back.
No, he was blowing.
I want to show you what
He
happened.
was blowing.
Blue.
Hold on. It's time for hate on the eights. Nate on the eights because fucking
Nate on the 8th.
Here we go.
Hold on, wait, hold on.
look at that.
We got 3 more minutes before we can get to 2.
Oh, I got 3 minutes of hate.
No,
Fine,
you
don't
got, no,
worry.
you got. Yeah, we got to wait 2 minutes.
Look
Right
at
now,
that.
though, 622-9696. What song do you want Eddie Vedder to do? I'm thinking When a Man Loves a Woman.
It's probably not that far off from Eddie Vedder, is it?
I mean, what about
I
like?
don't know if I could do that. Eddie Vedder.
Can't-
When a man, when a man
Let's just all do
loves a woman.
Let's get him out of his comfort zone. Let's do something like, If I Knew You Were Coming, I'd have baked a cake.
Sing it.
If I knew you were coming up, babe.
That's a little too upbeat. That's more Joe Cocker.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think
Right, I said bring it out of his comfort
right,
zone,
but I
man.
still think he'd be like, "Son, said, if I knew you were coming,
That's a good
I'd
one.
have built you a cake."
Living cream,
That's the way I think he would have
chocolate
done it.
milk.
Or he would have been like, "Oh, the when my son, if I knew you were coming, I'd have built you a cake."
Built.
How does one build a cake?
He would have built the cake. It's like build a bear.
Would
You
he?
build a cake.
If you
So
build
you
it,
go
they
to the
will
mall
come.
and
They
you give
will.
a teenage
They will
girl
come if
money
totally.
and
Totally.
she makes you one.
Wait, what did you
That's
talk
how
about?
Build-A-Bear works.
Wait, what did you talk about giving a teenage girl money?
That's how Build-A-Bear
What
works. You go to
the
the
fuck
mall.
are you doing?
give a
You
teenage girl
fucking
money.
weirdo!
You better have a
and you
daughter.
build your bear.
You fucking weirdo!
Hey, they make dinosaurs.
Hey, is there any teenage girls out there? I want to give her some money. What the fuck are
Hey,
you doing?
626,
I know.
whatever, some numbers.
626-9696. Teenage girls out there. Nate wants to give you money.
No, we're not putting that
to
out
be
there.
fair, we lost our last teenage girl. She's 20 now. Katie was our last teenage girl.
Yep.
Last teenage listener? Question mark?
Thank God. Thank God you now legally don't have to worry about a statutory anything, which is good. But and now it's time for hate on the eights.
Hate on the eights. Look at this shit right here. Look at that. Justin, I want you to have that up there. The headline, national news. I just want to look at the news. Give me some headlines. What's going on? Hold on. I
What's
should look
going
at the camera. Look, man. I've said all goddamn day I'm not associated with this hurricane.
All right.
But you know what? I take this as a personal attack.
Yeah.
That headline right there.
Well, I think the real question is, who is Biloxi and does your wife know about her?
Is his last name Slam?
That really is a
Shut
good
up,
question.
all right? I'm handling,
what's
I'm
his-
handling one PR problem at a time, goddammit.
Hold on,
What's going on with?
You're
Well,
not a
actually,
PR
I got.
problem.
Why do I have stream starting soon?
Is
Is that him?
Is
his
that like
name
a problem you
Biloxi?
get when you get older?
We're
You're
live
like
as
sitting
fuck,
at the urinal
goddammit.
and you're like,
That's kind of how I feel.
stream starting soon.
That's kind of how I feel right now.
All right. So
Everybody's got the new stuff.
his name is Biloxi. His last name's Slammed. Is that how this goes?
No, I think Biloxi was slammed by Nate.
I just want to point out, it
No, he
says
blew
So-
them.
it says here, top story, Nate blows.
Yeah.
On a goddamn Drudge Report.
Nate
Not maybe not
blows.
the most reputable of sources.
So wait.
But
So
at the same
Nate
time,
blew,
It says Nate blows.
and then he slammed
Then
Biloxi.
he slammed Biloxi.
So you hooked up with Biloxi
That's what I said.
after you blew him.
I'm just saying, hey, look, if this was a paper,
Does his wife
newspaper,
know? Is what I want to know.
If this was a
That's-
paper, above the fold, it says Nate blows.
Somebody
All
sent her a
right?
link.
Below it, it says you slammed
I
Biloxi.
said, hold on,
Yeah.
look at this picture of just gray.
Or did
devastation
Biloxi
and
It's,
water.
slam
it
you?
looks like to
Right
me a
underneath.
big giant
Nate
gaping
blows.
cavity from over here. I mean,
It looks like light shining into your cavity.
yeah.
Something like
I was
that.
gonna
Yeah.
say,
Like it looks like a nice snowfall. That's not bad.
No, it doesn't.
But still,
Not at all.
hey,
Not
doesn't
at all.
look bad. But guess what? Nate blows.
is that a
man.
picture of you blowing?
But you know what? Did we really need the Drudge Report to tell us that?
That's 6229696. Did we need the Drudge Report to tell us that
Does
Nate
Nate
blows?
blow?
No, Drudge Report is reporting
No,
that Nate
that's
blows.
confirmation. Like, he
Right.
has
So,
sources.
but did we
Probably.
need right? But what we're asking you, the listeners, call in
got all this
6229696. Tell us, did we need the Drudge Report to tell us Nate blows, or did we already know that?
No, the Drudge Report was like, Nate blows. I got on Nate blowing.
See,
Hear it.
right?
You hear this.
Yeah, I hear it. I don't think I needed that to tell me that. I think we had all the confirmation right there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Fuck Drudge Report. Just.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm kind of against it too. They said Nate blows.
But does he in
It
fact?
does, though.
It never said Justin blows.
Because he doesn't.
Don sucks.
Doesn't say that either because he
There was the
doesn't.
one about you, Freddie, but you know.
But yeah, but that was not. That
don't
wasn't
bring that
confirmed.
up.
That wasn't confirmed. But you, on the other hand, have been confirmed because even
Sources cited.
Don, please, could you tell us what was that again? Yeah,
You
I
know
mean
what?
that's.
I am taking credit for this goddamn hurricane now. This hurricane is my people.
What's
That's
this?
what you get.
What the fuck
Oh,
are you
I
talking
blow?
about? Hurricane.
Fuck you.
I had no point that I hear Hurricane Nathan
What
blows.
hurricane?
All I heard was Nate blows.
No.
All
it's
casual.
blows.
shit.
You've been
How
saying.
about- How about
You've been
Hurricane
saying this.
Mr. Emilio?
You've been
Huh?
saying.
I got names.
Stop. You've been saying this whole time that you're not associated with this hurricane. Has he not?
I
All day.
wasn't.
All
Also-
day.
All
And
day.
now,
Big
wait.
fan.
Now, they're saying they're not saying Hurricane Nate blows. They're saying you blow.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So what's wrong with that? It's got nothing to do with the hurricane. Why are you bringing old shit back?
I didn't even know there was a hurricane. Is there a hurricane? Is it coming here?
It's
I'm
Slam and
already
Nate.
here, Don. I'm already here.
I thought I
All I
felt
know is
He's
that-
also hasn't been able to provide factual evidence
That he's not.
of any kind of proof that he's not the hurricane.
he is-
Also, cone radar
I think
satellite.
he may
That's
be
how
a
you look
genetic hurricane hybrid.
That's I think it's obvious right now that you're you know.
at me. I do know. I no longer
Speaking of,
disavow
my
this
fourth
hurricane.
is
I'm a-
Sharknado 4.
Which is
Oh.
good.
I mean, doesn't quite blow as much as Nate, but, you know, it blows.
Eat a banana.
Thanks, Matt Drudge.
Chuck Vol. Chris,
I mean,
Chris Volk is
what is
telling
it
you
with
to eat
him,
a
though?
banana.
He's always worried about people blowing. I mean, the Monica Lewinsky thing, now Nate.
Oh, you know, he knows.
Now,
He
What?
knows. He
Doesn't
knows.
say Nate sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Says Nate blows.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Which,
but
you
you
know.
know, it's 6 of one, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Some people suck.
It was
some people
just
don't.
one.
No, it's 1 6. It doesn't matter. 1 2 6. I mean,
Who
you
cares how long it was?
Bad math, but you can't argue it.
You can't argue with it. At the end of the day,
6 to 1, one big one.
5 to 1, 1 to 5, I believe, is what Jim Morrison said.
25 or 6 to 4.
Yeah, that's Chicago.
46 and 2.
46 is just two.
By Eddie
Hooker
Vedder.
with a penis.
No matter how you slice it, you suck a dick.
Whoa. What?
Wow.
What timeline are you on?
It says he sucks. What do you think we're talking about?
No, it says he
blows.
blows.
He says he blows. What do you think we're talking about?
A hurricane.
He's blowing.
Fredo, are you all right? You had to dream again when you had a radio show.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God! What? How did this get turned on me? We were all attacking Nate. How did this get turned on me?
You're welcome.
I didn't see anybody attacking Nate. We
What
were
the-
talking about a hurricane.
What the fuck?
Here we go. Fredo.
It's just-
Here we go. Here we go.
This didn't happen. I just want to know.
we go.
We were over here. And now you guys are attacking me. I
Here
don't
we
fucking
go.
understand. What?
Everybody was attacking Nate.
That's because you guys were. I don't get it. We were dealing with Nate, and then all of a sudden it's all on me.
You all right?
I'm going to get Photoshop. Fredo blows.
Oh,
Pictures are different, too.
Did you get the picture?
Oh, the burrito still hurts.
That's because you didn't digest it. That thing is still
It's
in
going to be days.
That thing, you've got that burrito in there solid.
Yep.
It's gonna come out solid.
I don't think you could actually digest those brand of burritos.
You should have seen it.
Did you see
It
what
wasn't
he
a
ate?
brand.
It was like this. The set. The
Yeah, but he
sets,
didn't
like the
even
giant
cook it.
ones. Yeah, he didn't cook it.
He let it, thaw out via nature, and then he broke it in half.
Wait a minute.
And he
Why
ate
does my
it.
tummy hurt?
Wait a minute.
Are you sure
What?
it wasn't like a suppository burrito?
I was surprised that he hasn't shit himself.
Did Drudge put up this story after I went to the bathroom?
What happened?
What
Well,
happened
is
in
it-
the bathroom, Nate?
He turned on the water.
Jenny went to say goodbye, and then all of a sudden this pops up on the thing.
I'm not going to
Did Jenny
say
get on
that
the
I'm
phone
an
with
anonymous,
Drudge?
anonymous tip or nothing.
I'm not gonna say she didn't. She did ask us for Drudge's number, and we didn't know what.
I'm
we
not
gave
saying
to
what
I thought that
we
was
gave it to.
weird, but I mean,
She
fine.
leaves. All of a sudden,
Awfully
there's a
specific.
story online.
Nate blows. I
I
wasn't
didn't
sure if
put
you
the
saw
makeup
this.
on. I never put the wig on.
but
All of a
you-
sudden, guess who's blowing?
You,
This guy.
that guy, blowing all day and all night. He's been blowing.
Oh shit! It's already 55.
What happened?
Nate blows.
From Drudge?
Defamation
some-
of Hurricane.
Yeah. We got 5 minutes to kill this hour. Then we need to wake Matt up for the super serious.
We need him to be angry and mad and quit the show.
So you gotta cut.
We'll
Yeah.
start it again.
No, we can't do that again because that really was devastating.
Okay, first of all, it was real.
It-
and then
he
he
tries
acted like it
to
was a
say
bit
it was
Yeah,
a
then he
bit.
acted like it was a
He
bit.
tried to say it's a
Yeah,
bit,
it was
but
a
no,
bit.
that was where he came in and then
Fuck
fucking
Sal,
it.
man.
And you know what?
You think you could do this, Rob?
And but what happened? He shut the radio station down. It took him a little longer than he was planned, but he shut it
It was
down.
like-
On a
You're
long enough
delayed
timeline,
effect.
Matt wins.
He does. He did win. Matt won. Game, set, and match.
Cool, I got a mic in my hand right now.
Oh,
What are you, a fucking DJ?
No, I'm a
What is he, a
hurricane.
DJ?
And I blow.
Yo, check my man Nate with a mic in his hand.
Darn it. Can we get Eddie Vedder singing "Rock Me Like a Hurricane"?
So you say when you rock me like a hurricane.
I like his method of just jamming into the one Pearl song.
somebody
You
else,
know?
yeah.
No, because I did a Yellow Ledbetter when I was
What were
hey in the fair when I rocked you like a hurricane.
That's good.
Hey in the fair there really was a lot of wind
I
and
mean,
Nate blows
What?
like a hurricane. Yeah.
I'm on edge here already, man. Come
I'm
on.
just saying, you want to be. I could do this all day. I get any song
Yeah,
you want.
you
It's Eddie Vedder. It's Eddie Vedder. What do you want?
Happy birthday.
how about I'm a
from
soul
Eddie.
man?
Gotta go back in time.
Hey,
Wow.
hey. All right, well, the Soul Man. Soul Man. Okay.
He fucked him up. He's done. He forgot.
No, I got
what
it.
voice he's-
Hey, but hey. I'm a Soul Man. Yeah.
Gotta go back in time.
Okay. I'm a Soul Man. There it is. There it is.
That was
Soul Man.
that was it.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday
It's not my
to
birthday. It's not my
you.
birthday.
You wanted me to do that one, though, as
just
Eddie
got
Vedder.
that.
You wanted
It's not my
Eddie to do
It's not
that.
my birthday though.
Happy birthday.
It's not my birthday.
Happy birthday.
then what are you blowing
Then why'd you
If you're not
ask?
blowing out candles, what are you blowing for? What are you blowing? You suck a
Why
cock?
you see? See? You see, I'm not the only one to say that.
Got an
brother.
eBay, buy my goddamn
Brother.
toys. I got bills to pay.
Kayfabe that.
Kayfabe that, brother.
Brother.
Like keeps Tommy. There, I'll steal that one.
Tommy?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Tommy?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Tommy?
Tommy.
Stupid.
Yeah, so what, you want to go back in time?
Back in time.
Here, we're going back in time.
Gotta go back in time.
I'm just saying, I can do it. Any song you want is Eddie Vedder. Give me a song.
Hello.
What about
Which one by Lionel
I
Richie?
was just saying hi.
Oh, hey, how's it going, Nate?
I don't need no scrub?
First I gotta get it. No, I don't need no scrub. A scrub is okay. There it was. I don't need no scrub. Scrub is the man. Ain't got time for. Here in the scrub.
Edit fuck those lyrics. I gotta get out of here.
I don't need no
Where's this
scrub.
fucker?
See, I'm just doing the song.
Does your milkshake bring all the? No, it doesn't. I'm Eddie Vedder.
Milkshake.
Don't do it.
There was.
Hi.
with the milkshake.
What's it do?
Bring it
Eddie?
on the boys
Does
to
it?
the yard.
It kind of works. Never mind. well
Can we
played,
get
Eddie.
can we get the verse to "It's the end of the world" as we know?
Don't you know it's the end of the...
No. The verse, not the chorus.
Verse.
The verse. You know the part where he's like,
fuck it,
"Nah,
There was
Leonard Bernstein.
with "We Didn't Start the Fire." It's gonna be great.
oh yeah. But I did start the fire. I mean, it's out back.
JFK, blown away. What else do we have to say? Hey! Yeah, we didn't start the fire.
How about we give him an easy one? Give me "By Menon."
Don't you?
Three syllables. 3 syllables, Eddie. "By Menon." That's it. That's all you gotta say. Take one, Mr. Vetter.
Don't you know?
No, I do.
By me,
Eddie.
yes, by
Mr. Vetter, sir.
this by me.
Okay, cut his goddamn mic.
What's going on? What is?
Happy birthday. It's not my fucking birthday, Mr. Vetter. Thank you, though.
Hey,
Hey.
you're welcome.
That's the sign of the chime.
Bing bong.
I don't know what the sign of the chime is.
It's the time.
It's like Chinese New Year, isn't it?
It's the time. Hoodie hour, yeah.
2:01, but close enough, huh? Top of the hour, brought to you by Time. Also, Bojangles.
Gotta go back
Ain't-
in time.
Hold on, Bojangles ain't playing.
Oh.
Why ain't Bojangles playing? Does it have something to do with me minimizing
Look,
the program I shouldn't have minimized?
No,
think so.
Get back on timeline A.
I'm gonna press the button harder. Still not working. Cool. I can do this manually. Override. Aw,
Make it
shit.
so, number one.
I know what I'm doing. Look at that. Bojangles. Cajun filet. Tea. Catch that goddamn chicken. It's fallen. Justin's the funniest person here. Lemons. Bojangles. Because fuck it.
Because
Hold
fuck
please. Trash jangles. Queued up. Here we go. Bojangles. This is another commercial. They paid for 2.
for them.
This one they paid a little less for. Look at that. It's a bag of food. Food.
Question mark?
And bowls. Food and bowls. Look at that. It's
Food and bolts?
I think I got a nice watch. Oh, we're
so
making soup,
delicious.
everybody. I'm watching her feet. His feet? Watch his feet. Are they in the bowl? Yep, the feet are in the bowl.
What are you
That is
talking
chicken
about?
fetal soup.
What are you talking about?
It's oh shit. How do I transition to this one? Hey everybody, I got it. It's bow time. I sold that one bad. You deserve better.
Yeah, that's
But also, it's hold on. What's the song?
We need
Jackass. Jackass.
yes.
Jackass.
MrCrassis.com.
Bitch. You know what? I'm gonna call that okay. You know what? I can do all these buttons. Look at that. Fucking mountain
What are you?
lion. Mountain lion.
Why are you yelling?
It's
at
soda.
Why-
I
why are
can't
you
control the volume
yelling?
of my voice anymore.
stuff? Settle it down.
Hold on.
Yo, ding dong,
Ding
man.
dongs,
Ding
yo.
dong. Ding dong,
Ding
yo.
dong. Ding dong.
Is that what's happening right
Ding
now?
dongs, yo. Ding dongs.
Top of the hour. Here comes the thing.
This is the true story. 24 hours. Picked to be broadcast and have the day taped. To find out what happens when people don't get sleep and podcast instead.
What a story, Mark.
It's GMYD. All day, you drunks.
Hey, look, there's the couch.
Hey.
Ain't that fucking grand?
Ain't that fucking grand?
I'd buy that. It's a good jingle.
Ba-da-ba-bum.
I bring the lyrics, you bring the music. All of a sudden,
Ain't that fucking
Stream
great?
Deck ain't working.
Cool.
The what's not working?
Stream Deck.
We gotta go down.
You gotta press the button.
God, I wish it was that easy.
I've got one of those. All you do is just literally just press the
Press it.
button, man.
Oh, there we go. I fixed it.
I pressed the button.
Shut up. Don't tell him that.
He
I was
pressed the
just
button.
yelling at him.
I was actually just looking at you, and you went click, press the button. Oh, it's working.
Oh, it's working.
I closed out the thing, and apparently you need the thing to.
Apparently you need. Apparently you listen to Don and click the fucking button.
No. Don said, "Hey, don't touch that. You probably shouldn't close
That's
that.
exactly
It's
what
probably
he
gonna break
didn't
that.
say.
And you're gonna feel stupid later when you figure out you broke it, and then you have to fix it." I was like, "That's a little wordy and weirdly pathetic, Don." I don't know, Don.
Hey, man.
Why would you?
Tommy,
No.
Tommy,
I've seen it.
Tommy,
I was like, "Nah,
Donnie.
fuck it. I do
Tommy?
what I want."
Tommy,
Donnie.
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 Tommy.
Donnie.
Look, I think you need to. I think you need to put that mixing board out back. Yeah, put it out back.
Huh?
Put it out back.
Right now?
Why? How
It'll
back?
maybe be so much easier if you just put the board out back.
It did what?
Really, guys? You gonna leave me hanging like that?
Nobody knows what you. Nobody. Oh, back in time.
Forget it.
Is that what you was talking about?
Trying to bring up an old bit, but nobody
Nobody's-
remembers
Gotta
the
go
back
board
in
being
time.
Is that you got to put the board
back.
back in time?
That one time when I came in and I rearranged and y'all said I put the board in the backyard.
I don't remember that at all. Was that on a different timeline?
You gotta go back. in
Timeline
time.
C.
Timeline C.
Timeline C.
Sorry, I forget Timeline C. I flash in and out of Timeline
Reality
C.
brief. What is this? Night.
We keep our board out back.
We gotta go back in time.
It's an outboard motor.
Hell.
Show.
It's not a motor.
Outboard mixer.
Motor-
It's an outboard mixer. It's not a motor.
No, it's not a motor.
Oh,
It's technically anti-grav mixer. Outback.
One of these days, like if like a year from now, like maybe 2 years, fucking we end up taking over Ground Zero's time slot on 790.
Yeah, that'll happen in Timeline C.
Yeah, that'd be nice, huh?
That would be great.
And we'd be like, we're Ground 1.
Or maybe you're underground zero.
Underground Zero.
Or your water
No.
zero.
We're definitely over Ground Zero.
Overground zero.
Yeah.
That's, air zero. You're not even ground zero. You're air zero.
We're just zero.
my
It's
reflection.
just zero, man. Strangely
mirror.
prophetic.
Right. Right. Makes sense to me.
At this point,
Kayfabe
That guy, Clyde Lewis, he's just a swell guy.
I don't. He's not. Who's the guy before him? With and of course,
You talking about George Norrie on Coast?
AM Coast to Coast.
Yeah, Coast is definitely. That other guy,
Who's the guy
Yeah.
before Nori?
Art Bell.
Art Bell was the best,
Mm-hmm.
and I love how his wife passed away, and then like 60 days later he's in the Philippines and he's remarried.
Interestingly enough,
Is that
some
Bell or Norrie?
weird shit. Bell.
word.
That's
His
Art
first
Bell.
wife. His first wife from the 70s. Friended me on Facebook. I'm like, it was weird. It was just
Maybe
like
turns
Trying to
her-
get back
maybe
at her.
maybe it's
out of the blue.
maybe conspiracy theories turn her on.
Quite possibly. But considering it was his first wife from the 70s, she could just go somewhere else with that.
No,
No, that'd be cool. You know, it was just kind of weird.
right.
Or like,
How do you know it was his first wife from the 70s?
well,
Because it said, "Hi, I'm Art Bell's first wife from
no,
the 70s."
mutual friend.
That's how I would
Because
introduce
she
myself.
sent me a friend request, and I saw someone I knew was friends with her, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
And you looked it up, and
No, I asked her who it was,
she
told
said,
me.
Who are
"Oh, that's
you?"
Art Bell's wife from the 70s."
Yeah,
God, I would hate to have to define myself that way.
yeah. Holding on to it from the 70s, bro. It's like something like would be on the Alfredo Torres debacle.
I don't know. I never listened to the show.
Isn't that like being the guy who sold his Apple stock when it was like $10 a share?
Or the guy who sold his Bitcoin when it was a quarter.
Or the guy who sold his
Or the guy who sold his radio show to some douchebag named Alfredo Torres.
he was a douchebag.
Where's he sending those messages?
You know, I know that guy.
I'm seeing
I don't know.
I met him, and he's a fucking.
I just
douchebag.
heard stories. I heard he was just like, just so high in mind.
He
just
thought he was everything. And you
better.
know what? Let me tell you, when he had the fall from fucking grace, it was the best thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
It was almost like off a stair, right?
It's more
That
like
was-
off a cliff is
Off a
where he
cliff?
fell.
No, I heard it was
What?
more like a shallow falling from
It
grace.
was, but it's still technically a cliff.
Right. If you're a midget.
What happened
Or
was
Godzilla.
He was on this guy
Oh.
named Cliff, and he fell off of him. he was standing on his shoulders, and he fell off. He fell off
That
cliff.
makes sense then.
Right.
Not at all.
Why?
It
If you
doesn't
love
make any
this
sense.
man.
That's
at all.
what I heard. I don't know how true it is. That's just what I heard.
Yeah, well, I heard the fucking Mickey Mouse lives at the North Pole.
Oh, did you get
Yes.
that?
Yeah, I see it here too.
What's that?
You want to get it?
Hey,
We
Eddie,
have some requests.
Eddie, while we got you in the booth,
Tell me they're not calling it.
if
we
you
don't
could give
have
us
a
6229696. What do you want
That's
Eddie
not
Vedder to
what
sing?
they
They're calling it.
What do
I
you-
don't know what number to call it. Robert Reyes writes in after much frustration. Apparently, the
Y'all
lines
wanna-
are packed at 6229696.
You got Skype on there?
It's busy. You can't get through.
I'm not pulling that up.
What does he want?
I was just gonna say, use my number.
No.
What does he want?
Could you give us a summertime blues?
First, I gotta figure. Is summertime. Wait, no,
Yeah, go with that one. I want
no,
that
that's summertime. Oh no, it's summertime. Summertime blues is.
Some
Hey, you know,
And I
there's
know.
a summertime blues.
Hey,
It's just saying
Mr.
the
Vedder.
words now.
Mr.
Yeah.
Vedder, could you please stop using "and you know" in every song,
Oh,
please? Just
well,
read
you
the lyric
know.
sheet. No,
And you know those
please.
aren't the lyrics.
Yes, please just read from the lyric sheet that we provided you. Thank you. Let's get.
Well, you know.
Scratch that song. I
It's
feel
not.
pretty.
You
feel pretty and witty and what?
I feel pretty. I feel witty.
Puts the mic in his mouth.
Don't you know? I feel pretty again.
Mr. Vedder,
Pretty
you threw
what?
you threw a "don't you know" in there.
That is
Again,
like,
the client is not going to be okay with that.
really close to and you know. Don't you know? Any you knows, you know? No. How about that? Just know.
You obviously don't know.
So,
Christ almighty.
said, don't you know? I feel pretty.
Looks as though we're making a Broadway album here.
What about like?
Hold on, let him get himself together. He's turning red. I've never seen him that color before. It's weird. There he is, Eddie.
Mr.
Yeah.
Vedder?
Matchmaker, make me a cover song. No, there's no grunts.
No,
it's audible.
I'm trying to.
How about the?
You sleepy?
No, I'm trying to remember the song.
What about the old Alka-Seltzer jingle? You know, plop plop, fizz fizz.
We'll settle for that or Roto-Rooter. One of the two. Just any fucking song at this point. Eddie.
Just don't you know? Okay, it's coming.
Cha 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 cha.
So they said, blah blah. Don't.
I wanna leave. Wanna leave.
No.
I am.
Mr. Vedder. I'm sorry. The client is not going to go for these "don't you knows."
I mean, if you're asking me in like directly, no, I don't know. If you just need an answer to your question,
That's why
nah, man.
we're kind of relying on you to tell us because we don't know. So
If you're looking for feedback, it's bad. Just just words are words.
Yeah.
Use those.
I'm giving you my interpretation.
make sure if you need to give the lyric sheet another once
It's
over,
my interpretation of the song.
the client would like you to perform word for word, if you will.
What song you want me?
He's reading from
and
it. Nathan,
here
so.
is the
What song?
here is the song list here, and it looks like the client would like you to perform the alphabet song.
Ooh. Word for word.
You know what? I'm not gonna say anything because this one's gonna be good. I have faith in this one. You do know the letters, right?
Yeah.
Word for word, please, Mr. Vedder.
Also, I'd like to just before you get started, don't and you know are not letters. They're fully formed words, which
I get.
okay. I have faith in you, sir. I appreciate you letting us work with you here today.
Okay.
It's a great honor.
You're
Okay.
We do have your deli tray in the back, so don't worry.
Can we
ain't
take?
getting into
Are we
it
ready for
one
the take? Are we
goddamn
ready?
song.
No,
he's
we're ready
getting
for the
angry.
take.
We're gonna lose him. It's okay, Mr. Vetter. Again, if you need to give it another once over,
You just want to get it at the top. If you need A,
from the top.
B,
I got it.
that's how it goes.
I got it.
Take it from the top.
So, A, B, C, D, F, G, H,
So you say.
He missed J. He fucking
I
missed
said,
J.
I know he got it. Okay.
And don't you know the alphabet?
So you say? ABC. Yeah, I say ABC when I'm saying the alphabet.
All of those, usually in a specific sequential
There's
order.
26 of them, actually.
Son said, A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
What?
H, I, J, K, L, L.
Calameno. Great.
You know,
You gotta respect the Elemento.
Q, R,
Kill you.
S, T, U, V, W, X,
Oh, he got lost.
Y, Z.
Actually, we did want you to say "and" there.
Yeah.
The client requested
W,
that. Just that
X.
once.
Y, N, Z.
No, I'm sorry. The client requested we got to take it from the top.
So, I said, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, O,
He said HIV.
M, N, H, I, J, K,
He said HIV.
Elemento. You got to respect the Elemento.
Elemento, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, U, N, W, X, A, B, C, yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Well, it's a British client, so it's supposed to be Z anyway. So
Yeah.
fuck that one. It's done. We'll send it over. We'll see what they think.
Yes.
Maybe they'll like your.
Maybe
I'm gonna
there's a
say
cut there.
interpretation,
Yeah.
and you know your interpretation.
So you say. I don't know. Maybe you think about, Ronkonkoma.
Like I don't know how to make it any easier. You fucked up by Menon. Nah, man.
So, you know that this was bombing in.
No, that's
Well,
not
you
the right-
know it's bombing in.
two words.
So you know, and so don't you know? You know. It's a Harland Williams bit now. Don't you know?
Well, you weren't liking the way it was before.
I loved it.
Did
Don't
you
say it
really?
that
I'm
way.
just saying.
Don't you know? In the news, I still blow. With continued blowing at 20 miles an hour.
Oh, my
all the
God.
way up the Gulf Coast.
This is Gavin
You brought this
Rossdale
on
from
yourselves.
Bush, and you're listening to All Day You Drunks, home of many things.
And the alphabet.
Rampant robophobia.
I can't really think of any other Pearl Jam songs which I can. Let me see.
What about the one that's like sitting chair?
I don't know that one. What's the name of it?
Sitting chair.
Sitting chair.
Is that the name of it?
Yep, it's a good one. It's a hit.
I don't remember that one.
Well, if you were ever a DJ anywhere, you'd have probably played
Oh.
Pearl Jam songs.
You might have played it if you had a radio show.
If I had a radio show. Sitting chair.
Sitting chair. That's right.
I think maybe I do remember it.
I don't remember how Do the Evolution goes. I just remember the
I
video.
don't remember it either.
Last Kiss.
Hold on, I'm trying to think of.
Well, working my baby be.
Well, how about the Humpty Dance?
D&D?
You play D&D.
H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P. That's as far as I can get because I can't remember the next line. If I can picture the line, I can do it.
See, that's the whole problem I'm having picturing the line. What song is this?
Rearview Mirror. No.
I don't know any of the actual words. To any of the
It's like one of the few Pearl Jam songs that I like. I love. I genuinely love.
Oh, Humpty Dance.
Sounds like Bad Brains or something.
Mr.
Iron
Vetter,
Eye
sir.
Children.
We don't want you to sing the actual lyrics. We just want you to give the do-rear, do-rip, if you would. The bass line to the Humpty Dance. If you could handle that for us, sir. Do-rear, do-rip. Don't
let me see if I can do it.
All right, Elvis.
Do you need to
Do rip is what you're looking for.
It was good. Can we use that shit? It was all
Okay, are you ready?
No.
Yeah, we need that cleaner.
Okay.
And you want to do rip.
Sure.
Anytime you're ready, Mr. Ritter, from the top.
We are recording.
Take it from the top.
Baseline. He starts way to fuck up there. That's good.
Nathan, we're gonna get fired. We can't get the take.
It's all right. I can pitch shift it.
So said.
Do-rear.
Do rip. So.
Can we cut that part off?
It's not
I really want this bit to work better, but I can't stop laughing. And I can't think of any other Pearl Jam songs.
That's almost better. Christ. Oh, God.
Okay, Mr. Vetter. Client requests soundtrack material from older movies. The first thing they would like you to start with is Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious from
It's from
Mary
Mary
Poppins.
Poppins, one of my favorites.
This is the big money, Mr.
Motherfucker's gonna say
Vetter.
chitty chitty
And
bang
voiceover
bang. I
work.
swear to God. if-
Works
By the way,
for Disney
chitty.
turn the feed off into a spook.
So says supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Chitty bang bang. What's that story?
You left the movie and went into another one.
Hey, well, I was trying to kill 3 birds at one stone.
Okay, it's too many. You missed
So it said, don't you know that I feel pretty?
a bird in the hand would be shoved in your mouth.
I don't know that one was playing.
Oh, I'll show you. Don't worry. Gonna get a bird now. Fuck.
Get a bird.
Hit you with a paddle.
So shit, what I'm singing in the rain. And it's raining. I'm singing.
It's raining and I blow.
In the rain.
Looks like we're getting another request in here. Putting on the Ritz.
Super racist.
You get the is it Jeffrey Tambor? No.
Yeah.
Who the hell was doesn't matter.
So shit.
So you
When
say-
you put on the Ritz.
Look, just give him the first thing. Put in on
The
the
Ritz.
Ritz.
Don't you
And the
know?
sing and the dance and the singing.
Don't you know
I
that I'm
do.
putting on the Ritz?
You're right this time. I do know.
Fucking damn, I can't stop laughing.
You can't
I want to stop. I really want to stop laughing. Don't you know?
No.
I'm putting on.
Oh, what? I'm sorry. Left that channel open. I'm gonna close that
I'm
down.
putting on the.
Oh, it looks like we've got a request from.
The Ritz. Here's another song. Even flow. I know you played that one.
The
Putting
Oh
on.
Christ.
Don't you know?
Something he certainly
Well,
is
put it on the
a better
Ritz.
man.
Hold on, fucking even flow. I really wanted to do that
I
one.
know you do.
God damn, I really wish I could stop laughing.
I'll show you.
Here. Okay.
Also,
When you're blue.
Okay, what?
If you don't know what to do when putting on the Ritz,
That's just more confusing now.
put on the Ritz.
They got confusing.
Yeah, putting on the Reds.
He sings,
On the Reds.
he sings like a Texas.
On the Reds. He go. When they're putting on the Reds, and then they're putting on the Reds again.
That's
Putting on the Reds.
you got cheese over there? Where you at?
That's black. Is that
Jeremy.
Is that black, though?
Jeremy. Putting on the
Jeremy. Jeremy's forgetting class again.
Did he?
Jeremy put on the Reds
You
again.
shouldn't do that.
ABC. Jeremy.
He's in
Rise
school, he's
with
learning,
you. Yeah.
Looks like we're getting a call in here from the Canadian Prime Minister.
Oh.
buddy.
What's his name?
There's a request for you to open up the ball game with the Canadian national anthem.
Oh God.
Oh God,
Oh,
Mr. Rossdale. I'm sorry.
I don't.
He's over there doing the.
He's doing
I'm not
sound.
Sorry about that.
How do you do to get out? I'm not familiar.
Mr. Vetter. Can you read the
Canada.
lyrics right there? The,
Okay.
Yeah, we're sending it in.
I'm looking at it right
An
now.
intern. Yeah, just read over those
Oh,
lyrics.
camera.
He said, "Oh, camembert." That's
Oh,
what she
camembert.
Spanish.
Okay,
That first word.
It's
I'm
not a
sorry. I know
country.
it's long.
Whoa.
Canada.
Wait, okay.
Well,
Canada.
he can't get past the O.
I think that's close.
It's a letter. He can't get.
Whoa.
Well, we heard his alphabet earlier. So.
Oh, Canada.
Good.
Where you Canada?
Well, you can't.
Hey, Marley.
Barry Bonds is not Canadian. What the fuck are you? Okay. All right. Barry Bonds.
God. Where you went to?
Look at sports facts. Thanks. Yeah.
Oh, Canada. There are neighbors up to the good.
Again.
Oh, Canada. They got a bunch of money police taking go on the, on the border. Again. They were Dukes and eat a lot of Canadian bacon. Again.
That's what I wrote down, so it's good.
Yeah.
If they don't like it, that's on them.
Nathan,
Hey.
we're gonna get fired.
By who? Canada?
Canada.
Those are the words I said. Yes, good. Good. Ed.
His
People live up in Canada. Killing moves.
Don't forget the Tim Hortons line there if you don't.
Tim Hortons.
That's just the words Tim Hortons. There's a whole line there.
Coffee from
Coffee
Tim
Freyhole.
skipping
Hortons.
over the poutine line.
What's a coffee Freyhole? I don't know.
Every day, all we gonna do is eat some poutine
Good.
General
again.
So's poutine.
It's gravy fries, sir. Thank you, intern. Thank you, intern. All right.
I gotta go, guys. Yeah, you guys, I'll be back.
You know what? We'll auto-tune something. Not
figure it
you.
Hey, is that Eddie Vedder I just saw walking past us?
please.
Shambling out back.
Yeah, he's
The board.
He might hear his name and come back, dude.
Don't let him back
man.
in.
Hey, out of all of our guests, he's the one that didn't try to fuck me.
I guess that's
Thanks,
fair.
I think he did. He just didn't notice.
Could you
He looked
understand
drunk.
him?
He looked
Is
drunk.
that what a Freyhole is?
Was he drunk? He looked it.
Yo, I saw this
Possibly.
picture on the internet, and there was this
Nate
place.
blows. I know, right?
Nah,
Fuck
man.
them.
It was this place in England. It was a clothing store in England called Jizz Apparel.
Ugh.
And I just
Oh,
gotta
no.
wonder if they play Pearl Jam in there a lot.
Pearl necklace jam. Jam pearl necklace.
Yeah, I met Eddie Vedder one time.
Did
Yeah?
you?
Yeah.
When was that?
All right. Well, okay.
Cool.
Great
Great story.
No, that's it. That's
Awesome.
it. That's all.
I
I
met
met him
you.
one time.
Didn't you have a hamburger with him at Bilderberg?
Heyo.
Yeah, he just kept.
Bill
straight-
Goldberg?
At Build-A-Bear? You had a hamburger with Eddie Vedder.
How much money did
At
you give the teen
Build-A-Bear.
girl?
It was weird because he just kept
I
going.
know, right?
Sick of it. And he was like kept talking about the frogs.
Sip of what?
Fucking gay.
He said, Sip of what?
Sick of it.
Sick of it.
Sick of it.
That's about right.
That sounded more like he was in a death metal
It's
band.
good. Yeah, that actually sounds like we can use that.
I
one.
mean, you know.
It's a good take.
I just wish, if we ever need a Sigawit, we got it.
Yeah,
Sibowitz?
Sibowitz, yeah,
Sibowitz.
Sibowitz. You know,
NYPD Blue?
he was in NYPD Blue, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know all about bald men,
what's his name? France.
especially ones that
the
show their
guy's
ass
name.
on TV.
That,
That's
yeah,
me.
that was horrible. What's it? The guy's name? France.
That's horrible. Show
What was
Dennis
the-
Franz. Yes.
Dennis Franz.
Dead.
No, is he?
I don't care.
No. When
Nah, he's not. I don't know. No, I'm not.
was he?
Hold on. It's
Any
Dennis
relations to
Franz.
Bob Franz?
They're both from Cincinnati.
WKRP.
I met Bob Franz in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
That'd
did
be
you?
crap. Hey, I get that.
He was He was. You know. You met. So you met Bob Franz, aka Bob Fresh.
Yeah, well, see, we were doing the show when I
Doing the
was.
show.
So it was-
I used to be on this
Eddie
radio
Vedder.
show.
Right.
I used to do this radio show.
Mike and
called
Bob
Mike
show.
and Bob show. Right.
Right. So you're Mike Bob.
go
So it's really the Mike Bob and Bob show.
No. It was just Mike and Bob.
Well, you're Mike Bob.
Right.
Okay.
But I
well-
pretended to be
Well, he
two
didn't need
people.
it.
Oh, you
obviously.
pretended. Okay.
Right, because the producer was like, "Look, it's kind of weird."
Little
your
Nick
name."
Chappell, the producer.
Yeah.
Dennis Franz still alive.
Whatever.
Sure. Yeah, whatever. Right.
Yeah, you know, I remember.
No, it's just like hearsay, man. Like I don't know. I just until I see hard proof, I don't know if I can believe you, Fredo.
That's fine, man.
Look, guys, love you. I'm going to bed while you stay up all fucking night. doing
Yeah.
this dumb
Oh
shit.
yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks
we'll
for
be fine.
reminding me. Yeah, we're almost there. It's 2:30. We
Yeah.
only got to go till 9.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. Not effing bad. Thanks for coming by, man.
No, it's bad.
All right, brother. Brother, be good.
Kayfabe that, brother.
Brother.
It's on mine.
Oh, you.
Thanks for coming by, man.
Oh no, you knocked my bag of trash over. I was saving that. Oh hey, what's up? It was good stuff. A pleasure, sir.
I don't know.
Of-
That might have
not
been
my
Eddie
house.
Vedder stuff.
I can't stop you. Matt's dead.
Oh,
Be
he's-
good, bro.
Oh, it was a pleasure, sir.
Ooh.
We don't need it. Fuck it. I look better in the dark anyway.
Every time those guys come here, there's chaos.
Yeah.
There's chaos. It's true.
Chaos.
It's true.
Can you turn that light a little bit this way?
Because it's gonna go back in time.
Time.
You gotta go back in time.
Time. All right, later.
Later. Get home safe. Oh man,
It's always chaos.
always chaos. It's a fun chaos though.
Yeah, it is.
It's.
It is.
I wanted to use the word controlled chaos, but it's not. Even.
There's nothing
You gotta
controllable
kinda
about
go.
it. Yeah, you got to go where the hurricane fucking blows you.
Hurricane-
Or when Nate blows you.
Hurricane blows.
You better
He
go with
says.
it.
What's the hurricane's name?
Hold on. Let me check. Let me
Look,
check.
look, look who's coming wandering.
Let me check. Let me check the national news.
You weren't. You weren't. Have a seat.
Checking the news. Apparently, I blow.
That's,
Oh.
Nate-
Thanks, Matt Drudge.
That's what we said.
Yeah. Who knew? Well,
Matt Drudge knew.
yeah.
He has sources apparently.
Well, Matt Drudge and Matt Wade both knew that you blow.
Yeah, well.
Terrible one.
He's back. He's back.
Oh, it's just weird. It's weird timing.
Yeah.
I didn't plan that or anything.
Oh, yeah. You want to grab the? You need the cans?
Did that just move on its own, or am I like losing my mind?
No, he moved the.
Okay, good.
It's kind of so.
Back in time.
You gotta
You wanna
back
grab the
in
cans or you good?
time.
Cans right there.
I can hear you guys.
All right. Good.
Gotta go back in time.
Nate blows.
So, were you listening to any of that chaos? You know, we had Eddie Vedder here for a while.
I did. I had to shut my door.
All right. Oh, his,
I did. Heard that.
oh yeah, he's an interesting character.
Can't read.
He can't at all.
It's kind of sad, actually.
We know that. Everybody knows he can't read. That's a
Yeah, until you
real
try
fact.
to work with
Apparently,
him.
he can't sing anything without saying about his son or
Don't you know?
don't you know?
Oh,
And you know.
And you know, right?
do you know?
So you say.
Time.
Gotta go back in time.
Brother.
Kayfabe that, brother.
That's right. Tommy.
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 Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey Matt,
Yeah.
what's your favorite fourth in the series? 6229696.
None. Like, there's never been a good fourth.
That's a lie. We came up with 4th of July.
That was me.
He did. What was the other 4th?
Don had Sharknado 4.
Sharknado 4.
There's no way
I
that
don't
was
think-
good.
I don't
That was
think-
good. That was probably the best in the series.
I don't think
Are
Dan
we?
had one.
So we're just judging this against other Sharknado movies,
Yeah.
Hence,
not other actual movies.
hence the best in the series.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just being a jerk.
You know what?
That's
up.
me being a
Wake
dick.
up. Wake up. Why don't you wake up?
I'm
And,
awake.
and don't be a jerk. And
This side of my face isn't awake.
it's Bell's palsy.
I've actually been sick all day.
Have you?
Yeah.
Of who?
And now,
Of all of us.
Word.
I don't know.
It's 2:30 if you want to get serious talk.
Well, we do need to talk about what happened on Twitch earlier, because I think that was.
So yeah,
little
that
bit
changed your
eye-opening.
mood.
His face.
Did
is,
it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
His
You
face is dead. I actually still may have that chat up if you want me to go through it.
Back into there's no reason to go through it. What's that gonna do? It's just gonna make me angry.
Yeah. You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Yeah, the side of my face swells up.
Gotta go back in time.
Oh, hurts. I
It's
don't know
because
what's going on.
you probably fell asleep on it.
No,
You were laying on it.
it just hurt. It's up. It's okay. It'll get better.
Are you having Bell's palsy?
No, something's wrong with my ear.
Okay.
A little ear pain. Little ear pain.
So we're gonna talk about what happened, or we're not? Just to get it out.
I don't know what yeah.
I think it's an important revelation to what you found out. So if you haven't been listening all day, in the 5 o'clock hour, Jenny came by, and then in
Jenny,
the 6
I-
o'clock hour,
Jenny's the best.
She is
I like Jenny.
She gave Matt a
She hit me.
makeover,
a makeover.
Yeah.
which was a really awesome bit. It
And,
was to help.
funny.
It was funny. It was fun.
It's funny.
Matt did
It's
look
fun.
great. That's not even a joke.
Look good. Look very good.
And
Still
Jenny
got
did a
some-
tremendous job.
Can't get the lipstick off. So
Yeah,
It's gonna be there for a while.
Yeah, we knew
Yeah.
that. We knew
Kiss.
that.
put the
Yeah, we knew
Lotion in
that.
the basket.
it's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah.
You can.
All right, Sarah Palin, slow down. And so it was a good
It
was a good bit.
2 hours of
bit.
Right,
of
of
the show
radio.
today. Yeah.
Right.
It's a good bit.
And then Matt stayed in makeup with wig.
Yeah, because I got no
And-
problem with it.
Right, and we moved on to
were
another
just talking
bit.
about music.
Right, we were talking about something else, and Matt ended up going behind to run the computer.
Producing, yeah.
That's what it do.
And Matt went on a certain site.
Are we still on the Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Just to yeah,
I don't know, man.
and they were assholes.
Yeah. And I mean, they always are.
Oh, is there?
Right.
Proof positive.
And
Earlier in the day, they called us the Fats.
You know,
No, they didn't even call us.
To be fair, we fished for that and we got it.
Yeah.
right.
Hey.
But
have
but
some fun with it.
but it obviously changed your mood a little bit.
No, it didn't change my mood. I was. Everything changes my mood.
You know what's crazy is this is something to notice with you. Somebody that knows you takes a shot at you, does anything. It doesn't affect you as much. Maybe
Well,
it's just
this
'cause
was
you
different
know.
than taking a shot. Like, I don't have a problem with people taking shots
Okay.
because I'll take shots back
Right.
and put their home phone number out on the. I got no problem with
Chicago,
that.
Right.
Happens.
Illinois. It's crazy.
We'll call them.
Okay.
I got no problem with that. It's just God, it's like it. It's just really nice to be like a straight white guy.
You don't know that's a straight white guy. Let's not go with the stereotypes. What we do,
Oh, I'm
know,
pretty sure.
but let's not do that.
No,
Because
Look, no. This is why I say that, because it's pretty good to be a straight white guy.
why?
Because
Why-
nobody's
why-
taking shots at straight white guys.
bullshit.
Nobody's taking shots at straight white guys.
Not in the same
But
way.
not in the same way. Look, I can go outside and everything's fine. But if I was transgendered, if I was something else, it's fucking bullshit. I don't know why you want to get me to a point where I'm getting pissed off about this stuff now. But it's just it's nice that I know that I can go outside and being a straight white guy. And when I say straight white guy, I don't really mean heterosexual or homosexual. I mean just a straight white guy that doesn't try to that just conforms to whatever society deems is normal. Because the second you go out and you're like you're different, or you try to put some sort of there's automatically a stigma against you, and people don't understand it. Then people lash out.
This is
that's a problem.
People are assholes. First of all,
People are assholes.
But it's got nothing to do with
Absolutely.
being a straight white guy. Here's what it is.
But you're misinterpreting what I say is straight white guy.
Then-
and you know what? As you
Right.
not being a white guy,
Right.
not being a straight white guy, you don't know what I'm talking about.
No, but what I don't
And I don't mean that in a bad, condescending way at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, being a straight white guy, and I know that people like to go out and say, "Oh, white privilege doesn't exist," but as a straight white guy, I never run into problems like that. I never get judged like that. I never get attacked.
Here's the deal to me, okay? From what I see, and I hate when people break it down to something as simple as straight white guy, because it's
You're getting
not
hung up on straight.
Well, no,
You're getting hung up on
because
what
you
I mean
guys
by
keep
straight.
saying straight white guy, straight
But
white
you're
guy.
getting hung up on straight being homosexual and heterosexual.
Don't use those words.
Okay,
then.
well then a fucking normie.
Because no, what
I'm
I'm
a
saying,
guy. I can use a
but what
ton
I'm
of
saying-
words.
but-
I know a lot of synonyms.
Okay, well then use words that don't. Words have meaning. So when you say
yeah,
straight
and you know
white
what?
guy-
Straight doesn't necessarily mean homosexual or heterosexual.
Okay, what does straight mean?
Straight means
Normal?
a straight fucking norm white
What's
guy.
norm? What's norm?
That's the way I feel. Is what's normal.
What is norm?
But
because when
society-
you say because when you
because you're ignoring the fact that society judges a certain book, a certain.
society judges, you're looking at certain books that society judges. Society
not-
judges
you're taking-
every book.
You're taking that conservative kind of.
No,
I'm
no,
being
no.
attacked because
No,
somebody
no,
is saying.
I am not. We're saying words have meaning. So when you say straight, define straight.
I just did, and I did. You know what? I as soon as I said straight, I went back and amended that to say I don't mean homosexual and heterosexual.
Then how do you mean straight?
I told you exactly
Well,
what I mean. What's normal? You're picking apart what I'm saying and not listening to what I'm saying.
I am listening to
You're
what you're
not,
saying.
but then why are you attacking the words
I'm not-
that
first
I'm
of all,
saying?
first of all, I'm
and
not
you're not
attacking.
trying to get the meaning
I'm
behind
not
what
attacking.
I'm saying.
I'm trying to get the definition because
What's the fucking point, man? You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
you know what? You're the one attacking right now because what I'm trying to say is that there is no. When you say shit, everybody gets attacked. People get attacked for different reasons. People get attacked for being bald. People get attacked for being fat. People get attacked for being gay.
Yes.
People get attacked for being black. People get attacked for being white. People get attacked for being Spanish, short, tall, skinny. People get attacked for everything. Everybody who complains about people attacking somebody laugh at somebody else. Which is why this is all bullshit to me. Because people complain about who they're being attacked. Because
step back.
I'm just saying.
Step back.
I don't know that anybody's necessarily
Step
even
back for a
disagree
second.
with you either.
We're not. This is what I'm saying. Okay, look. Okay. Maybe here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
The second that I'm in makeup without trying to understand
Right.
why that might be the case, it's automatic to this is weird. I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable.
Okay.
I'm gonna say bad things. That's what I mean.
I get that.
That's what I mean.
And
as a straight, as a normal looking, regular white dude who goes out in the
Right.
world, I don't have to deal with shit. And I'm telling you, man,
In the same way.
I don't have to deal with shit.
I understand what you're saying when you say that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's all I mean.
And I don't deal with shit as a Hispanic male who's not exactly Caucasian.
No, you're
I'm
right.
darker. Okay, so that's why.
You're right.
And that's why when people say straight white, I don't like those words because those words
That makes sense.
put an image, and that's why I'm saying define it because when you say straight, you're talking. This is the normal.
I can only talk from a straight
Right.
white guy.
But for me, it's not about It's not about straight or white. It's about anybody who doesn't conform to the norm.
You're right, you're right.
And here's the thing.
You know what?
Everybody,
You picked on something interesting, though. You don't have that problem as a Hispanic.
no.
But what's the difference between, like obviously you're non-white.
I'm sorry?
Obviously you're non-white.
Okay, right.
What's the difference between I don't understand why black dudes have so many problems, you know? What's the difference?
Here's my thing.
Why have we gotten so compartmentalized with color and race?
But it's not only that. That's what we concentrate on. It's not only that. It's everything. It's short. It's fat. It's blonde. Whatever people who sit there and judge one person, this is why I hate this. Is because the same person will sit there and say straight white, which gives you an image, will make fun of that straight white person for being fat or being short or being bald. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's not straight white. We make fun of people, and period. And when you make fun of somebody, this is why to me it's a hypocrisy, because you can't make fun of a black person because you're racist.
I know,
but that same person who's going to shame you for making fun of a black person will make fun of a fat person and have no problem with it. And that's hypocrisy to me. You treat everybody, and I'm not one of these. Like somebody said, I got into something with somebody, and they said you can't be racist if you're white. Bullshit. Yeah, you can. I mean, if you're not white, you can't be racist to a white person. Sure, you can.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you there.
But there are people who will sit there and say this thing, and they justify things because it's not a black person, or it's not a woman, or it's not a gay person. And to me, you make fun of a gay person being gay, and you make fun of a fat person for being fat. Same thing. It's the same thing. You're humiliating them because they don't follow the norm.
I think again, I'm not expressing myself well because you're
sleepy.
I was sleepy. I was napping.
You're more awake now.
Now I am. So I realize I'm not expressing myself right. Because I think it's beyond making. I think it's. You're right when it comes to making fun of things. I got no problem. I'll make fun of whatever.
So
I think I don't think I'm expressing myself right. I think it's I think it's something different.
Let me throw an idea out here. I think people like being included, and the whatever the group is constantly changes and shifts to be whatever the group is in the moment. Because Fredo may be a Hispanic male. When he's in here, he's a contemporary for us.
Yeah.
Even when he's not in here, like when he's out north, like it's still
he's smoking a cigar.
Well, I think that's weird.
The definition of the groups change and shift, but there's a lot of groups that whenever they form based on specifically exclusion of others. That's what makes the brown juice.
And that's why when you say straight white,
I don't think I've ever thought of you as anything but like Alfredo, and I don't mean that to be like
that's like
exactly, I'm so forward thinking. I don't really think about color. I think of people as individuals,
right? Which I do too. But when we start to say things, and this is why I don't like straight white male, because and you say it's conservative. It's not conservative.
You know why I said that? I got mad.
I know you.
I'm telling you what happened. Whatever because what was said also wasn't. I think this is what made I can deal with people making fun of something because I know how to
jokes,
but it wasn't jokes.
It was thoughts.
It was some kind of weird vibe that I got. So as soon as I read it and I felt it, I never felt that, and so I think why I jumped on the straight. I just get so mad, and I felt that and lashed out with the straight white male thing was because. That was one of the first times where I really thought outside of being a straight white male.
Right. But it's the same straight white male who saw you as a straight white male when he was making fun of you for being fat. And he's looking at you as a straight white male.
No, you're right.
And so
there's a different kind of weird vibe with that.
To me, see, you see it weird. I don't see it weird. I see it when the same people who will criticize A laugh at B. And you know what? That makes you no better than the A that you're criticizing.
You're right.
So that's why when people go straight white, I'm like, no, you're looking at it too limited. It's not about a straight white male because a bunch of black people will make fun of a fat guy. A bunch of Asians will make fun of a short person. No, that's wrong because Asians are short. But a bunch of Asians will make fun of a bald person. It's all.
But we all can agree that they have tiny penises.
Yes.
Bald people?
No. The Asians.
Oh,
Asians have
well,
tiny
I only have.
and
my,
they're good at math. Not all stereotypes. Are bad.
I guess I just meant straight white male is in. I was
bad at small
I was
penises.
putting myself. I was classifying myself as that. You know.
It's just so,
It's a-
to
it's
me,
a fallback,
and you
and it's a
and you
natural
threw
mammal thing,
the
dude.
conservative, so I'll throw the liberal. To me, it's a liberal thing to say.
But you know I'm not liberal.
Yeah, I know, but it's.
I get mad at anybody who falls into the extremist
But to me, that's a liberal view.
If you label me,
if there's
you
if
negate
you're going to
me.
label somebody, you're going to make fun of somebody, you must be a straight white male. And you don't have to be a straight white male because
You know what?
women are the first ones to make fun of fat people.
I think you're right.
And they're not
Damn right.
male, and they don't have to be white.
I think what happens there though, I think it's because they're mad and they're using that to label and lash out.
Which is
so it's
right.
being used as a kind of a
You're talking
pejorative.
about the straight white male, yeah. But the thing is that becomes dangerous because it leads to and because people do not
Well,
define
it leads
this as
to
white.
it leads to also like on the surface level, it leads to misunderstanding.
Right.
So me throwing that out there wasn't me labeling straight white males. It was me trying to, as a straight white male, explain how I felt when, because that was just a weird aggression I've never felt.
I feel like, again, though, it should be pointed out. Like, we're talking about getting made fun of as fat earlier. Like, oh, really funny jokes. You guys don't miss meals. As opposed to what were they? They weren't necessarily making fun.
Well, no, they weren't
there
making
was
fun.
no
They're not
fun.
making.
I guess we're gonna have to go into
Well,
it.
no,
Exactly.
there-
Let's go into it.
There's
Because
no
I think
making
that's
fun.
also a miss.
When you say a
the
fat joke,
conversation here.
it's not making fun. You're belittling that. When you say any joke that attacks
it
a
is,
certain thing,
But I think there's an intent into it where even though people aren't that smart, you know, people aren't as.
I'll tell you this.
I'll
as
even
a-
say people aren't even as smart as the people in this room right now.
living up in Fredericksburg, I bounced at a gay bar, so I saw plenty of transgender people, trans people who people who just wear women's clothing, have no intention of going through the operation. So I saw plenty of that. Okay, and I saw plenty of people, the same people who would make fun, who I would escort out for making fun of a transgender person, would turn around and make fun of a black person, and make fun of a fat person, and make fun of a female because she looked butch. Okay, and sometimes they were straight white males, sometimes they were gay white males, sometimes they were straight black males, sometimes they were gay black females. So I get when you start to say straight white male. To me, it's throwing a racial intent that the racial is it's not.
But
a
you know what?
racial
I
thing.
also wanted to hurt those feelings.
But then you're no better than them.
Good.
Because then because you're also when you say that
Good.
when they attack you because they're attacking you because they believe that you're transgender or they believe you're dressing as a woman, whatever.
You were a dude with
okay.
makeup on at the time.
They're attacking all. So when you which they don't need to. So when you say and you're attacking straight white males, you're attacking all straight white males. Not all straight white males think that way. But you're lumping them all together.
Good.
No, and that's not good at all.
Let me throw something out.
Let's just napalm it.
Let me throw something out about the grouping, though. It seems to be a weird thing as far as people sequester into the groups, and then there's a joking attack, even if it's something that they really mean. All right, it's almost exclusionary. Sometimes it's inclusive to be like poke at you to bring you in a little bit. The wording of it, I read through it when I first sat down over here. And I was like, yeah, that is a little weird. It's like but it wasn't so much a hey, we're in this group and hey, look at that weirdo over there. It was a hey, I don't like that. I'm uncomfortable kind of thing. It was more of a. But
it felt more dangerous.
It wasn't a joking thing. It was a hey, here's an honest thought. That's unnerving.
Okay,
that's unnatural.
But now
and that's weird.
Okay, so somebody now here's the thing.
What?
Somebody coming out and saying that's unnatural to me. It's weird. Versus you're a XYZ. Using something that can be negative, but two different things.
With name calling,
I know.
Name calling,
but see that, and now that becomes dangerous if you get a guy who comes out and says, "I'm uncomfortable with this. This is weird," which to that point you don't know the person's background, and to me, you need to. That's a person you talk to because there's a chance to educate that person.
There's a disconnect, and that's where
Right.
the break happens.
Versus a guy being
when
an
I think
asshole.
I'm having a heart attack.
If there's a person who looks at, let's use weight. Let's get away from that. Let's use weight. A person who comes
yeah,
up to
that's
me.
probably causing the heart attack.
Okay, if a person looks at you and goes, "Wow, I've never seen anybody that big. That's kind of weird to me."
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not joking.
I know.
All right, so please let's be serious for 10 seconds. You sit there and you look at that
Serious
person.
questions,
You sit there and you talk to that person, and that makes me uncomfortable to see somebody that large. You sit there and you talk to them because they're not being an asshole. It might make them uncomfortable. Okay, and they need to be educated. Versus a guy going, you're fucking fat, but you really could miss a meal. That's a dick.
Yeah, I can deal with that.
Yeah, and
Okay,
that's easier
but
for you.
To me, I would rather deal with the person who's uncomfortable because that's a person that needs to be educated. Once he's educated, he can either accept it or not. But if we
Like they're
don't,
both dangerous.
this is when you talk about let's have a conversation.
Word.
Let's have a conversation. If a person is uneducated, educate them. If a person's an asshole, beat the shit up. Beat the shit out of them
Cat didn't run He was
because
just kinda
they're an
there.
asshole. Okay, a guy was sitting here making fun of us for being fat. That's an asshole.
I can deal with that.
He needs to get his ass kicked. A person who sits here and feels uncomfortable because we're fat and has never been around that. That's a person who needs to be
I
educated.
don't like that.
Okay, that's a person you need to educate.
It's harder because that's more real.
Okay, well that's
Well, no, I'm agreeing with you.
Right.
The jokes are, that's just what it is. That isn't real. That's the front you're putting up. You're being a dick. I don't associate with dicks. Or it's like, you're being playful. You're part of the group. Come in. But when it's more real
Now,
like that, it's easier to. It's harder to.
I got to tell you guys.
I have to confront now. Now it has to be a real
but
conversation.
but people talk about let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation.
Nobody wants a real conversation.
Well, then don't say it. Then don't say let's have a conversation.
I don't say it.
as it gets right to attack.
But we're
that's
talking.
your
I'm
defense
talking about right. That's
mechanism
true.
going
But
on.
I'm talking about society, and there are these words, and you want, and let's make it conservative, liberal. There's these words liberals throw around. Okay, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. But they're the ones who are uncomfortable. And they want to lash out, and then they want to use words like straight white male, which
It's just tough. It's tough for me to deal with.
It's
just
immediately
It's
segregated.
which I
just
can-
it's
I-
tough
and
for
I
me to
understand
deal with
that.
just because I don't think in those terms.
Sure.
You know,
I get it.
And you're also, if somebody attacks you or a group you feel a part of, you don't take it as personal, but you're very quick to defend others that people are attacking.
I martyr myself a lot.
and you know what?
Hey,
That's
you know
not a
what?
bad
I
thing.
get the same thing.
Here's what it is, and I think you can probably relate to this: is that I created an asshole persona because I thought it was funny, and the real problem is I'm deeply empathetic,
Yeah.
and because of that, the fact that I created that character and I lived it for a long time,
Yeah.
not just in my public life, but in my personal life too, where I went along with the jokes and I'm
bit.
self-centered, and I got into the bit, and the bit did nothing but constantly hurt me on the inside, but because I was projecting it on the outside, it got worse and worse, and I got to a point, and I think a lot of people saw a complete tonal shift in how I present myself on the outside in my public persona. I think a lot of people saw a complete shift this summer when I was going through some things, and I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't deal with how people still. There's still a lot of people that I don't think that picked up on the fact that I'm just not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that bit anymore.
Right.
Well,
I can't take it anymore, and that's the problem.
Look,
That was your defense,
I've
is
been
that
away
strong
from.
show.
I've lived the bit. Justin was the
bit is
first
the bit.
person who came up with the bit that you're the bit. And that was in a serious
You're right.
conversation. And I've been the bit.
I think we've all
Since-
been living this bit, and I think it's done damage
but
to us.
Of course it has.
I
but
didn't
that's
mean
part
to get.
of,
I don't mean to get loud with you, but I am
I'm a
such
hurricane.
a raw nerve lately
am I.
that anytime I just can't handle it. And you know what? The problem has been that I immediately get mad and I get mean. So, but here's what I'm trying to do is I've got to make sure that I'm not doing that because of the bit, and I'm just so when you call me out for something like the straight male, I'm mad about it, But you're right, and I need to correct that kind of behavior and be a little more open to all sides.
I get
Not
it.
just I'm mad,
Right.
and I'm gonna fucking punch things in the face.
Well, it's the same thing with me.
And that's exactly what I do, because that's
Right.
why I chose those words. I showed them very specifically because I wanted to punch people in the face. But I was just arguing with somebody lately that there's been a lot of like eye for an eye kind of
Sure.
thinking, where it's like this has happened to me, so I want to get back at them for doing
Well,
that.
this guy's doing
and
that.
I hate that.
Look, I part of
you
the
can't
reason
And I was
justify
kind of
bad
doing the
behavior
exact
with
same
worse.
thing right there.
here's look. I got out of radio. Part of it had to do with money, but a lot of it also had to do with the fact that people believe the bit Alfredo is Alfredo, and I think everybody here except for Nate, because Nate never answers the phone.
Yeah.
I get scared and I hide.
Which is fine,
That's my
but
defense
but I
mechanism.
know you've known when I've reached out to you and I've talked to you. Justin's known me for years, and Justin, if I've had
We've had real talk.
we've had deep conversations. So you guys knowing me on an intimate level, know that the bit is part of me, but it's not me. It's a part of me. Part of why I got out of radio is because people couldn't make a difference between the bit Alfredo and Alfredo.
Yes.
And there are people who
And they continue to talk to you like that,
Right.
Like they can get away with
Exactly.
it with no kind of understanding.
exactly. Hence why I've gone away, and it's fun for me to come in and do this and be the occasional guest on the show, whatnot, because I still want to entertain people.
Well, this is also a safe place.
Right. Well, no, I'll go anywhere, but this is a safe
This
place.
roof's gonna cave in any
And
minute.
God, please.
Also,
Lights
the
are
bugs,
hanging over.
they keep getting in.
Now, okay,
They don't
now
respect the
now
bugs.
I do, because I think
I got
we're
a
at the top of
mosquito
the
bite on
hour,
the
so
top
we
of
have
my foot,
to
it
we have
hurts.
to do. So we'll continue this on the other side.
Yeah, man.
I do want to
serious
say one
talk's over.
thing.
Uh-huh.
There was a second layer in all of that that I don't think anybody picked up on.
Okay.
That pissed me off even more.
All right.
So
after-
so we'll do that.
That's
after
a
the
little.
break.
That's a little radio tease.
So at
Is
the-
that what they? We'll talk about that after the
Professional.
break.
Yeah, wait like a second. We're gonna go to
Also,
the fun stuff right quick, and then we'll be right back.
We'll lines you up. What's your favorite tease on the other side?
6229696. I want you guys to think about that.
At the sign of
After the
the
break,
I'm
take it on the
offended.
We gotta-
inside.
we-
It's
we-
3 o'clock straight up.
We got to take some time. We got to pay some bills. Keep the lights on. So
So that's why Matt has to go to work on Monday. I'm sorry, Matt. That's me. Sound of the chime. It'll be 3:01 o'clock. Shit, that's a
Chime?
rough chime. And the kitty cat clock.
Gotta go back in chime.
Shut up. As always, I'm sorry that you didn't serve it. As always, brought to you by Bojangles with an apostrophe over the S because. Holy shit, catch the chicken, it's falling off the goddamn plate.
What the fuck
What are
are
the
you-
biscuits gonna do? Those gravy fries
What
at
are you-
Bojangles?
what are you
Really?
talking about?
Oh, nothing. Never mind. The Bojangles. It's the home of sorrow and sadness. Why were those boots were made in Japan? I saw that. I see something new every time we go through this. Are those both plastic or are those metal?
Are you looking at
It's
something?
weird. What the hell are they doing? Oh, they're making soup. It's gonna be a delicious soup. We get the meat, we add some water,
Hot
and
chicken water.
and we put our feet in it because, whatever. Bojangles, look at that. It's in a box, so it must be okay. You're not going to die. It's... Everybody ready? Everybody ready?
All right.
Get your hands ready. Your 2 hands. I'm glad the camera's on the couch. It's bow time. That was on me. I'm sorry, guys.
You fucking.
I did that.
The Bojangles clap is.
Yeah, clap, clap.
Clap, clap. Clap it up, boys.
Just talking off mic.
Vesuvius. No songs this time around.
All right.
Guys.
What?
My favorite tease?
Strip tease.
Sweet.
That's a good movie.
Plain
Sweet.
white.
Sweet.
Plain white tees.
God damn, that's good too.
Plain white
I was
tees.
gonna go sweet teas. Fredo doesn't know about that.
What? Sweet tees? No,
See, I'm excluding
unsweet
diabetics.
Unsweet tees.
I'm a jerk.
No, I could go unsweet tees.
Yeah, but they're not nice.
They're delicious.
Really? Do you like it? Do you drink it like a coffee? Like other people would drink a coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
Okay, have you had coffee? You've
Yeah,
heard of
I've
it?
had. I've fucking
It's just-
50
it's
years.
just-
I've tried to drink coffee.
You've
Everybody
seen
tries to
coffee,
give me
right? You've heard of
I've
it.
tried to drink
Coffee has a rep, and it's probably gotten around to you at this point, right?
Sure.
Tea, unsweetened, kind of like that. Thing?
Got a rep.
No,
It's got a rep. It's got
Yes.
a rep. People go, it's
Mr.
disgusting.
Lipton. Hello, I'm here representing tea.
When coffee's got a rep, unsweet tea's got a rep.
Mr. Coffee, perhaps you've seen my machines around town.
I haven't seen shit since Joe DiMaggio died. He was the
We
spokesman
can get your
for
eyes
Mr.
checked.
Coffee.
Hold on.
He's the
Yes.
spokesman.
Can you read this?
Can you read the plasma TV that's off? It's plasma because that's outdated and antiquated now. But still, it actually has a better response
Why
time.
are you sitting
uh,
there making fun of Matt's TV?
Well, it was my TV. I
was
stole
my
it from his
mom's
mom's fair and square.
I stole it from them.
He stole it from us
Wow.
after we stole another TV.
So I think, Justin, can you help me put it in my car? So let's
It's only
continue the,
fair.
stand.
He's going to
well,
take it back to Matt's mom.
I also
Puerto
stole a shotgun, so
Because you know I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm going to steal. That's what I do.
Hey.
It's-
stab you during a card game.
Yeah, I will. I will.
Stab you.
That's
for
not even a. That's not
hurricane.
even a Puerto Rican thing. That's just.
That's a Puerto Rican.
That's a
stereotype.
Fredo thing.
Well, it's because I'm Puerto Rican now. That's where it comes from.
You got to be ready for a
Fredo
poke in the
thing.
belly.
Straight flush.
Yeah, I've been, yeah, not the first time. Yeah, I've been stabbed.
Last fight you've been in.
Oh shit. Okay.
You know that's his line, right?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I
The
didn't-
last fight that I've been
Man,
in.
my Stas
Here's
Stats
here-
Caliber.
Do you want to? Do you actually want to
Gotta
hear
be
the
ready.
last fight I was in?
Yeah, what's the last fight you were in?
Last fight I was in.
Last hour?
I was DJing.
Was it Don?
No. This
Was
was
it Dan?
a physical fight.
Last DJ.
The
Donnie?
last time that I was in a fight, I was DJing at a pool hall.
At a pool cue.
At a pool hall.
It's right on the tip.
It's,
They just lined up.
and
Hey, what's
and
up?
this guy asked me to he requested a record,
Uh-huh.
and I said, yeah, I'll play it. I said I'll play it for you. And other people kept coming up behind me,
In-ground?
behind him. Other people kept coming up behind him and saying, requesting records and giving me $1. So I
Right.
played theirs. So a guy comes up again.
Just gave him the medical.
So a guy comes up again and says, hey, you haven't played my song. I said, look, I'm going to play it, but these people have been requesting, they're paying me. Oh, so I got to give you money. No, you don't got to give me money,
Yes.
but these people have chosen to give me money. I'm going to take care of them first. I'm going to take care of you.
That's
But
how it works, fella.
Right.
How about you grease the wheels, sir?
I'm not going to tell you to give me money, and I'm going to tell you I'm going to play it, but if people are giving me
Go
money,
get you an envelope.
I'm going to go take care of them. So he
I
kept
like
drinking,
envelopes.
kept drinking. And he comes up to me and he said, "You fucking play my song." I said, "You know what? Now you're being a dick. Now I'm not going to play your song." And he said, "Fuck you and your mother." And I said, "Excuse me?"
Um,
And he said, "Fuck you and your mother."
That's not
All
good.
right.
And I said, "My mother's dead, and you're about to meet her." And it came from around the booth. I grabbed him.
Good comeback.
I slammed him into a change machine.
And then his
Punched
song
him.
started to play.
No,
If
no.
you like pina colada,
Took him.
Saturday night's so
I took him into I took him into the pool, and I'm punching into the pool
In-ground?
room,
Above ground?
punching him, and I pushed him
There's
on the
the
pool
room for the
table.
joke.
And
Fuck,
when
hold
people
on.
pulled me off, I had grabbed a cue ball, and I was getting ready to
Hey,
punch him in the face.
we don't like being called that.
You asked me a fucking thing, and I'm telling you a story seriously, and you're being
I felt like it was a personal attack, like I was being
really.
excluded. Continue. I'm sorry. Sir.
So I grabbed the cue ball, and just as
Oh,
I'm getting
come
ready
on,
to punch him,
because he's bald.
It's all right.
don't ask me to tell a serious story if you're gonna fucking.
I want
be
the
dicks.
serious story.
No, you don't. You want to.
I love
You
your
want to be
serious
dicks,
story.
and then that's when I get pissed off.
I'll
Is when
stop.
I'm-
Matt,
But
and that'll
the story's
start
over.
now.
The story's over. Okay, so that's the last time I got
Did
into
you
a fight.
kill the
What'd you do
motherfucker?
with
I
the
was
cue
going
ball?
to. They just as I pulled back to punch him with the cue ball in my mouth, and in his mouth. I was gonna punch him in his mouth.
Okay.
Cue ball in my hand to punch him in the mouth. They pulled my arm back and they pulled me off him. That was the last fight I got into.
Shove it up his ass. He'll never get it out. It'd be great.
Don says he's watching this from the timeline that this is hilarious in.
So, hey, wait a minute.
On another timeline.
I don't get into fights because I really want to kill somebody.
You get in a fight. It's 0 to I'm going to murder you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Gotta go back in time.
So anyway,
Good time.
last hour, Matt T something.
Yes.
You should leave the kitty alone. Leave that cat alone.
Don't tease
He just wants food.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the mic down because my arm's going numb.
Oh.
Okay.
It's
So
become
what? So
numb.
okay. So what was the second layer?
The one that we didn't pick up on.
So, what?
Peanut butter, jelly. How you make the
They
sandwich?
they finally left
Uh-huh.
because we weren't engaging with them at all.
So you weren't a guy, right? Which is what they're looking for is attention.
There's this new thing that's come out where people want entertainment to be expressly molded directly for them and to unfold the way that they want entertainment to unfold. And if it doesn't happen, they get mad and they whine and they just
leave.
don't support.
Right.
Which is fine. Don't
Which
support.
and which is
But don't come
ridiculous
asking for that
because
shit.
yeah, no kidding. Because they would have definitely gotten. Who knows what they would have gotten? Nothing.
Cue ball.
I would have just been like, "Oh, hi guys."
We would've had some fun.
thanks
And
for
that's
showing.
what they want. And you know what? That's not a good show. Not that this is a good show or anything. I'm not
No,
claiming
it's
that
not.
this is the
But
best
you know
show.
what?
It's realer. I'd rather have a real
It's
conversation.
It's 3:00 in the morning. Show.
I'd rather
This
have
is
a
a
real
show-
conversation than have. Oh, hey, so and so, I see you in the thing. You know, hey, hi.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
another one, hey,
But
hi.
that's all they want.
And that's fine for it's fine, and I think it works for streamers to an
I think
extent.
that's why we just need to stop
Because
being
it
on
fills.
Twitch, and Twitch needs to.
No,
That's really-
no. You change it. You just let it be there, and you ignore it if you need to, and that's fine.
But I don't
What's
think he
going
can.
on Twitch right now?
I don't think he can ignore it. Is
There's
the
a-
point?
There's a couple viewers in there.
Okay.
and,
I don't think. I
I'm not
think,
attacking Twitch.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think the point
Yeah,
is I
they've,
think
they've
you
been positive and
can't.
very pleasant. They're nice.
I don't think you can ignore it, which is the issue.
Well, here's my issue, and this is my issue as a creator. As somebody who's a creator who creates stuff and puts stuff out there, it's you can do
I
that.
actually want to say hi to him then.
Well, say hi.
Hello, horny goatee.
Great name.
It is.
That's a good name. Here's the thing,
Special
though.
treat.
If you bend to whatever people want, it's going to affect the art.
Sure.
I'm not saying that like what we do is like some highbrow art, but there's an art to it. There's an art to how we approach it, and there's an art to how we execute.
Sure.
If you try to put something out there that's just directly, hey, I see you out there, guy,
Joe?
15.
Joe?
Gentlemen.
Right.
It's gonna affect the show. And if you try to if you like on the narrative side, like if you try to put like something like a piece out that is it's gonna take on the like a bland quality. And I think a lot of our entertainment is starting to get kind of bland, and because people are too scared to
Say no
have
to
an
the
effect
audience?
on people and to say no to the audience. They want to say yes, and they want to make sure that it's this beautiful marketed piece that goes out and pulls in a maximum number of people.
There's a healthy place for engagement. Like you go to the Facebook page, damn near 100% like within a minute of engagement.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's-
Justin's on top of that shit, and you know what? That makes for a better page because that's a great place for that.
Here's
It,
something.
it steers the page, and it does what it's supposed to do. It
I'm gonna tell
engages,
you
it brings you
when-
in. Now watch the show.
when I was a DJ. When I was a DJ in bars. Okay, my job was to entertain the crowd.
Right.
There were times when I would see the one person who wasn't dancing or wasn't paying attention,
one.
bobbing their head, tapping their feet, and I started to try to focus on that one person.
That's-
You know what happened?
Yeah.
I lost the crowd because I tried to focus on the one person.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing was, it wasn't that the person didn't like what I was playing. The person had his own issues. So the person might have had a bad day at work or got into a fight. And here I'm taking it personal. That they're not dancing. Everybody's dancing except for this person, and it's because they don't like me. When the reality is it had nothing to do with me.
Right.
True, but this is your art.
You're
right. As
internalizing-
somebody who
Right.
cares about what they're putting out and the quality,
But the
that's
problem,
going to affect you.
right? But the problem is that in concentrating on that one person, I lost the rest of the crowd.
Did you try playing Jamiroquai? It works for me.
Sure.
The
Virtual
point being
insanity.
the point being that you can try a little bit to take care of the
Tenderness?
one person, but if it's got to be quick, and if you can't, you dismiss them, because if you concentrate on the one person, you're going to lose the crowd. Is the point? You're not going to get everybody. You
take a shot in
You're
their
just
direction.
not. You give them you give them a little nod. You say, hey, whatever. If they keep going on and they're not happy and they're looking for the attention, you got to stop. Because if you got 100 people and you're worried about the one, you're going to lose 99 because you're catering to the one.
Well, in our case, it will lose the other two.
We'll lose the other two because you're catering to the one.
So
Keep
just
the
one.
two and lose the one.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but it does, and it's not just happening though with stuff that we're doing and what we're putting out there. And this is, you know what? It's been a bad week for this stuff anyway because I had some people just not liking some stuff that I was doing
Sure.
and going back and just making dumb comments like, I can't, what, WTF? Well, look, what did I find? It's pretty self-explanatory if you watch it. I mean,
Well, you know what, and that's
I don't know.
There's also an issue
Maybe I
with
came back to all this too early.
with the level of the level of communicative nature of
The communicative.
the communicative nature. That's a tough
Communicative.
one.
It's too hard word
Communicative.
for
Why can I say
The
that?
way
broadcast
shit's
for-
connected.
I can't say fucking
17
Cal Ripken, but I can
hours.
say communicative.
People always feel
Carl
like
Rapkin is a good guy.
Carl.
Carl
Carl
Rapkin.
no, I can't
Carl
say
Rape
Cal.
Kit. You said
Rip-
Rape Kit. God damn it.
I can't say Cal Ripken, but I can say communicative without a problem.
You were scared, but you made it.
Communicative. That's
Very
easy.
proud of you.
Why don't you say it?
No.
Spell it.
People always think that they have to say something.
Yeah.
Like, even if you have an opinion and it's shitty, it has to be said. You can have a shitty opinion and just, keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah.
How about just, if you really hate anything I do, ignore me. That makes
Don't
that
listen.
discourages the best possible
That's
way.
the best thing to do. Just
Rather than
ignore.
piss
Just
me off.
ignore. Move on. Because there's nothing that we're doing that's anti people out there that makes sense, which it doesn't. Like, we're not putting out content to discourage people.
No.
So I don't understand why we're getting back
We love all
comments
y'all, babies.
specifically to discourage us.
Because
Right.
people are assholes.
Yeah, right.
And there are people who are jealous of the fact that, for whatever this is, they can't do it.
Yeah.
And they want to hate on you because they can't. They hate you because they ain't you.
I heard a very
words.
wise man say that once.
Yeah.
James Franco.
They hate us because they ain't us.
James.
They hate us because you're
they-
wearing
They
us.
hate
They
us.
hate us.
They hate us
'Cause we're racist.
because they
all
hate
we're
us.
doing is just
They're
quoting
asses.
movies at this point.
Right. They hate
we
us because
can't
they're anus.
we can't form actual thoughts anymore. So we're just going back to movies we saw.
Gotta go
Hey
back
guys,
in
I
time.
think we're gonna need a bigger boat.
Hey, okay, you
We're,
want to
not, we're in the house.
Fredo, can I have a quick discussion with you?
Houseboat.
Yeah, what's going on?
You've seen Jaws, right?
Yes.
Good, because that would have really fucked up the whole premise.
Okay.
Good. There's a line in the movie, right?
Show me the-
Where Chief Brody and his wife are there, and she's like got a bottle of wine. She says something along the lines of, "Hey, you want to get drunk and fool around?" And he says, "Oh yeah," right?
Okay.
Very, almost kind of a throwaway line in the middle of the movie. It's like, hey, that's a deep cut if that's what you're going to quote for him. The wife the other day, she loves that line and said something about, hey, you want to get drunk and fool around as the Chief Brody's wife. I am supposed to respond as Chief Brody and say,
Oh yeah. Right.
But instead you say,
I decided I don't want to do that line from Jaws. I want to do other lines from Jaws. So I immediately just jump into Quint. Y'all know me. And I put my fingers on the chalkboard and just scraped down. It didn't go over very well, and I got in trouble.
As well.
I think it was a good choice.
No. She was obviously in the mood.
No, she wasn't. She wanted to do lines from Jaws. I understand this.
Oh,
There's no moods no more.
Well, she's in the mood to do the line of
Nah,
Jaws.
yes.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
you fucked it up. So you
I should have rolled with
you,
it.
you took a shot.
Well, there's no way she'll stay down with 3 barrels in her.
Took your shot, kid.
that's what you said?
That didn't go over very well at all.
Dude,
no
think
wonder you-
before you say these things?
Yeah. That's yeah.
Some bad hat, Harry. She did not like being called Harry.
I don't blame her. I'm sure she
I-
grooms
yeah,
herself.
you know what,
very
She
well.
has light hair, but she thinks it's all like thick and stuff, and she
So-
wants to like remove it. And it's like no one
Okay.
sees that shit.
So you sit there and you just.
So I said Harry, and she immediately
And
like
she
I
made
gotta
us
go
say
shave
that
it.
you could go see all my hair. That's what you did. Yeah, that wasn't bright. You're not a very bright man.
Oh wow. And you're
I mean,
fat and bald.
I think you're
Short.
I think that
Kittner.
I think you're a smart man.
I bet if we slice you open, that Kittner boy will fall out.
But I don't think that you're.
I did not use that one. I thought that one might not go over well, so I decided
I think
not-
you're a smart man.
not to use that one.
I think you're a smart man.
I told her we needed
But
to
I-
keep the beaches open,
But I don't think you're.
and then
I
I said I'd drink to her leg.
I don't think you're a bright man. I think you're a smart man, but I don't think you're a
I-
bright man. Two different things. They're two different things.
Not to cut into your bit. I don't know if I just came back to this too early.
You
Why?
mean right
This
now?
is- we were supposed to have
No, not
serious
this.
talk.
I mean, I'm seriously depressed, and I don't know if this is a good idea.
I think it's a
we
great
have
idea.
to. We have to take that one little bit of control away from you. is feedback. You're not allowed feedback. You,
awesome.
You,
Cool. I like creating a vacuum.
you need to play.
You, as a person who
Dude.
suffers from depression, which I do,
Sure.
and a person who's attempted to take his life multiple times, okay, the best thing that you can do, this is my advice, you can take it or leave it, okay, is to stay engaged.
Yeah,
Matt.
I checked out for 3 months.
I got to tell you,
No idea.
maybe it's just poor. I couldn't. I would. That's what led to the depression. I wasn't able to stay engaged.
Matt. Does
Different
creating
engagement.
Matt?
Different engaged.
Does mating? Does mating?
Just mating. Yeah.
Yeah, now
Does creating make you feel happy?
Yes.
Then create.
What was that? Yes.
Because he's feeling the
I don't
trepidation
know
that goes
if-
with it. I know that feeling.
Here's the problem. Doing this
Me?
also led
Oh.
to the bad place. Not that- like doing this specifically.
Newport News?
I don't know. Maybe I should have changed it up. Maybe I should have just changed up the medium.
Well, that's a possibility because you get to a certain point, and you're also growing as a creator.
That's true.
So maybe you need to change how you create.
And I think out of all of us, I'm also probably the only one that's in a creative field at work.
Yeah.
And
You
I
create at
think
work, yeah.
I think that leads to, because you guys go and you do your jobs, and it's different than what you're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
But when I go to do my job, it's the same muscles that I use here that I got to use at work.
But in a different way, correct?
And no, it's pretty much the same kind of
So then
ways.
maybe you need
it's
to
making videos, it's making movies,
Okay,
and
because
making commercials.
here's what I do. I like to help people. Okay, and what I found is in my
Help them out of the pants, am I right?
Well, a couple of them I have. I give you a little.
Well, I feel like even though we're getting more serious,
Right.
we still got to put jokes in
Sure,
just so
sure.
people
Yeah,
don't
people
kill
don't.
themselves
Right.
overnight.
I like to help people, and my job allows me to help people.
Mm-hmm.
I get that satisfaction of helping people. So you know what? In my personal life, I've kind of cut back on helping people.
Still help people.
Yeah, because
That makes sense.
Because I get because the people I help in my personal life end up being friends who drag me into their stuff, and also the other thing is that I get used. I get people who I help out, and then as soon as I'm done helping them, they don't fucking deal with me anymore. It's like I'm done. Thanks, appreciate it. Bye. They don't talk. They don't write. They don't call. And then that hurts me.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've throttled back on helping people in my personal life because I'm getting the satisfaction of helping people in my professional life. And now I spend my free time being happy, doing whatever the fuck I'm gonna do, whether it's smoking my cigars or doing karaoke or driving down to do this, to hang out with you guys. I do whatever I want because the satisfaction I'm getting at work. If you're getting the satisfaction of creating in a visual medium at work, then do something different to still create, but don't do it in the same medium when you get out. Right. Or,
Well, that's what I'm
you know,
starting to do.
right?
I'm starting a class this week.
Right.
That's going to hopefully facilitate writing.
Yeah, do stand-up comedy. Do something like that where you can.
Yeah, I thought about going back to stand-up comedy, and then immediately was like, nah.
Yeah, that's
I don't need that.
that's some potential
I don't need to get back
instant
into
bad
that
feedback.
communicating.
Right, but
back into the
you
community.
understand what I'm
peers.
saying, right? You understand what I'm saying? Don't do. You're getting the satisfaction of creating in a visual environment at work. Don't do it at home. Do something else at home that you can enjoy. That's creative, but where you're not using the same muscles and you're not running on automatic. And
You want to write some songs, Matt?
No,
why
not
not?
musical.
Huh?
Not musical.
How about write a musical?
You think Billy Joel's musical?
He's just a piano man.
Oh, that is a musical, isn't it?
Actually, it kind of really is.
Oh, okay.
That was a bad choice.
Bad choice.
But write a musical. Collaborate with somebody else, and you do the writing, and let them do the music. Like Justin. Justin loves to write music. Right? We were writing music earlier before.
Suck at it, but sure.
Jenny likes the D. That's a song that you can put into your musical.
Likes or wants?
Wants the D.
See, that's the
know.
editing process right there. That's collaboration.
I was thinking about
She
trying to
wants
write a
it.
play and trying to mount a play
What?
because I still like.
Theater?
I like the theater.
If you would have,
I also like.
if you would have contacted me back in April when I had this idea, I think you would have gotten to write something that I think we would have liked, and it's based on a true story.
We had to do the 48 though.
You can do it however you want to do it. I'm still waiting on Fat Cops, but it's neither here nor there.
Fat Cops. I sat down to write Fat Cops.
Here was the
Fat
premise.
Cops ain't coming out for a little while.
Yeah, I know. I might be skinny. Or I might
I'm
be
not.
fat.
I'm not. I'm just not able to write Fat Cops
That's
right now.
Okay, that's fine. But here's one, and this is serious, which might be based on, and this is why I thought 48 would be great because you don't have to be too long. But it was based on an actual phone call that I got when I was on the radio, and the premise was, caller calls in to a DJ, was going to kill themselves, and they wanted to hear a song. DJ talks to the caller, and because of the conversation they end up having, the DJ affects the caller in such a way that the caller decides not to commit suicide. DJ never knows. Essentially, not knowing the impact. Today it was a caller.
Because the shift was over.
No, because they would just
hung up on him.
They were just tonguing. No, they didn't hang up. He stayed. This is what happened to me.
Bone dry.
This is what happened to me. And I think, and Justin had something similar happen when he stopped doing. Right.
Oh God, this is going to lead us back to the radio the radio conversation of radio is an important medium that's going away.
And you don't know how you affect somebody.
Yeah.
But that was the point of that little thing where, and that's why I thought 48 would be great because you don't need a lot of stuff and you can do it and you can have a really powerful mini movie.
So I say things like, maybe I came back to this too soon. Maybe this isn't the right medium. This isn't what I want. But then it's tough because I don't think we always realize there's a lot of people that watch and see what we do and never say anything to us.
Sure.
And we focus on the fact that we're, we've
got the very ways.
Huh?
Stuff have it both ways. Shut up and just watch. Hey, talk to me.
Yeah.
Let me know you're out there.
We'll always have the people like Keith and Ben and
right,
who
Jenny.
and like Jenny and like people like Justin.
What? I didn't say that.
Justin just commenting while he's on the show.
Yep.
I'm not gonna get in any. I'm not gonna get a word in between these two fats. I'll just comment on the show. We're always gonna have those guys, and I think that I'm not gonna generalize. I think that I get into the habit of not this kind of. I always think of it as, but they're friends, so they can just pick up the phone and like say these things to me directly. But the fact that they choose to watch us, even though they can pick up the phone and call us, I think
they're
actually
buying into the medium that you want to give to them.
I think that means even more. Actually,
Yeah.
You guys remember what you said to me the first time you met me?
get off my foot.
I think other than that,
I love you. Please don't hurt me. Slower.
That's the standard Matt and Nate
That
first
is-
conversation.
No, you guys.
Pretty sure that's an erection, sir.
Hey, Justin.
That
I love you.
was
Please don't
definitely
hurt me.
said.
Hey,
But I mean, you
seems
guys,
right.
you guys were happy to see me.
Uh huh.
You happy to meet me
It's true.
because why?
I thought you could do something for me.
What's wrong? That's yeah.
You're way larger than I thought. Like
That-
really
that's-
tall.
Because
you guys used to listen to me, and
I used to. So when I used to listen to Mike and
I
Bob, I
still
used
get
to get really
starstruck.
mad because I was like, I'm not doing this. But I would listen to you, and you were my favorite thing about the Mike and Bob show.
And
Even more so than Mike and Bob, because I thought sometimes the topics were a little hacky.
here's the thing.
But you, for some reason, there was something about you, and you came across very genuine, whether you meant it or not, and I responded to that.
Yes.
Now here's the thing. I never knew that you guys liked me. I never knew that you guys listened to me. I never knew that I affected you in a positive way.
Because I'm not a vocal fan.
But
Exactly.
But I'll still give. But when I meet people on the
But the thing is, if
like when I met Bob and stuff like that, I would say, "Hey,
I'm a fan."
I love the show. I would
Right.
listen to it,
But the thing is,
and I don't listen to national or
right
local
but
shows.
the thing is, if I never met you, I'd never find that out.
Sure.
The majority of the people that will ever follow you, unless something dramatic happens, will never reach out and let you know that you've affected them. And I had told that to Justin, and it was when Justin stopped doing
YWS.
YWS where he got an email.
Good night.
Who was that? Night?
Special.
Oh, when I
That's a
told
special good night.
when I told that to Justin, and Justin stopped doing YWS, when he got an email about somebody that never contacted him before, that told him what the show meant.
Yeah, he was going through some depression,
And the show helped him. I got the same email when I stopped Tours vs. Zombies. Somebody never contacted me, never reached out. I was saying goodbye, and they were letting me know.
Oh no, please don't! I remember all those emails.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I listened to the. I've never watched The Walking Dead. Listened to the shit out of Tours vs. Zombies.
You know what, though?
you would have never known.
No.
But then there's also the other side where we tried to do that with Roberto, and we got the outpouring, and we decided to go on. And what people don't realize, and I think you know this because I think you felt this with Tours vs. Zombie. That's why you were like, we're finishing it because we know what's happening.
Sure.
I mean, Justin come to the conclusion that I didn't force your hand, did I?
No.
I just was very blunt. I was like, this isn't going to work. I knew it wasn't going to work. I saw what was happening. We didn't have the kind of help that we needed. And the support, people like the idea more than they like the product. And
Happens a lot.
That's what I think. I think people liked us and people liked the idea behind what we were doing. But I don't think people liked the product.
I think
as a whole.
I'll tell you this. It's not that people didn't like the product. It's that people didn't want to pay for the product. Because what stopped me wasn't people didn't like Tours vs. Zombies. It was when I said, what would you guys think about donating $1? And one of our biggest listeners, biggest supporters, this is a guy who would listen to the show and comment on our page, as we went through topics.
That's the best.
Yeah, it was. This was a guy who said, hey, man, I love your show. I love your show. But if you want me to donate money, there are plenty of other shows out there for free. And that's what led to me and John ultimately ending, was the fact that this is one of our biggest supporters and couldn't give up the price of less than a cup of coffee a month for us to be able to buy new equipment, keep our bandwidth.
And I think that's what people don't understand. People don't understand that all of this costs money.
Right.
Like even the setup that we have right now costs a decent amount of money.
Sure.
And especially when it came with Radio for Radio,
right,
there was a lot of money sunk into it.
Right. And people didn't understand that. And after 3.5 years that John and I did TVZ, essentially you're telling us we weren't worth $1 a month. And this was before all the fucking Patreon and all that shit.
It's always crazy to turn passive into active and then positively active on top of that.
I mean, if you look at Patreons, though, but I mean, people don't seem to want to help artists with Patreons
yeah,
either.
it's amazing. And to me, that's,
I have a couple. It's
evolving.
I have a couple that I support.
Pay to, right?
But for the most part, people don't want to do it. But they have no problem paying
$10 a month.
$10 for Hulu.
Right.
Or even like $5 for like larger platforms that have gotten more mainstream success.
That they consider,
like, the more successful something is, the more likely people are to give.
It's crazy, huh? Gravity. It builds gravity.
They say that like YouTube numbers are the same way. Once you get the first 100 in, it starts to get easier and easier. Once you hit the thousands, easier than the 100 is. 25,000 is a breeze. Like, once you start getting on momentum with that stuff, it just compounds.
Yeah. The thing is that
nobody wants to help the little guys.
No, they don't. It's you walk into a restaurant. If you're a big shot, you get a free restaurant. I mean, you get a free meal.
You're a high roller.
You get a free meal.
Yeah,
but it's the high roller will get the free meal.
Right.
But the working guy, he's got to pay.
Yeah.
Because there's something to be gained from that high roller.
There is.
That's an investment by the thing.
Just by using their name.
That's true.
Now, the other thing is, what is the commodity that a show has? Is it that level of interactivity? Is it that level of engagement? What's proper engagement, and when does it become unhealthy?
Well, that depends.
I guess that's what upset me about that. Is because
it's hard
we do
to find
engage.
that balance. Yeah. We do
engage.
Justin
we just
does.
didn't
Justin
see
does.
those guys in time to engage directly to them. Right. So it's automatically, this doesn't have any value to me. And we're getting it from like shows. Like Walking Dead's a big one. If you don't like the direction the show's taking, don't watch the show.
Yeah.
You know that. You started watching the show,
I stopped
right?
watching the show, yeah.
You said, I don't like what is happening here.
After
and
7
instead
years,
of just
right.
complaining, oh, I don't like this. I wish they would do this. I wish they would do this.
No, I just stopped.
You just said, I don't like what's going on here. I think I'm going to stop watching. And you did, and then you then don't besmirch other people who are enjoying it.
No, I just
Because there's
don't
no
want-
reason. I don't understand what people get from that. I don't understand why people have
I
to
don't
go.
like it. My opinion's important. My opinion matters a whole
Yeah,
lot. I
nobody
have to
gives a
put it out
shit.
there. I have to express myself. Here's my opinion. It's bad, but fuck it, it's mine.
You know, I recently lost.
I
a
can
friend
only
'cause
have
I
an
did
opinion
that.
that's a negative thing
I-
because I don't
I
create
did that
it.
with.
Yeah, exactly.
I did that with Game of Thrones. I had.
Game?
I had a. I said game.
He said game.
I saw the
everybody.
post.
I said, huh?
Is this the post where you...
Oh.
Okay, you were in the wrong.
I was in the wrong. But
You
you
were
know
in
what?
the wrong. But then you went back and corrected that.
Right. And the thing, but the thing was, I wasn't doing it. I was doing it to be a dick.
I know.
Right. But you know what?
Worked.
Because I hit up Justin. I was like, oh, man, you see what... No, I didn't hit Justin up. I think I hit Jenny up. I was like, you see what Fredo did?
I'm like, fuck all you. You know, but
Hear
I
that, Jenny?
put. But here's the thing: I put 1,000 fucking positive posts. I put one negative
People don't
one,
care.
and nobody gave a shit. Nobody
'cause
gave a
the
shit about
words
my wonderful fucking
algorithm-
post. Hey, have a great day. Have a wonderful life.
You had those words, Game of Thrones, and Facebook showed it to somebody.
They showed it to a person who saw all my other ones.
She
And
probably
a person who I no, she did,
No,
and a
I
person who
saw
I
it.
invited to go see Alice Cooper and Deep Purple the week before. So, so we
called
were
Of the
friends.
World.
So we were friends. This wasn't a Facebook person.
This is
We
a
were
real
friends, and she broke up a friendship of 15 years because she took one post where I put something up as a. I was just fed up with it, and I was a dick.
She attractive?
Oh yeah.
Rough loss.
Yeah, whatever. If she
For her.
yeah, if she could get rid of my friendship after 15 years
Yeah.
over a post, fuck her. That's my,
I'll
my
try.
feeling. Oh, right. But anyway,
I
the point being,
But you know, you
I was a
when you were
dick.
typing it,
I was a
you knew
dick,
you
yes.
shouldn't do it.
And
Because
I
I
did.
do these same posts.
I did,
And as I'm doing it,
but then
I know I shouldn't do
right.
it.
But again,
Mrs.
one time I'm a
Havisham's
dick.
Cookies.
One time I'm a dick, and she
Ultimately,
ignored.
what does it matter?
Right. It's a Game of Thrones. It's
of
not
Thrones.
right. One time
It's
I'm a fucking
entertainment.
dick, and she threw away 15 years of friendship.
And let me tell you, a lot of these people that complain about, oh, don't show me Game of Thrones spoilers. Trust me, a lot of them just arbitrarily ruin everything.
Well,
The same kind of way.
the reality
But
is
because they're talking about it in a positive way, it's like, oh well, if you didn't watch it, you shouldn't be on Facebook.
Well, and
so
that was-
you did
yeah.
it as a dick. You were wrong. You know you're wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But these same people doing the
Doing the same
exact
thing,
same
right.
thing.
Right.
But they're doing it under the guise of I just want to
I'm
discuss
a fan.
it.
I want
It
to talk
just
to who
happened.
else
We
is
have
out there.
to talk about it.
Who else knew that?
You
fucking
know that
Jon
if you
Snow
don't
was
see
gonna
this
die,
show, you need to stay off Facebook.
right?
Bullshit.
And
That's
the thing is,
same
and
damn
the thing
thing.
is, I put in. Obviously, I got 800 friends. I post something, all 800 friends don't see it. So I
Right.
So I didn't tag anybody in
But
it.
that one, you know, was seen by everybody.
That probably the only
Algorithm.
post I put in, the only post that I put in 100 years on Facebook
Yes.
that got seen by every friend.
Library
Alfredo's
of
positive.
Congress, put it on a golden disc and send it
I
to Voyager.
get. I put it,
Alfredo's positive music is seen by one person.
it's seen by 8 people. It's seen by 8 people.
Walking on
I put in. I put. Fuck Game of Thrones. Jon Snow died.
Boom! Let's get that to everybody.
Whoa, what
people,
the fuck? What?
People you didn't even know.
Yeah, Jon Snow died.
Yeah, I watched the show.
Again,
Then,
It wasn't a big deal. I watched the show.
it's called trending. Game
yeah,
of
well,
Thrones.
why don't you trend on my fucking balls?
I'm just
How
telling you
about
what
that?
happened.
That should have been your follow-up post.
Yeah, you know what you should have did, which you should not fucking stayed off Facebook till you had a chance to watch it. That's what you.
Well, no,
Sometimes I don't even think about
There's
it.
a-
Like I got the winner of Big Brother spoiled to me. Look, I don't care.
I still-
Whatever. I enjoy some Big Brother.
Hey.
And you know what? Somebody would just arbitrarily, as soon as it ended, was like, "I can't believe this person won." I was like, "Well, cool."
Yeah.
And I didn't even remember that it was on. That the finale was on.
if they're
That doesn't-
racing that fast to do it, they're being dicks. Hey, look, this cool thing I saw, which is cool. I get that you're
they're,
excited.
not, they're not doing it to be dicks. They're just.
They're just
excited.
stupid.
Look,
Just
I'm a person that
excited
you can
not to
tell me what happened. I don't care because I'm still interested in how it got there.
That's why I like.
You know what-
secretly
I
like
want to see
White.
how it got there. Oh, Jon Snow died. Really? How the fuck did he die?
Malisander.
What led up to him dying? You know what happened?
Fuck
How did
some
it
dude
affect
and made
everyone?
a weird ghost blood baby.
That's what I'm into.
Let me ask you
That's
this,
what I'm
Fredo.
into. Yeah, go ahead.
Is there something that could get spoiled for you that would make you feel angry?
No, absolutely nothing. I've been
What
to
about the end of World War III?
the end of World War III. What?
Oh, somebody spoiled it.
Bolivia wins.
You know who I'm afraid of?
No.
Germany. They decided they wanted to start a war, and they wanted to start the war with the world.
Okay. Okay.
What happens?
So
Which time?
they lose this first one.
Okay, and then they lose the second one.
No, they lose the first one.
Right.
And, so they decide they want to start another war.
Okay.
And who do they decide to fight?
Who?
The world.
Well, it worked well last time.
What happened?
Some guy named Hitler, you know.
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
he came
What
to
happened?
power and,
Right.
they lose.
Okay. So what happens next?
I'm not 100% sure where that joke ended.
I was trying to.
and then
yeah.
Justin picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just telling
And then,
us a story.
so what
of
happens
that.
after that?
They lose.
Okay, and then that's the end of the story.
Uh-huh.
All right, so fucking big deal. Let me find. Let
damn
me,
well.
Let me go back and find
Let me
out
go
how they
back
lose.
in time.
Back
You know?
in time.
Yeah.
But then they're just jonesing to yell that back at you guys the whole time you've been.
Here's the one social media person that I don't like.
Steve.
Now, the person that runs out
Steve.
there is
Nobody
very
likes
excited and
Steve.
spoils it because they're an excited puppy and they piddled on the floor.
Danny
That's one thing.
Donovan.
No,
I got a piddle.
But
I got a piddle.
there's
you,
the person that specifically rushes out, goes on to say, "Don't spoil for me." You're going out of your way to go to the place where it is
It's likely
to
that it'll happen. Yeah.
to specifically request that you don't. He's going over.
Oh my God.
He's going over
Oh
his son.
my God. A man his
He's
age.
going over. Kayfabe that, brother.
Gotta go back in time.
He's going out. Right out. Right out. Right out. Right out. Right out.
Oh man,
Oh God.
Doing the Ram Jam.
I don't know that there.
Whoa.
Now, Final Fantasy IX
Fat what?
Final Fantasy IX was
Playing it
spoiled
now.
for me.
I'm
It's good though, right?
I almost picked it back because I'm playing it. It's on my PS3. I didn't even really because it came out on PS4.
Right.
I forgot that I bought it on the PS3. I was like, I almost bought it again on the
Jesus.
PS4, and it's like an outrageous price too. It's like over $20,
Dude,
It's
like
like $25.
they have
I got
those-
it back on the PS3.
they have
I'm
this
back to
ported
playing it.
for iOS.
Back in time.
Like even on the
Yeah, white people are like, "Oh wow, man, it's available on PS4 now." Yeah, it's been on every system. It's been on the PS3. It's been on the PS2.
but
I have that, and I have 5 back there. I didn't even realize I bought 5.
5 is good.
They have it on iOS and it's still like
it's
24
a bad
bucks.
story, but it's a lot of fun to play
I'm gonna have to go back and play that after 9.
because the job system is amazing.
You know what's you know what else I have?
Oh, the burritos got
7.
Oh God, yeah, me too.
I
haven't played it in a while.
have 5, 7, and 9 back there.
The odds.
So-
So I think I'm gonna. I
like
just.
Star Trek movies.
Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm alone now. So at night, I've just started either watching,
hey,
watching
hey,
some rack soup.
Hey, when he gets us back in here, you want to make the moves? You want to put the moves on him? I'm just saying, he's an eligible man.
I don't understand that.
He's.
I don't
he's,
really understand that bit. I'm sorry.
he's, okay, it's
I
just
don't-
me
I
and
don't-
Justin bit.
I don't know where it's gonna
Hey,
go.
Kiss.
Kiss.
Is that what you try? That's all.
No,
You're just trying to get to a punchline, right?
I don't know. Just saying, you guys have a lot to offer individually. Together, though,
This is one I just don't get. Maybe that's what I'm making this bit. I'm taking this bit in a different direction than you're trying to take it.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're going linear with it, and I'm just like, I
Go
don't
under.
understand the
You should
bit.
go under. You should
He's
probably
trying
go
to figure this out.
I'd be okay if you went around.
He's sizing it up.
Like we can get that window open if you want to try
He's
to.
going for it.
Oh boy.
He's gonna he's gonna
Okay, there's the. I'm gonna put the camera.
he's
on
gonna puke.
his neck, broke his neck.
God, that is probably my favorite. It's either that or King of Kong. My favorite documentary of all time. I feel like I've watched Beyond the Mat more than I've watched
That
King
was
of
way
Kong.
easier. There was a better choice.
Back in time. Back in time.
I hate that I'm at the point that I really had to decide.
It's okay.
It's I wanted to.
You didn't
step
really have to
over it.
stoop that much, which is good.
But it feels.
You know, I was
but
watching
feel it.
and I was getting kind of stressed out about it. Like I was like, I'm glad I don't have to deal with this
Yeah,
because I would have just
it's the knees, it's the hips.
I would have
it's
just
the
laid
back.
down on the floor and that's where I
I
lived.
really just
Point
thought
the
about
camera
gra-
at me.
if I didn't have to reach where it still could have chipped everything up
Sure.
to grab the cans in the. I was gonna sit over there,
Yep.
and I was just like, fuck it.
Yeah. Go for it.
No, the chairs are really
That chair is fantastic.
I'm
Yeah.
here though. Now I'm committed.
That's why I had to go lay down because I had put indents in the back of my muscles.
Oh.
My legs are pure muscle now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll kick a motherfucker through time.
Back in time.
I go back in
Gonna
time.
kick 'em back in
Back
time.
in time.
Ah.
So yeah, okay. So what I was saying earlier, so I go into this whole thing of maybe it was just too early. I think what it was, it's too early for me to attempt to do a 24-hour.
Yeah.
You drunk? But it's the only way we know though.
Well,
Is it
I mean,
just-
that's also why I was like, cool, Don, and whatever the other guy was. They're here.
take a break.
Cool. I'm gonna
take a
go
break. Yeah.
nap a little.
Get
I
away
didn't
from
nap
her.
that much, really.
Yeah,
But
when,
you weren't
you were awake.
talking
when
I was
went
awake
from-
most of the time.
Yeah, you were laying
but
down.
I needed to lay down. It's also been a really rough week. Last weekend I worked all weekend. Weekend before I worked all weekend, and I was up last Sunday for 24 hours working, and then I actually went into work. So it's been a tough week. So I knew I was gonna not be hard on myself.
Right.
And also I'm the only one of the three of us. The four of us really, because I mean you're lumped into doing ADYDs with us now too. I'm really the only one of us that has no problem going and just taking naps.
With me, it's
Some-
a sense of pride to try to do it, to prove to myself that I can still do it.
I think it's because one of them I did all of it,
All right.
and now I was like, cool, done that. I don't need to constantly
Right,
say,
right,
hey,
right.
I can still do this.
For me-
I know I can.
For me,
if I
it's-
need to,
For me,
I can
it's
still do it.
but I'm 11 years older than you, so for me, it's
I just want to make sure I'm not declining.
I got to make sure that I can still do it, and I don't know why. I should
say
be
you
at the
go
point.
for it. I'm just.
I'm
It's one of those things where
but
I'm
I don't
like-
need to because look, I live 3 hours away. When
Yeah.
I go and I do this, and then when I'm done, I got to drive 3 hours.
Yeah.
So it's not 24, it's 27 for me. Not counting what it took me to get here.
Cat's back there.
Yeah, no, I can't. I got to be in DC later today.
Oof.
So I got to go home. I'm going to take a nap. Then I got to get up, shower, pack,
I gotta be Keith.
drive to DC, check into my hotel, then drive Alexandria, then drive into DC to set up everything that I'm going to do for the next 3 days.
Keith and I are going to Book of Mormon tonight.
To where? Oh, tonight?
Book of Mormon.
Yeah, but you're going to get to sleep. So
Already did?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Got a little bit.
I got to set
You know what?
everything up.
Those little 30-minute hour naps. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I think if I just every 5 hours took an hour nap, I could
good.
go constantly.
And I got to stay awake tomorrow night because tomorrow night's
back in time.
the wrestling
Hell
thing.
in a Cell.
It's
God.
the gimmick.
I was all gonna be like, "Hey
How's
guys,
she doing anyway?
Oh,
Hell in a Cell.
she's doing all right.
Yeah.
She's a she's a hell of a fucking woman.
What about Fail in the jail? How's that doing? How'd that go?
Not great. It failed actually. So
It didn't work. It
Doesn't
didn't
seem
work.
like.
still not as
I-
bad as cocks in a box."
I gotta tell you. I'm not. I guess as
They got 4 in there.
a bit of a marketer myself, sometimes I just kind of shudder with some of these wrestling promotions
Like
and the way they
yeah.
promote, because you don't call something fail in the jail.
Yeah, you try to
You
stay
don't
away
put
from those negative.
fail. in
Fail.
a way
Didn't
that-
work. Don't
I see
bother.
fail and I'm like, well, okay.
yeah, I'm not.
Well, that
watching
didn't work
You might
out.
as well put.
Still.
Don't bother showing up.
Still not as bad as shit in a pit.
No,
Yeah,
I'd
not
go
gonna-
see that. I'd go see shit. in the
TL
pit.
Hopper was in that match, I think.
I don't know what they're doing.
TL Hopper, he was a plumber.
Okay, I know what you're doing. Friar Tuck,
I don't,
just because it's fun.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I think it's nice when I don't get it and I look at Matt and Matt doesn't get it either. Because then I don't feel so alone.
What do you mean? I was locking eyes.
TL Hopper.
Yeah, but you were looking. I was like, what? I don't
Ding
get
dongs.
it.
No,
Yeah.
let's do
Ding
this.
No, I was looking. I looked.
And then
I
sometimes
looked,
you
and
do
I
this.
looked at you. I looked at Justin. I looked at Nate. I looked at Justin, and then I looked at you, and you looked confused, which I was like, which I took as that's awesome. I'm not the only one who's outside of the joke because
Not
a lot
joke.
of times
He was an actual wrestler.
whatever,
You need
though.
another
whatever.
container to
But there was a
put
joke
thing.
behind talking about the wrestler. Otherwise, you would have explained why
He
that
said
was
shit.
significant.
Retainer
Shit in the pit, and then
in
you
a
said,
container.
yeah,
no,
yeah.
too far.
TL Hopper was in the match.
Yeah, and but there's a reason you say that compared to
Poop.
Duke Drosy.
right. So the bottom line is, I
You know,
felt
the
I wasn't
dumpster-
alone feeling outside of that because Matt was, which for me is good because a lot of times you guys
I
have your
still
inner
don't know.
jokes that you say and you start chuckling and I'm lost.
It's a roll in a hole.
Almost always when that happens, we're referencing Billy Madison or
The Room.
basketball or The Room.
Really,
Sometimes Freddie got
Almost
fingered.
exclusively.
the room
Yeah.
is that the
hi,
one
Mark.
with the
Guys,
Huh?
The Room is coming to.
De Niro.
De Niro.
Narrow-minded. Yeah.
what's
That's a good-
what's the room? The movie where
It's the greatest, worst movie ever.
is it the escape?
apart, Lisa.
Is it an escape the room and wherever you
No.
go? Is it,
No.
no,
Well-
what is it?
Well,
What is
Yeah,
it?
you might not get out.
yeah.
What
Tommy
happens?
didn't.
Tommy?
What doesn't happen? Dude, nothing happens.
Well, no,
Well, Tommy does eventually die.
Yeah.
is that the person who gets out?
Spoilers,
and then
Jesus
gets killed?
Christ, dude.
They get out of the room, and there's a bunch of military people. Then
Well,
they
they
kill
get out
him.
of the room several times.
Okay.
Tommy throws a water bottle. That
Here.
happens.
They're actually making a movie about the movie coming out in December, and I can't wait for this movie because it's based on the book about the movie. So
The book about the movie. It's a movie.
What-
based on
but
The
what's
book
Room
about
was
movie.
done by a guy named Tommy Wiseau,
Okay,
who
Does not own a paper company.
that has nothing to do.
sunk
just,
reportedly
sort
$6 million into a low budget movie.
Right,
This man bought all the equipment, not rent,
bought it.
bought it. And okay, so you remember? So this is right around the turn of the century, right when the new Star Wars movies were coming out. So the big thing that the prequels, the big thing that they did was they shot everything digitally.
Right,
And it was really expensive,
Right.
and you had all these cables going from him. They had these new cameras. This man bought one of those cameras and also shot it
digitally.
on 35 millimeter film. He had a
He shot the
rig.
same movie twice.
He had a
One of
rig
the ways
built.
was more expensive than it should ever have been done.
and just a ridiculous workflow that there's no reason. By the way, there are no special effects in
Wait a minute, hold on.
That's not true. There are special effects in it
Oh, there's
for
one green
no
screen.
reason. No reason.
What's
Hey,
the what's
hey,
the what's
so-
the plot of the movie?
I don't know. We've seen it a lot too.
What's the gist of the movie?
Okay, I think this is what
was-
it is.
How about
I
let me
think
ask
this
you,
is
It
what
was
what
on
it
her
is.
knee.
I
'Cause that's
think
what it
this
was-
is what it is. There's a man, Johnny, played by Tommy Wiseau,
Written,
Who-
directed, starred.
produced, who he starts to. He thinks, okay.
You're
No,
doing
you
this
know
a
what?
lot
You
more
know what
than
it
it
is.
needs to
Girlfriend.
be.
You know what this is? His girlfriend is definitely having
Cancer.
sex with his
His-
best friend,
And
and it tears him apart.
and
And
her
what
What does
mom.
that got to do with a
He's
room?
betrayed on every level.
Yeah.
Be-
But what does it do
because-
with a room?
He's
because
betrayed
they
by
go
his
up
girlfriend,
into the room to have weird sex.
and that's where he.
And when I say weird sex, because during the sex scenes, he's fucking her sternum.
I thought it was like behind her knee.
No, he's way too high. I don't think he knows how sex works.
He's never had it before. Just mounting her navel.
I think you guys are making or describe this movie more difficult than it needs to be.
No,
They
we
play
are
football.
actually
So
really
the
simplifying.
movie,
it.
movie's about it's about three people, a couple, and the guy believes the girl is cheating on him with the other guy.
He taps a phone with a tape deck.
It's essentially about trust. The guy doesn't believe, or the guy believes that the girl's cheating on
And
him.
the young neighbor who
Is-
may be like
Fredo.
15 wants to watch him bang.
Swear to God, if you see this movie,
I'm
you're
going
going
to.
to be like,
Dudes.
I don't know what this is about now.
all.
I thought I knew. I thought it was about trust. Nope.
He is their favorite customer.
I mean, I guess on paper.
There's a doggy.
Imagine if you knew nothing about how movies work.
Okay.
And I don't even mean like you
I
don't
know.
know how to write a screenplay.
I don't.
Imagine if
You already know more.
but you know how a movie is
You've
supposed
heard
to
a
play
story,
out.
right?
Sure.
Like,
3 acts. I got it.
This
the whole
movie
nine
has
yards.
characters that just show
Acting.
up. Like we don't have any idea who they are, why they're there, and they're never brought up again.
You're not my fucking mother.
Her mother comes in at one point, sits down, and they're like having a
for a heart-to-heart.
conversation about Johnny, and then out of nowhere, Lisa's like, "Oh, did you see the doctor or something?" And like her mom's like, "Yeah, it's definitely cancer," and is never brought up again. Just weird shit like that. Like someone who not only do they not know how movies work, they don't know how conversations work between people. He thinks that
I want you to
he
feel
thinks in
how,
every
how
scene.
natural does this feel? Matt, no, I did not hit her. I did not. I don't know why you would even say such a thing. Fredo, how is your sex life?
That's how the dialogue is.
Like-
He's not. He might even be generous.
I'm doing it too good.
First of all, was that Miss Swan? From because that's exactly
no,
what
she
it
was
sounded
good.
like.
She was good.
Because that's what it sounded like. You say something like, "Oh man, say how your sex life."
How is your sex life?
How is your sex life? It's like he fucks up the S and the X in a 3-letter word. How's
He
your
writes
sex
it so
life?
that every time he walks into a room and sees someone's,
Someone's.
every time he sees someone, he says, "Oh hi," and then their name.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Every single time. Oh hi, Mark.
Oh,
no
hi,
matter what he's
Denny.
doing, like if he's
Oh,
doing
hi,
something,
Chrisar. Oh, hi, Gun.
he'll stop what he's doing and then just go, "Oh hi, Mark." And at one point, and they say in the book, because one of his co-stars, Greg Sestero, who played the guy that's cheating, yeah, his best friend. He wrote this book. They were actually best friends in
In real life.
In like real life.
I don't even know if you can, dude. The story is so weird behind everything that I don't even know if you can call them best friends. It's like this weird thing where they met in acting class and then
They became friends.
I have $6 million and 2 expensive
dude,
cameras.
I don't even think I could say that.
They became
I
working.
guess
They became working.
if we're gonna
friends.
use human words, then
That's all we got,
But
man.
why is but okay? So such is a bad movie.
it's beyond that.
Okay,
I
so-
almost go to. It is legitimately
It has transcended.
one of my favorite movies.
Because it's so bad.
But it's not like Plan 9 or like there's something. It is so inept that its very ineptitude makes it
Brilliant.
immensely entertaining and a
Something to watch
masterpiece.
is every there's the
It is
situations-
almost brilliant though.
There's the situations with the main character Tommy. Is his name Tommy?
Yeah. No, Johnny.
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 With there's the interaction with Johnny and his girlfriend, Johnny and his best friend who's betraying him, and then Johnny with everyone else. And every interaction with
child.
Johnny and everyone else is like, Johnny, you're the greatest. We love you, Johnny. You're the best. That's every reaction Johnny has with anybody.
my favorite
Because that's how he wrote it. Like, I have to portray Johnny as a sympathetic character
Okay,
who
is
everybody
this-
really loves.
All right.
That's why it's terrible
Here's
when
the
he's
thing.
portrayed by his evil
First time.
girlfriend and Chris R.
I get it. First time
Chris R.
First time any new type of thing was done, it seemed out. Is this something that could be a new genre?
No,
A
this
new-
is
No,
not
shitty
something
movies has
bad.
been around
This
for a
is
while.
not something that could be duplicated. That's the thing.
Well, he's
If
tried to
I
make
wanted to
another movie
go
since.
if I wanted to go make a film like it,
This bad?
I wouldn't be able to pull it
Because he'd
off.
be trying.
I would not be able
He'd
to
be
pull
trying
it
to
off.
make it bad. He was trying to make
Even
it
if I
good.
tried, even if I was as inept, there's something magical that happened.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so here's an example. Instead of going and finding a rooftop in L.A., instead of finding a
San
rooftop with like roof access, they just built it in the parking lot and green screened it. So like, but here's the thing, you don't realize it at first. You slowly start to realize, holy shit, that's a green screen. Because you
That's
start to
really
realize things
unnecessary.
like they built like this shed that it looks is supposed to be like
Roof
like
access
the
thing.
Yeah,
roof
the roof,
access with stairs leading down. And
I
they
did not
go
hit
in,
her.
they come out of this thing,
I did
and then you
not.
slowly start to realize that the proportions don't work. Like, they're actually going out the side of the building.
They have to climb in.
So
and
you
just
and they-
crouch in there.
Yeah,
for a
you
while
realize that they're
till the
just
scene's
getting
over.
in there and crouching in and shutting the door, and that this is actually green screened. Like you slowly have these realizations.
in a parking lot next to a building with a roof.
Like, and when I say that he just says hi to, like,
Oh, hi.
he
Hi,
supposedly couldn't figure out his dialogue that he wrote. So at one point, he walks in to talk to this flower lady who doesn't recognize him at first, but then ends the transaction with, "Oh, Johnny, you're my favorite customer."
But you can tell it was dubbed in later. Like they did some ADR afterwards.
He walks in, sees
you're
a
my-
dog, stops in the middle of the scene and goes, "Oh, hi, doggy," and then goes back to it.
Do you think this guy made his money back?
Yes.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
maybe by
that's
now.
the weird
Since?
part.
Yeah, because he tours with it.
Yeah.
And he sold the rights to James Franco and Seth Rogen, who made this insane movie about it.
Yeah.
It's bewildering. And after watching the movie and then going in the book that Greg Sestero wrote about the process and the filming and everything, just as entertaining. Does at what
You think
like,
what's his face Uwe Boll is like? Come on, man! I've been making shit forever.
There's a line.
Love
in,
me.
There's
Love
a line in the
me.
movie about the movie where Johnny's or where Tommy Wiseau's explaining like the character of Johnny, and he like explains he's like, oh, he's this shining beacon of life. Oh, and he might be a vampire. I feel like Tommy Wiseau might be a vampire. Nobody knows anything about him. They don't know how he got his money.
Dame,
They don't know where he comes from.
dame.
Nobody can figure anything
we
out
just
from him.
So he just uses. Oh, he's a vampire, which makes you believe he's been around forever. So he's been able to save money.
Yes.
Dame.
He
So it
just
makes
got
sense.
off a boat in New Orleans in 1798.
Right,
Dame.
and just
I'm gonna go 1816.
1816,
Dame.
and
And then he just has gone from place to place.
but there's
Tommy.
nothing
4
about
o'clock.
it that during the movie that would make you believe he's a vampire.
No.
No.
That's
Yeah.
fucking navel.
But somebody says, yeah, he's a vampire, and it's like that makes sense.
It does. And like
Because it's
even
not the
Greg kind
weirdest
of
concept.
he alludes to the fact that I don't know, man. Maybe he really is. Like he even started to believe that he was a vampire because he ends up renting this apartment from Tommy,
Okay.
and then Tommy like just moves back into the apartment just one day,
Right.
just out of nowhere, and just sets it up with like these big curtains
Right.
and like gothic like.
At the sound of
candles.
the decorating confusion, it'll be 4 o'clock.
Okay.
5 more hours.
I don't know what decoration
Bah.
confusion sounds like.
Gong? Should we put the gong over here?
Gong Show.
It's
You know what?
Kit
I would
Kat
like to talk about. Has anybody seen the new Gong Show?
Nope.
4:02 straight up.
That's
Kit
on
Kat
the next
clock.
on the other
That's
side of
fine.
this.
It's the Kit Kat clock. Always accurate, always moving, ever watching. Brought to you also by the still moving, for some reason, chicken at Bojangles. Somebody catch that chicken. Get it! There it goes. It's in slow. It should be easy. Ooh, biscuits, gravy, fries, tea, lemons, Bojangles. Now the real commercial. All right, look at that, man. Come on. Like, what country is
You're
this?
showing a commercial.
Like, there's no commercial here.
I didn't
There's no
know that.
country here. This is acceptable.
because I
in.
don't see the video, so I don't.
If you
I-
said
I didn't-
Bolivia, I'd be like, God damn it, Bolivia, come on.
he's
Yeah, Bolivia, come on.
he's making commentary on. I just really realized this. He's
Super-
making commentary on a commercial that is.
Damn,
being shown.
Bojangles. What the fuck?
I didn't know. It just dawned on me.
It's bow time. Nah, man.
I really didn't know he was during all this time that you were actually watching a commercial.
And Jackass.
Mr. Gracias,
I like to party Bamba.
Bitch.
All right. All right.
Anybody? Who's the
And
closest?
here comes the real world.
Who's the
This
closest?
is the true story of 24 hours, picked to be broadcast and have the day taped. To find out what happens when people don't get sleep and podcast instead.
What a story, Mark.
It's GMYD, All day, you drunks.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our Who Cares of all day drunks.
Oh, why is anyone still up? But thank you for watching.
Is anybody still up? Let's go social media lounge. We haven't done that in a few hours.
So now that I'm
Media
alone,
Lounge, I've just been having a conversation with Jason Turman while you guys, I don't know what you do.
how you doing, Jason?
What's up, Jason?
He left.
Miss you.
He left. He's done with you.
Bye.
Something about you're dead to me. You're dead to me. Matt Wade, I will destroy you.
It's because of my makeup.
Yeah, that might have been it.
I told him plug his stuff and he did. Good for him. This pleases me.
Okay.
What else happened? Oh shit! He said, "Hey, oh, you're welcome," with a question mark.
Awesome.
He also could not get into turn-based strategy games.
Okay.
That's what you guys did. Just let me head on over to the Twitch.
The room strategy game.
They hate us.
Oh, the room
Is it serious?
They're confused. They don't like it. They're
What
scared.
are they saying?
You actually offer them a
fall for his
challenge to their beliefs and morals.
Don't fall for his
What are they
bait.
saying?
And
Don't fall for his
you
bait.
challenge
Nobody
the
said
beliefs and
I
the
want to hear
morals.
it. I want to hear
No
it.
one said anything.
Say it.
Just
What
being
did they
all
say?
They said it looks like you guys have a PR problem. It's like like a
Public relations?
well,
No,
then
Puerto
it's
Rican.
like in parentheses, and then it says points to
Puerto Rican. Cut a bitch.
Sure. Okay. Whatever.
and apparently I blow. So there's that still.
They blow.
You do. That's a fact.
So I don't know if you. God, sucks that I was the only one that got arrested. Carry it. Okay, gotta make up for this couple hours I was gone. Gotta carry the show now.
You're the one with the energy.
Gotta bring it.
right now.
Gotta bring it to the end.
There you go. You're the one with the energy, so you gotta.
Yeah, it's on Torres. Wave at the camera. Wave at the camera.
I don't know if you guys know this, but they gotta been practicing. I can definitely talk alone. So if you guys need to like just pass out, I'll just keep going.
What? What do you want to talk about?
I'll do an hour on Gong Show.
You do a monologue.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but like I'm alone now, so nobody's here.
Can you do it as the height of
jack
Torres
me off.
versus
How do
zombies?
Uh,
you like living alone?
It's fine.
Yeah, watch Facebook at 2 a.m.
I mean, how do you think a codependent person handles being alone? Not great.
Yeah, I know, but you know what you learn.
Hey, man,
You
I
learn.
might-
As a guy who was, I mean, I didn't live alone until I was 47, ever.
Yeah, I didn't
40.
live alone until I was 40.
48.
Like
so,
just
yeah.
now. This is the
Right.
first time in my entire life.
It's gonna be a year.
Not bad. You
It's
know
gonna
what?
be-
Thank you.
It's
Not
gonna be a
bad.
year.
Thank you.
It'll be
You're a
year.
handsome woman.
Yeah,
I think
it'll be about a year.
it's been a tough. I'll tell you, it's been a tough. Yeah, I feel bad because I feel like I've been lashing out at her.
You have.
Have you?
That's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's extremely passive
Trust
aggressive
me.
with his comments.
Trust me, I've been lashing.
So,
No,
yeah.
and I'm aggressive with my comments towards her.
All right.
Oh, well,
And, but you know what? She's not in the clear here.
Sure.
She within like 2 weeks of breaking off a very
Less.
Long term.
less.
long term and almost like 2 months before we got married. But I mean, did she break it off, or did I facilitate it? You'll never know. Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Within 2 weeks, you're dating.
My first ex-wife after 8 years was married in a month. My second ex-wife after 11 years was married in a month. So
You know, I realize it happens.
yeah,
Poor form.
Right.
You're prepping them for.
It's poor form.
I agree.
You're prepping them for actual relationships. That sucks.
No, I think it's a matter of them going out and you know.
Vengeful.
No, it's not vengeful. I don't think it is.
In this case, it's not. It's I
I-
gotta have a baby.
I no, I don't think it's
Whatever.
that either because she's gonna.
No, it is that.
That was some.
So
real
she's
shit.
just gonna go and sleep around with random people.
No.
get pregnant.
She's trying to find somebody that she's gonna live with or be with forever and have a
doesn't
baby
happen.
with.
It doesn't
because she
happen
wants
that way.
She wants a baby.
Yeah, it's that's not gonna happen that way, and she'll realize that as
That's
she's
a bad
dating
idea.
I'll tell you what I've been telling her
Have a
It's
stable
really
relationship
dumb.
first.
that you leave someone like me
Yeah.
for straight,
for a straight
for a
person.
normie.
What do you,
I think that's the problem. I don't use the word straight to refer to
Heterosexual.
yeah. I use the word straight to as,
He means
as
it.
in
He
norm.
means it in the Ghostbusters terms. You're scaring the straights.
Yeah.
like quote unquote normal people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
see-
use the word straight to yeah.
Okay, you know
You're
what?
not committed
that-
to the word normie either. You don't like the word normie.
I don't.
Justin loves the word normie.
I am.
Yeah, see?
I've come to realize there is no such thing as normal.
There's not, but
Because-
people.
right, I
There's a
don't-
perception of normal.
Well, that's the sequestration you've put upon yourself.
Yeah.
You are the abnormal,
Right.
as you so think. Yeah. I
The
know.
reality is that as you get
I
to know
disagree
people,
with you.
as you get to know people, you turns out that you're actually more normal than you think.
Everybody's a
I
little
say that saying like I don't want to go to like the Maine and have drinks
USS?
on
And have
the
a
top
night-
and then Instagram it. You know,
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
if I Instagram
Are-
something, it's going to be me in
But you-
makeup.
Ooh,
Right,
well
but
then
you-
back,
but you know what?
Back
But
to
you-
that.
me and
But
drag.
you're the normal in your group because if you figure out everybody in your group,
Oh, with these two assholes? Yeah, you're absolutely
no,
right.
but even the people who follow you,
I'm high functioning.
I'm joking.
No, but you're
Justin's
you're
functioning
the
high.
normal in your group.
Sorry.
Which
so,
group?
and your group of creative people, whether it's Ezra, whether it's Mary Dixon, whether it's Jenny, whether it's these guys, you're normal in your group. Keith,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I mean, what's normal? Those are the
I don't know, man.
outsiders. I mean, that's why.
Stay.
I
stay-
tell you this.
I feel like I'm kind of the outsider among the outsiders.
You like to be
I'll
the
tell you
outsider,
this.
though.
I'll
Well,
tell
I
you
make
this as a
myself the
guy,
outsider.
guy
you go.
who's spent his life jumping from group to group to group to group, where I've become
2 weeks, bad form.
because even when I was here, and I lived in Norfolk, I had the radio, the radio friends. I had my Navy friends. I had my
Ooh, Navy friends.
I had my friends who I did production work with, and there were 3 groups of people, and I fit in each group,
someone Mike Lee.
and I floated in and out of each group. But the reality was,
Oh, I don't fit in those groups.
no. But what I'm saying is,
I fit.
the
I fit in
normal
two
was whatever.
groups.
The normal was whatever the group I was
Ooh.
with. If that makes sense.
Because that's this is like a social chameleon thing.
That's exactly what I am. I am a social
And
chameleon.
it's like, hey, what's the group here? Cool, I'm gonna fall into it.
I fit into it without a problem.
Matt,
and then I'll go to.
Matt's a leader, man. He's not a. I'm gonna fit in and just roll with it.
But I can be a leader in those groups.
You can as well, but
Sure.
you do it more from the inside. Matt's like a hey,
I bust this
fuckos,
shit
we're
open.
going this way.
I bust this shit open. I'm saying you're all doing it wrong. Let's do it this way.
Well, it seems to be causing you some strife and some turmoil, but you can't and you won't have it any other way. It's not an unhealthy thing. It's just the way
that's,
it is.
that's the key.
You if you got
if
you got to
you
take the
can't-
shit that goes with it.
if
The
you
shit
can't-
is people are going to resist you.
Yeah, if
people
you-
are going to be shitty
Wait,
to
I'm
you,
fine with it.
and people are going to be up in your face.
But
about
that's
it.
weird though because I'm fine with that. I'm just not
Yeah.
fine when they're shitty to other people.
Why?
Because I don't want to see other people get act. Because I pull for the underdog.
Because you're a martyr.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't want to see.
He's the Luke Cage of this little foursome here.
I don't know. I just see. I see so many people get like picked on and
Justin's
and
Jessica.
beat up.
But even
Just
with
look
that,
good in
you
them jeans.
decide.
I'm a goddamn daredevil.
But you decide who.
I'm Daredevil.
But even with that, you're making judgments because you decide who you don't run to help everybody.
Doesn't Daredevil?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you in real
I'm
life.
saying I'm
You don't
Daredevil.
run to help everybody.
Justin,
you
are
pick
you
and
Tully
choose who you
Blanchard
run
can't.
to.
or Ole
But you
Anderson?
have to. You have to pick and choose.
No, not if you're gonna.
You can't protect everybody.
No, you
You're not
can't.
goddamn Superman. He doesn't
No,
exist.
you can't.
Daredevil exists.
Okay.
Well, so does
you don't
Thor
have,
by that rationale.
But the thing is,
That'd be
you
ridiculous.
can't.
Of course he
Here's
does.
the thing: if you can't protect
That's why I have
everybody,
thunder.
you have to not. You have to learn to not be upset at people attacking these people if you can't protect everybody, because you spend more time being upset at the people you can't
Are you a
help.
communist?
Oh fuck! You're gonna fight.
Where the
now.
fuck that come
I
from?
don't know. Joking.
here comes the
Because I heard you guys yelling about Marxism.
Oh, that was yeah.
That's what I left.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was yeah. Yeah, that was yeah. But the bottom
mean
line
that
is
for real?
yeah. But the bottom line is I was right.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, he did. Oh, then you'll have 8,000 people playing.
He's got bits that he's practiced. It's like, all right,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
get it.
So your thing
I like
is,
it.
if you can't save anybody, don't save anyone.
No, what I'm saying
You can't
is,
say everybody,
you
don't
can't
save
say,
anyone.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you can't save everybody, don't be upset at the people you can't save.
Scrape him off, Claire.
Help. Be thankful or grateful for the people you can save, because you can't save everybody. If you're gonna waste time being upset at people that you're choosing not to help, or you physically can't help, or whatever, it affects you with your ability to help those that you choose to help, or that you want to help, or you can't help. Mm-hmm. And so you end up really wasting time that you could put to helping those.
So I need to highway to heaven this.
Sure, whatever. I never watched the show. So if here's what you
This show?
want to do,
Yeah,
fuck
it's
it.
fine.
What about Incredible Hulk? I need the Incredible Hulk in there.
You need, that's what you need. Is you need exit theme.
I need to say
You need an exit theme.
exit strategy is what I need.
Yeah, that too. But you need the exit theme.
The
When
theme
you
will
walk
get you the
away,
strategy.
where you walk away down.
Walk away
and you
is not
need
a bad strategy.
In a
you need-
backpack.
and you need to walk down a road. Like whenever
Down
you're
Williams
done,
Highway,
whenever you're
east of
done
Omaha.
helping somebody, first of all, you have to understand that there is an ending to help somebody, and when you made that ending, you give them some really good, inspiring speech
And
with
23
a hint
minutes.
of sadness.
It's a half hour.
With
right?
a hint
So
of
I'll wrap
sadness,
it up.
because you are a sad character, and then you turn around and walk down the road.
I think this is the way I need to go.
That's exactly.
You're absolutely right.
That's right.
But you gotta do that with everybody.
Hulk
So,
way to heaven.
I don't know if it's to heaven because sometimes he goes down a hill.
He's Michael Landon, but he
He
turns
is.
into the Hulk.
Well, he did,
Actual
and then
angel,
eventually
no.
died,
Mm-hmm.
and ended up. That's actually Bill Bixby. It was not Michael Landon, who was
Highway to Heaven.
Yeah, but what you would talk.
Why do you
about
guys hate
Bill
Highway
Bixby.
to Heaven?
I don't hate it. I just never watched it. I like Michael Landon.
Barely remember it.
No, it's a garbage show. Nobody should ever watch it.
I sorry, I was watching the Fall Guy.
I never
got
saw it
confused.
with Lee Majors.
Fall Guy ruled.
But the
Best
best
theme
best
ever.
theme, right?
Yes.
I'm not the kind of kiss
I'm into this.
But I
No when to hold. No, that's
No,
wrong.
I'm singing the fucking theme song.
Well, give
Dick
me the theme
face.
song.
I'm not the
Make fun of me
kind
just
to-
because I got a face that looks like a dick. I
Yes,
get it.
because I'm fucking trying to sing the theme
know
song.
what?
And you're gonna just jump in with
Fredo.
fucking Kenny Rogers.
Don't attack him because he's got a dick face.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. Fuck him and his dick face.
What is that an impression of?
Dick face.
How do you know? First of all, how do you
I
know
thought it
what
was
a
Danny
dick?
Donovan.
I have my penis has never looked pissed off. Not like that.
Your penis doesn't wear a shirt either. Does it?
What? No, it's got a luchador mask.
Hello.
Have you ever had sex with a luchador mask on?
Not on my dick.
Well, that would be a condom. It
Holy
would be a
crap!
luchador
We've got
mask.
luchador
Then every
condoms
time.
now. I'm wearing an El Santo.
Weird all the time.
Mine's a cruiserweight.
Yeah, I don't wear them. I like to live on the edge.
So anyway, now that I'm
You're edging? Don't do that.
You don't know me. Oh, you think you know me?
You think you know me?
Dame.
Dame? Yeah.
But it is ridiculous that Heidi would want to be with somebody other than me, right? Seems weird.
As ridiculous as it is,
I don't give a shit
Lauren
about-
would want to be with somebody
I
else
don't give a
than me.
shit about like her or the relationship. I need
You're offended.
to be yes.
You're offended that she could be with
Exactly.
somebody else other than you.
Like, why would she choose to be? Makes no sense.
Why
To
would
you? Yes.
I think that's just your ego.
No, I'm
You-
way
you-
more interesting.
You have to understand what motivations are, and your motivations. You have to understand that other people are
My
capable
motivation
of
is to
having
be a
other
star.
Right.
Okay, so
center of a
wouldn't people
universe,
wanna be-
man. And that's great.
I'm
Yeah.
center of the universe.
your
Cool.
your universe.
Even in here, if you guys look, you guys are like kind of orbiting me.
Well, I kind of got you
yeah,
extreme
it's just,
left.
yeah, a little gravitational.
Orbiting. I haven't
Son
moved
of a
all day.
don't
Son
don't.
of a bitch. Okay,
you only
Twitch.
you only gonna lob so many. All right, and I'm only gonna let so
Keep
many
putting
go.
it down the middle. See what he does.
That's
Get
what
some
I'm saying.
cookies.
Taking your yard.
I'm gonna At some point I'm just gonna
No, he's gonna pack it up. He's gonna take your whole
I
yard.
just think hard. But
Roll
yeah.
up the
Hey,
sod,
look, I
put
can
it in
sit
the
there and
trunk.
say the same thing about Lauren. Why would you
Oh
know?
boy, here we go.
No. This
I
is-
didn't mean that
Yeah,
one.
but you got,
I didn't mean that.
But you still
Justin.
have like residual feelings, and there's.
With
I
Lauren, always
legitimately
will.
am angry that someone would reject me
I
based
was,
on
I was,
me
I was legitimately angry
being
at
a
somebody.
rock star.
This is 4 years later.
Sure.
With Lauren and I.
Have those feelings developed and changed?
I'll be honest.
Yes.
Can you walk us through the process of where you were to where you are now
When we broke up?
and where do you think you're going to be?
With her or myself?
Sure.
period?
No, I mean it just
This is where I'm different though, because in
again you're too early in the process. I think. to
in,
even
Yeah,
see
in,
that.
and I
in
agree.
2 or 3 months, I won't even remember my time with her.
Yeah.
No, you will.
No.
Yeah, you will.
Dude, no, I move
Well,
over.
the
I move up.
you
I've
can-
I've had this is my 3rd serious relationship. I
How
only
long?
have
Is
serious
this-
relationships.
yeah. Well, how long is?
No, they've all been about the same time.
Okay.
And I do not remember any time. Well, one of them was physically
One is
abusive.
time, but one is time.
but
but that's also with time. I don't remember.
I'm telling you, man. I
was
move
with
on
my
from
ex-
these things, and I do not think about the women.
You're not going. I'm going to disagree with you.
I don't. I just don't because I'm too self-absorbed.
Is that a level of sociopathy?
Yes.
I think yeah. Okay.
Segmenting or compartmentalizing?
Look, man. I know my faults. Some of my faults,
Okay.
and one of them is I'm a bit of a sociopath.
All right.
Not like a full-blown sociopath, but I got tendencies.
Sure.
I think it's more narcissism.
Well, and part of that's
I
a
think-
defense mechanism as well. That the fact you can compartmentalize something.
or I'm just
that's
going
like,
into a character.
I got to put that away for a little while.
A lot of it is I don't know what the character is anymore, and I don't know what I've built
character
versus what I
changes.
actually feel.
The character changes.
If you were
with
to ask
time.
me how I actually feel about anything, I don't know.
you don't know if you could answer.
Honeycrisp cereal.
Honestly,
I honestly don't know how I feel.
Okay.
I don't know if I feel anything.
All right.
I don't know if I
Here's
feel.
the thing.
Who's gonna
No, I
smack 'em?
say that. No, wait. I say that because
get
I
it.
don't know if what I'm feeling
Justin poke him in the
is
tum-tum.
just me
Here's what I'm
making
gonna
up
tell you.
feelings because I
Let's-
feel like people want. But then
Want an
again,
answer.
you know what though? But here's the thing: with no bullshit aside, every night I get to a point where I'm completely sad and I stay up all night.
Here's can
I don't sleep.
I
All right,
did that
look.
shit in high school. Not
But I don't know if I think it just might be pity.
you're
for
a martyr.
myself.
You're a fucking martyr. It's the same thing I am. That's why I see. That's why I see a lot of you. And you're sitting there, going, yeah. I'm like, all right, whatever. And I'll say, okay, go ahead. But you're a fucking martyr. You live your life like a fucking martyr. It's the same thing that I do. I live my life as a fucking martyr.
I think for the most part, both of
Okay.
you are still positive about that, though.
We try to be,
But there's occasional times when it's
But
not.
when we're alone,
But when you're
It's a
alone,
lot harder.
It is.
You know,
Okay,
the two of you don't-
because I think
what
it's,
I'm
that's
gonna-
when you have to
what I'm going to
face
tell you,
things.
right? But and I'm trying to tell you this stuff, but you guys, it's all right, whatever, go on. But I'm telling you this as a person who's been through this 4 times, and I've been in 4 major relationships. Okay, I've been
Carter
8 years,
administration?
11 years, 2 of them that are 6.5. The last one was Lauren. Okay,
Heard of her.
of course. It's been 3.5 years. It's going to be 4 years in December that since her and I broke up.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Do I still have feelings for her? Yeah. Will I ever go back to her? No. Okay, because I can't trust her. Because I can't trust her to be honest with me, with her feelings. Okay. There's a part of me that is still mad with the majority of our relationship, which was honest and open, and we had great communication. And the last part, that there was no communication. Okay, and there's still, to me, for the most part, a part of me that's still angry about that. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and this is where the martyr comes in, where it's like I'll sit here, or my ex-wife's an even better example. Who she screwed me over in every way, shape, and form, and I sit there like, you know what? That's fine. I'll even though I'm living on $15,000 a day, I'll pay $1,000 a month in child support.
I guess I'll just climb up on this cross and
right, and I'll sit there. No, when I could have gone to the courts based on what I was making during that time, and had my child support reduced, knowing she didn't. But you know what? I was going to be a martyr. I'm paying my money from my children, so I'm gonna.
Now this is behavior I know, and
Yeah, I think this is more that.
That's a
kind
martyr.
of
Hey guys,
but that kind of behavior is more Nathan than it is me.
my situation
I don't
is
know
so
if I have
bad.
any feelings for Heidi.
I'm not going to do anything to improve it, but I
I'm
need to
gonna
show you.
stoically live.
If anything, I'm going to make it worse to show you how shitty this is. That the situation that has been put upon me by me, and here it is. Look how bad it is. I did this,
But it's not
And
look how bad it is. It's look how I'm striving.
I'm put upon
and
in a situation
and
that
I'm
I could,
not
I could change
complaining, and I'm
completely.
gonna
But
make it. Which
doing a show for Justin now.
yeah, I know. It's
No, I'm
at
talking
the
about
end
for
of the
me.
day.
That's me shit.
Yeah,
right
but
there.
yours is look at me. I'm miserable. Look at how bad I've made it. For me, it's not look at me. I'm miserable. It's look at me. I'm able to survive, and I'm not going to complain, and I'm going to make it through.
That's a more
Okay.
alpha thingy. I'm not as alpha.
But
It's not a
that's
bad
why
thing.
I say you're like that.
Yeah,
I'm like that.
Yeah, which it's a martyr. It's look at me, I'm stoic, and I'm gonna survive this, and look at how bad it is. But you know what? I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna keep my head held high, and I'm gonna go through this. That's being a martyr.
Meanwhile,
Because you could reach out for help, or you could make your life easier, but you choose not to because you're gonna fucking do it
But
your
instead you'd
way.
rather dwell
and
in
you're
it.
gonna
I was, but then I realized that I can't.
You had to, right?
I can't. So I'm cracking.
Right.
So I'm actually I've actually.
There's a statement though.
What?
As soon as you say you can't, you're not going to be able to. Do you want to?
Do I want to what?
Or do you know how to? Improve your station in life.
Yeah,
Improve where
I'm-
you want to be. Do you know what you want?
Oh,
It doesn't come down to that.
I don't think I want.
It's
it.
not.
I don't
It's not.
what
Do
I
you know
want.
what you want? It's.
I just want to wake up and not have suicidal thoughts. That's it.
But that. But
I'm
that,
waking up every morning and having suicidal
Okay,
thoughts,
but,
and it's affecting my life.
but what
so
you
that means I got to go get therapy.
What you can you could have therapy where you could pay for. You can have therapy where you talk to your friends. It all depends.
Yeah, I need to have therapy.
because I spent years with suicide thoughts, and it wasn't until Friday that I decided to finally go and start to seek some help so that I can. Some professional help so that I can finally hit
Right.
closure. Okay, but I've gone to commit suicide several times where I had
And
something not happen.
Let me just preface
it'll
this
be
with
done.
me having suicidal thoughts is not me attempting suicide.
Yes.
It's just me waking up and having a voice saying, "Hey, you know what you should do today? Kill yourself."
Yeah.
And then going, "Whoa, dude, chill the fuck out. I haven't even had eggs yet."
Right, but it's only a matter of time if you don't start to worry about that before
Right.
you go, I should kill myself today. And you're like, yeah, it's really not
and
a
with
bad
me,
idea.
I automatically started worrying about it, and then kept it to myself, and now I'm slowly starting to talk it over with some friends, and now the thought is maybe I go take a look at some EAP options, go take whatever work provides as far as mental health, go see what that leads to. Do I need more after that? Then maybe I go and I
just
get a
need
recommendation,
right. Maybe
and then I go and look into some
Yeah,
antidepressants.
you might just need a hand for this part. You might
And
need
maybe it.
long-term care.
And
For
I may
me-
just need to get it out there into
Sure.
the universe.
The
Yeah.
more you're able to articulate it, the better off you are in the situation.
Yeah,
And I'm
for
just
me-
not to a
you could
point
say
where I
that.
can articulate it.
For me, what made the change was I've got tired of, not that I'm not suicidal today,
Right.
but I have no will to live. If God was to do something to take me today, I wouldn't fight to. You know how you hear these people in the hospital, they're fighting to live?
You don't have lust for life.
I'd be like, I'm good. If God decides to crash my car on the way home, I'm good with that.
You should.
I'm not going to go out of my way.
Well, see,
probably still steer,
I'm
though.
at the opposite, because then at night I keep falling into these holes, and I don't know if it's because I've hit 40.
Get out of the
I
yard.
start
Come
thinking
inside.
about death,
Sure,
and
because
I
now you're.
freak out.
Yeah,
I make
because
jokes.
you've hit that
I
point now. Guess
short
what?
circuit.
You're not 22 and immortal anymore.
right.
You're starting to fucking feel your mortality.
Yes.
You understand that you're going to fucking die.
I realize that the gym is hard.
Do you understand that if you live to be 80, which is a good chance, your life is halfway over?
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I tell people. I'm 50. I'm not making it to 100. I'm not.
I don't
my
know,
life,
maybe.
No. But my family dies young, and I'm an uncontrolled diabetic who doesn't care if he lives or dies. I'm not making it to 100 in no way, shape, or form. I'll be lucky to make it to 75. If I make it to 75,
Some shape or
my
form.
life is 2/3 over.
God, all day drunk 78 is gonna be weird.
It will be. It will be. But the
78
point-
comeback special.
That was 68, which
Yeah,
I
but
might have
he
made.
said the number.
I might make, but I don't think I'll make
Think-
it. But the point being that,
Oh, yeah,
yeah, of course,
68.
you're fucking older. You got aches and pains you didn't have 10 years ago. You understand that you see there are people that you grew up with who have passed away. There are
That
people
fucks
that you
me
grew,
up.
there are people
I
you
don't
grew
like
up
that.
with that you see them today at your age not being able to do things they did 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You're feeling your fucking mortality. That's fine.
It doesn't make me feel better.
No, but it is. It's the reality.
But the only way to
you
get through it
you
is to
have to
deal with it,
accept
man.
Right, you got to accept it because you're not literally going to get any younger.
I'll be honest. The breakup is like the least of the
Yeah.
the problems I'm having right
Yeah.
now, and I'm having problems dealing with. The only problem I'm having with the breakup is pretty much just
The relationship.
the codependency.
The relationship was noise that kept those other thoughts out of your head. I got to worry about this. I got to worry about this. I got to worry about this. I don't have time to worry about. I'm going to fucking die.
That's a very good point. It's
That's
like
actually a really good.
I've
point.
got to
that's
worry.
what codependency
I've got to
kinda
worry
is, man.
about the relationship, and is
Alcoholism.
she acting immature and throwing poppers out a window at 10 o'clock in a very nice neighborhood?
or a secluded neighborhood.
Whatever. We don't have to
The
fucking-
bullshit fights.
You don't have to. You don't have to get into details,
Sure.
and that's part of
Sometimes
the passive
you
aggressive.
pick the fights.
No, I know.
It's like,
Yeah,
hey, my
but
head's
there's no
going to
need to
bed.
bring that up.
But you know what? I don't have feelings for her anymore. Which is bad. I mean,
Yeah, you're passive
bad.
aggressive.
That's-
you
that's
have
unhealthy
feelings.
sociopath.
No, you have feelings because you wouldn't be passive aggressive. You would. No.
It's not passive aggressive when I say that.
Fredo,
Well,
that's Matt. You
Yeah.
met him?
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm telling you.
I move
what
on
it
pretty
is.
fast from people.
Yeah, but you continue to attack her in ways and shapes that are unnecessary if you didn't have feelings. That's just the opposite of love. Isn't
No,
the
'cause
opposite
you know
of
what
love
that
is
is?
the opposite of love.
Because you know what that is?
No.
That's me. I would give that jab to anybody.
Yeah, this isn't
No,
something
the
he rears
opposite of
back
love
and
isn't
sets up
hate.
for.
The opposite of love is indifference. And if there's indifference, you don't make jabs because it's not relevant. They're not funny. They
But
make you look bad.
We went over this earlier. Deep inside, underneath all that exterior, that's a very empathic person. He cares about people as people.
so
And
then,
it's weird. Hey,
so-
well, here's the thing,
so
though.
then he still cares about her.
That translation.
That's
well,
my point.
Oh
As-
yeah,
as-
but
as a person-
okay. Yes, when you say that, I want to make sure that she's okay, that everything that she's taken care of and everything's fine. But that's on. It's not on the. I mean, I don't have any feelings as far as the relationship.
romantic.
Yes,
Okay, but you still have feelings for her because
the
you're
same
being-
feelings I would have for anybody.
No, I think there's still you're not in a relationship for 6 years to the point where you're about to get married and then just have the same relationship for her as you would have for Justin or Jenny or somebody else. You don't. So there's still some caring on that level because you're being passive aggressive about it, and you are not passive aggressive to people that you are indifferent about. Unless you're trying
Honestly,
to,
I'm just doing that to make you guys.
but the thing is, nobody's laughing, and
It's not a joke. I'm just doing that to make you guys like, oh look, he's normal.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
it's I like to me that's not normal.
I don't know if Matt's capable of complete indifference. There's shutting down from people, as in he is not emotionally available to them, but he's not indifferent to them. They're always going to be worthy of a reaction. There's always going to be something he has to say to.
But you don't have to be-
The
but-
core is empathic. The outside can be occasionally terse, and it's the translation, or the transmission between the two, where he runs into a bit of confusion, a bit of. It's
But
the
there's got to
Google
be a
Translate
level,
between
there's
his
gotta
core
be
and
a-
his exterior.
There's got to
is
be a
little
level.
funky.
There's got to be a level of extra that's due to the relationship because because you're being passive aggressive.
But could that be
And-
because the cut hasn't been clean?
which
That's because it wasn't clean.
sure, and that's fine. But
Look,
there's-
okay,
but that
I'll
means it
come
still
at-
hurts you. That means it still hurts you, which means that there's still feelings.
now, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they'll be there.
But we're not talking. We're not talking 10 years from now. They won't be there 10 years from now. Hopefully, they won't be there.
I'm
Fucking
telling you,
10
they're
months from
not
now.
there to the point where you think they are right now.
I'm telling you that
But-
they're there more. It's
but that-
obvious to somebody like me that they're there more than you want to either admit or that you know. Now, again, I don't. To me, I would make comments that about Lauren at the 6-month point or the 8th-month point that I won't make today.
Right.
Because today there is nothing. There's a part of me that will always care for her, but that's it. At the 6-month mark, at the 8-month mark, at the year mark, there were still feelings there. There was still a slight hope we might get back together. There was still I was still hurt over why would she leave me, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Okay, that now at the 4-year mark, they're not there. Okay, but I would make passive aggressive remarks that I won't make today, because today I am indifferent.
The breakup's not. I'm trying to think how to say this. I like. How do you like from an outsider, just knowing of what I've complained about? How does it seem like the breakup went down?
It seems like the breakup to me, and again, this is I speak to you, I speak to her. It seems like the breakup was the realization of something that should have happened months
kid
ago.
thing.
Months ago. Or maybe
Years ago. You mean when we got into the relationship and I said I'm not having kids?
which she could have said, yeah, okay, whatever. But at 3-4 years in, the realization that this wasn't like you guys never should have got engaged. She never should have agreed to it.
Did you get engaged because you wanted to, or because it was time to?
Well, for him,
or because
if
people
he-
expected you to.
I had no problem being
married
with her.
to her.
And if that meant married, whatever.
But who decided
I
that?
don't care.
That's
was
a
that
rough
something you
statement
discussed?
there.
Yeah. Did you guys discuss it, or
Yeah.
is that something
No,
that
we
you
discussed
said?
it.
I want to marry you. What do you think?
No, we discussed it, but it wasn't like this big negotiation.
Like she shouldn't have entered that discussion or further.
If she had such a hard break line, if she had like a
right, if she had a do or die line, which was you. I want to be.
if we're looking at it like a contract,
which is exactly
Which
what a
is,
marriage
yeah.
is.
that was my only like break condition, but that was also her only break condition.
Right. So you guys never should. So it should have been at that point.
There
done.
should have never been a handshake.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was the way I look at it is that's more of a reneging of the contract.
Sure. My first
Reneging.
ex-wife.
Jeez.
My first ex-wife knew I wanted to be a father.
Jesus.
Hey, we just lost our Twitch channel. What happened?
That's all
I
right.
said
Don't do that.
Yeah. Don't repeat it. My first wife.
Yeah, we heard you.
My first.
reneging. It's very early.
All right, stop. My first wife knew I wanted to be a father. I wanted to be a father by the time I was 25. I did. We got married. On our wedding night, she told me she didn't want children.
Yeah, that's a bad time to bring that up.
Yeah, especially because we've gone through this whole thing. We'd been together at that point 6 years. She knew what I
Nobody's
wanted.
watching.
Huh?
Nobody's watching, right?
Who cares?
There's
If they are, if they're not,
there's a
who
couple,
cares?
but you know what? They're good.
Here's the thing. I'm always in control of situations. I'm always Nathan knows this. I'm working angles. The real problem was her fucking attitude stinks. And we weren't right for each other. So I facilitated it and pushed the issue, which she would have been fine with, and forced her in a position that she had to make the decision.
Because you didn't want to?
If you're in control and you
I
know
get
what
that
those can
feeling.
do.
I know
yeah,
that-
I mean,
I know that.
Because I didn't want to hurt her that way.
Right.
But
so you rather hurt her another way?
See, that's that empathic
no,
core.
I'd rather force her into a position where she has to make the call.
Now, some would say that's kind of
Cowardly.
I was going to say pussy-weighted, not a word I'm comfortable with.
Some
would say that, but I think that's more for you. I think you got no problem hitting that hardcore. Well, it's time to break you. I break you now, Ivan Drago.
Right.
And then, but I think you have that empathic core. It's like, can we just not break this one in half? Can we just let her get to? I'm going to prod you in the direction of.
Here's the thing.
And you know what?
There we
Here's
go.
here's what it is.
Beat it.
Here's what it is. We had gotten to the point where we were both having problems, and I think we'd both hit a wall.
You guys were picking
Lauren,
at
see,
each other
this
like crazy.
is why that bothers me, because that's what Lauren did to me. Lauren was ready to break up with me a year before we broke up, and she waited until I pushed her to a point, where it was like she had to, because I said it's time to get off the pot. She's all right, I'm out.
Well, here's the thing. Nobody ever wants to be that bad guy.
But then, but what it did was by doing that you increased the hurt.
Yeah,
You make the
absolutely.
person hurt, and trying to not hurt them, you hurt them more.
You know what? That was a simplistic way of saying
Well-
it. Because what I actually did was I sat down and I said, "Hey, I'm unhappy."
Okay,
that's good.
That's good. That's
So when
that's very
okay,
healthy.
yeah, you know what? It's late. Maybe I came about it the wrong way. What I just said, I didn't force her into the position. I hit a wall.
sure.
You saw us how we were that day before.
Yes. It was both ways of a picking. Almost like a.
What do you mean a picking?
Hey, what's something minor that I can do to annoy that person, and try to get them to be all pissed off and upset at me?
So you're
that way I
going
can be mad at them for being all pissy.
So you're going out of your way to annoy somebody.
Kind of,
Okay.
but in a much more unhealthy way. It's very
It was torture.
yeah.
It was
Both
like
ways.
a slow torture.
So you were torturing
I wasn't
each other.
torturing her.
That she was torturing you.
You were giving her reactions back that in everybody's movie they're the good guy. They're the protagonist.
Exactly.
So in your version of events, you're being childish and doing shitty things, and I'm having to fucking parent you. This is awful. Meanwhile, her view of things is like, who the fuck are you, my dad?
Yeah,
I'm a
but you know
goddamn
what?
Grown woman
Hey,
too.
Don't go through a nice neighborhood throwing shit out
Yeah,
the
but
window.
what the fuck does that matter? I'm just throwing shit. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
And that's the exact argument I heard. And I was sitting in the back like,
Sorry.
I just want a cookie. Let's get cookies.
So here's the
And then
thing.
you get in the
So the
convenience
next
store.
day,
and
I realize I've had enough. So I go to her, and this is exactly how it went down. I go to her and I sit down. I was like, "We've got to talk. I'm unhappy." And as soon as I said that, she said, "You don't want kids. We're done." There was no, "Why are you unhappy?"
That's kind of like Lauren and I breaking up.
you gave her the
You gave
So
her
at
the
that
out.
point-
you gave her the out.
here's the clear path. Are you going to take
Right.
it?
That's exactly
Cool.
that's exactly what I did to Lauren. When I said, "It's time you should get off the pot." She said, "It's over."
But then
I gave
you
her
know
the
what?
opportunity.
But here's the thing: she goes and she does that, and then immediately goes to, "But I have to live here for a few months. I can't pay any utilities or anything. You're gonna have to handle that while I move out."
Well, that sorted itself out.
It did.
I mean, it's a shitty premise, but at the same time, it's like, well, time to uproot everything and
So I guess
change
when
the
you
situation
say,
completely.
when I say I don't have any feelings for her, that's why
Because it's not clean.
it wasn't clean at all, and
now
there
we
was
got that
no
today.
reason. There was no reason why she can't just to say,
But it's what you
or
wanted.
at least talk about the.
But it's what you wanted. At the end of the day,
Probably.
it's what you wanted.
Probably.
So then there shouldn't be an issue. The issue is that she did. You wanted it. You didn't want to do it. She did it, and there's a party that's upset that she did it. I didn't want it.
it wasn't gonna happen.
And then
You-
didn't
you
pass the
can't-
fuck
you
out.
can't-
I didn't want it. I didn't want it. Lauren wanted it, and led me on instead of just doing it until I put her in a position to do it, and then at that point she jumped.
See, you leave that path open, and then they take it, and then you're in a position where you want
If
to be,
that- but
you
if
want to
that-
be upset about it. You
if
want to
that-
be mad about it,
right? But
you can't be mad about
you
it.
like
but
you
want to
can't
be mad
because
about
it's
it.
what you. At the end of the day, you wanted the same thing, which is you wanted out. You didn't know how to go about it, or you manipulated the situation for her to be the one to break it off, so you didn't look like the bad guy. But you wanted it, so at the end of the day, you shouldn't be upset.
And at the end of it, the only people that are bad about it are the ones that perpetuate shitty stuff.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Matt.
Uh-oh.
Break up. Get the hell out. It's kind of what you wanted.
Yeah, don't start dating somebody while you're still here. She was still here and dating someone.
Okay.
Break up. Fine. Get the fuck out. Like
That's what
it
I'm mad
wasn't
about.
clean.
That-
You wanted
okay.
to
That's
clean,
what I'm mad about.
And you were like, hey, these are the conditions of clean. And it took a little more than that.
Yeah, but you know what?
Just wait till you're out of the house.
At least.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, you know what? That
to
could have
me,
also been a...
I
Well,
get
you're
that-
talking about immediately on dating sites.
Okay, I get
There was
that
no
because-
mourning.
because to me, Lauren didn't date for a while, but then I moved to Fredericksburg. I know very little guys. I know she dated two guys.
I want her to be
How small
happy.
is
and they're both people I know. So it's like in all the people in Fredericksburg, the two guys that you decide to date when you start dating are people I know. And so and I want Lauren to be happy.
Like I really don't care if
Sure.
I don't care if she dates Nathan. And I do care
Because he's
just
married to your
there's
sister.
different.
There's
Yeah,
different
whoa.
people
I
that-
don't care if she dates
They would be
Let's
upset.
find a
married
single
too.
person.
I can't imagine explaining it to the
I don't
children.
care who she dates.
Right.
Just don't do it immediately. And the fact that I'm
And
like,
it's not
are you
Justin or
seriously
Nathan.
dating already?
Show the
And
relationship.
her thing was, I don't have time. I got to get out there and do it.
To do what?
I got to start dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You do. Give it some time.
Well, you know what? That's
Let's-
their priorities, man.
And
Or at
you know
least
what?
get
The
the
way
fuck
you
out of
look
the
at
house
death
first.
is
Or
the
at
way
least
she
get out
looks
of the
at
house.
perpetuation of the race.
If you're
dude.
going to be in the house, though, maybe,
Be discreet.
or maybe let's,
Not here.
Be
Talk.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
or maybe let's talk. Maybe there is like there was no like it was just okay, cool. I'm shutting off and dating somebody else. There was no let's talk. And I think that and this is I don't really know. I think the relationship between her and I was a little different than
Here's the thing,
Than you
though.
and Lauren.
Well, yeah, of course it was.
Every
you guys,
relationship is.
you guys were engaged and lived together. Lauren and I weren't engaged. I wanted to be engaged. Lauren already had a child. Heidi didn't. But here's the thing: you weren't honest in the sense of how you felt.
I
So
was. That's when I sat down and said,
but that
you know
was
what?
But that was after.
No, that was before. That was the inciting incident. I decided to say, and you know what? With the exception of maybe we were bothering, and you know what? I don't think that was clearly in my mind because I had to do a lot of defending with our relationship. I had to defend our relationship to a lot of people because Heidi is abrasive, and a lot of people in my life did not like her because she's very, very abrasive.
Okay.
So the relationship was and not that I fault her for that, but it puts a lot of stress on me.
Sure.
And then she gets mad, and she, because of whatever reasons, smokes a lot, very, very paranoid. So a lot of the stress that was put on the relationship was based on nothing. I'm very much friends with. I grew up with women. I was raised with women. I'm more comfortable being friends with women.
All right, we're out.
Than I am with men. I just am. I don't necessarily, maybe not with these guys, because I will with these two. But for the most part, I won't go to dudes and talk about how I'm feeling and my emotions,
Well,
and
dudes don't
I'm vulnerable.
talk to you.
I don't do that. I'm more comfortable with women. So like Sarah. So me and Sarah hit it off. It's very, very platonic. At no time did either of us
I'm
have
amazed.
any kind of weird feelings.
I'm amazed at your ability for. I've seen you in many, many, many
It's
platonic
genuine.
relationships.
It's something
It's hard for dudes to do that.
You're
good
get
at
it.
it.
from the start.
Right, I got
Heidi
friends like
walks in.
that.
I invited her and Keith over. We're playing board games. I tell Heidi, hey, come on, let's play some board games with Sarah and Keith. She comes in, cops the worst attitude, makes them immediately feel uncomfortable. And this is as I was kind of, and a part of this isn't her fault because I changed in the relationship. I went from being, I'm always here, I don't have a social life, to I slowly started to get into everything. And then from that, I started to be more social, and I had obligations, but I couldn't take her to those obligations necessarily because I didn't know how she was going to act to people, because she just doesn't have any kind of social tact, and that's But even like behind the scenes when we're at home, I would get attacked and get into these horrible arguments, and I would have to deal with, as soon as Keith and Sarah left that night, she laid into me because Sarah has big boobs and you're lying. I see how you look at her. I see how you look at women. I would have to deal with that.
Mine are pretty big.
And I don't know how many times I had to constantly.
Cute.
Heidi was the first relationship where I was completely open and never lied to her about anything.
Some people can't handle that.
At no time did I ever lie to her about anything. I was upfront. I was like, for a couple of years ago, all right, I guess it was a year or two, 3. It had been several years when I just stopped dating because I had a physically abusive relationship where I was physically abused and just raped. It was a bad situation. And so when I started finally dating again and dating Heidi, I told her I'm not going to put up with insanity.
Right.
I can't do it anymore. I got out of a relationship that was
insane.
That was with a legitimate crazy person.
She farted on
who
us.
finally went. She farted on Nathan.
She farted on me. Like
That's
I
true.
can't say I farted on Heidi.
You did. Yeah, but you felt something.
Yeah, I felt
Well,
bad because I don't
should-
fart
should-
around women.
But yeah, this was a mall walker. We're walking behind her.
Yeah.
Face, right in the face.
Right in the face.
Like, who the fuck?
I'm not saying I don't love Heidi. It's just,
Can I pose an odd question?
yeah,
Before you finish that.
I don't like all of this because I'm being too honest.
No,
Yeah, well,
it's
that's
perfectly
fine.
fine. This is the time for that.
Right.
This is way better. This
This is what we said we were going to do.
This will get you to more.
When
of
I
a-
decided to sit down with her though and just say I'm unhappy, let's
that-
talk.
That's what I
I
wanted
wanted to say something. I wanted to have this cathartic. Let's dump it all onto the playing field. Let's get it all out
get all
there,
the cards
so
out.
that in 2 months
reshuffle.
we
Let's
can
take it
get
to the
married.
streets.
And if that means, I think what I was starting with that was I was starting to go down the road of, do you want to have kids? Maybe we can have a kid.
Maybe we can talk about
These
it.
are the conditions I need, and those conditions were going to be,
ABC.
I need whatever,
ABC.
you know,
Easy as
money,
1, 2, 3.
time, whatever,
Right.
whatever.
Money,
All the Tom Petty
bitches,
records.
power. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
I was starting the process. I called into work that day. I just needed to work through it all. I said, hey, I really need to talk. Can we just talk? And my goal with that was to lay it on the table and say, you know what? If this is what you need, maybe we can get there. How do we do it? How do we make sure I'm happy? How do we make sure you're happy?
Right.
Or at least to the level of contentment that we've always enjoyed.
Right.
And make sure that everybody's got everything that they want so that we can go into this marriage being married and sticking through it.
Right.
Because there's no reason to get married to just get divorced. I don't want to go into that.
Because
As
it's
the guy's
time.
done it twice. I agree.
And I was unhappy, and I know that she wanted a kid because she brought it up constantly, and I said no. She was mad because at one point she was like, I need a kid. I want a kid really bad. I want a kid, and I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind. And then it got to a point, and she's like, well, we need to have a kid, and I was like, well, I didn't change my mind. She was like, well, you're a liar. You said so.
Oh, it's
and I was
crazy.
like, no, I said maybe I'll change my mind. I'm not going to.
That's
I
as
don't,
straightforward as you can
I
be at
don't
the
deal
time.
in absolutes. I don't know. And I don't know what
Yeah,
I'm willing
vodka,
to
fuck
do.
yeah.
Sure, exactly. I mean, and that changes anyway.
And
Based
so
on
when
life experience.
I set her down and I'm like, I'm unhappy, I was that conversation. So for her to then go straight to the kid thing and say, you know, you're a terrible person because you won't put a baby in me.
Okay.
And so I'm done. We're done. I'm done. We're out.
This gets me to the question that I was going to go with. When you sat down and said, I'm unhappy, what would the perfect answer have been? What was the answer that you wanted? What could you have heard that you would have been the most okay with? coming out of
Anything
that?
but that. As long as there was something, because
you were
just
looking
saying
for hope.
anything. All I was doing was saying, look, I want to make sure that I'm completely honest with you. I'm unhappy right now.
Maybe if she would have said, "I'm unhappy," also.
too.
That would have been.
And
right.
This is what's
you guys know me. I'm not the type of person that doesn't take responsibility for the way I act. I know I could be a shit, and I have no problem.
And
I have no problem acting like that.
I mean, you're different than the character
Or,
you portray as well.
I am. But the
Sensitive
problem
man.
is she's like, oh, I know you. She doesn't. She still falls for the character. And I've always
I
said,
think,
stop
you know,
falling for the character.
You know, and I think this is where we parallel because I think Lauren did the same thing. I was always the bit, and me, part of me being the bit is I get my balls busted, and we had a problem in that if you guys were busting my balls, she'd join in, and she would get upset when I would point that out, and she'd go, "What? It's a joke." I said, "No, you're different. I'm in love with you. You're not supposed to join in busting my balls."
Well, the problem we had in parallel with that, though, was she would get mad that I didn't take her side, but I only didn't take her side when whatever she's saying was just
Wrong
in
your eyes.
If I don't, how can I support you if I don't believe what you're saying?
And that's what I would tell her. I would be like, I'm sorry, but like,
But now,
we
I'm
don't
not-
need to put this out there in public.
Right.
But I think how you're acting here is just wrong.
did you see signs that
Hey, good
you
movie.
avoided?
Good movie.
Like,
Bombnos children.
swing away.
did you see signs that you think would have given you an idea? Like for me, I ignored. Here's something.
Well, yeah, her attitude stinks.
Well, no, I'm not because her attitude was that the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, the last
And
year,
I had to realize that, and I was
Right.
okay with it. you
Okay,
know?
the last year, Lauren and I together, we would get into fights, and I would say, something like, "We're gonna make it," and she'd say, "Why? Why do you?" And I should have that right there. When, why do you think we're gonna make it? And to me, that was a sign of she's already thinking about ending it. And I would tell her, "We're gonna make it because I believe in us. I have faith in us." And this is actually, and I know plenty of my friends are agnostic and are atheists, but this is why I will never date another woman who's an atheist because or an agnostic because they don't have faith.
Don't lump agnostic into it.
Or whatever. To me, I'm going to say the same. To me, they're the same.
Okay.
in the sense of they don't to have faith in something. You have to believe in something bigger than yourself. And when I told her,
Gnostics don't necessarily.
whatever, I don't give a shit. I'm lumping them in there anyway. I don't care.
I hate being lumped to.
I'm gonna. So don't. This is me. Don't worry. You and I aren't gonna fall in love with each other.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. You
Yes.
know, never say never.
It's early.
But the thing is,
For the 20 hour.
the thing is that when she said to me, "Why do you think?" and I said, "Because I have faith. I believe in the love you say you have for me. I know the love that I have for you. I know relationship takes work. I believe we're going to work this through, and we're going to get on the other side of it." When she questioned faith, that's when I should have realized that she didn't see a part after whatever the problem was.
Could she not separate faith like a
I use that
like a
word.
faith in like a deity or a higher power with just having faith?
She didn't,
Because I feel like that those two things are kind of different.
She never
Like, I don't think-
expressed to me. Now again,
That's interesting. I wonder if is that how atheists feel though? That there's no faith, that you can't have any faith.
That's the way it came across to me. Now, mind you,
It's fascinating.
in every story, there's one side, there's the other side, and
no, I
in the
get
middle is
that.
the truth.
This is just
so. This is my
this
view.
is what you know.
And this wasn't a conversation we had once. This is a conversation we had several times over that last year we were together. But then come to find out, she was ready to leave me at the beginning of that year.
well.
So, rather than
I
tell
can't
me,
begrudge. I mean, but, yeah,
but
see
I
what you're
do.
saying.
I do, because during that time, I was doing whatever I can. So I was finishing up grad school, and I was doing whatever I can to get to the point where her and I could be together, because I was ready to propose to her. I was ready to marry her. Meanwhile, she was ready to leave me. And instead of having that conversation with me where we could have left each other because she was done, she wasn't in love with me anymore.
I think the problem here is that, and the main difference is that neither me or Heidi, I don't think there were any aspirations to leave each other.
But there had to have been.
I don't think
And
so.
I'll tell you why.
Unless you just want to fuck other guys.
There had to have been, because under the assumption that, well, the knowledge that she wanted to have children and you didn't. Her not understanding that you were getting to a point where you were thinking, this can be brought back into the discussion, because my understanding is up until that point, it was no, we're not having kids. So if this was a deal breaker for her, okay, there's no way she should have went 6 years believing you were going to change.
I mean, yeah, that's probably
so
true.
so that means it had to come to that point where this isn't going to make it. It's not going to make it because he's never going to have kids. I need to have kids. My biological clock is ticking. The more time I waste with him, the less time I have to meet somebody who I can decide is a good enough person to father my child. So there's a belief on both your sides, but mostly on hers, that things weren't going to change. So it was doomed. To me, in Lauren and my relationships, she knew she wasn't going to be with me.
Right,
So
right.
instead of just coming out and saying done, I'm led to believe that I'm trying to do the things she would bring up. I'm trying to address them because she had legitimate issues, and I'm trying to address them. And the bottom line was, it didn't matter whether I addressed them or not. It wasn't going to happen. She was waiting.
Sure.
She was waiting for the chance. So I don't understand why both of you, because until the last part of the 6 years, I'll give you 2 months before that discussion, you're saying at that discussion you were going to talk to say, maybe I'm willing to have children if conditions A, B, and C were met.
I just want to make sure that we were going into the marriage.
Understanding. So, but that's a change.
And it was the
But that's
we
a
were
change.
going. We were going to be married.
But that's a change in your position from I'm never going to have kids.
But I think if I'm willing to get married and enter into that kind of contract, I got to make sure that everything's
right,
solid.
But you guys got engaged under the belief that you didn't want kids, and she never should have agreed to that. Because
Probably
at
not,
that point,
but,
at that point, you said, "I don't want children. I'm not going to have children."
Right.
She said, "I want children."
Probably
that's
not.
a deal breaker. So the minute marriage was discussed, if at that point you weren't willing to say, "Okay, this is what when we get married, this is what's going to have to happen."
It's weird. You know what? I never thought about it that way.
Then but
And then she
that's
had
a
3
deal-
years of an engagement.
Right, 3 years to sit there and decide that he's not changing. He's not changing. And you weren't going to change until the time you broke up. That would have been the first time she realized that the option of having children is on the table, which it wasn't until that point. And
But if it wasn't on that point, then why were we marching towards getting married?
why if you
Stubborn.
if why? Because you already committed to the marriage and you didn't want to be seen as a failure. Or you
No,
were,
I'm fine with that.
Or you were
I'm fine
waiting,
with failure.
or you were waiting for her to fucking break up because you didn't want to hurt her. But the
No, I thought that she was.
okay, so you thought that she was going to give up on kids, and she thought you were.
No, I don't know what she was going to do. I just know what she was saying.
But-
and if any time the condition, if I'm saying I'm not going to have kids and we're still going towards marriage, then she's obviously conceded to that point.
But she could be thinking, if I'm going to have kids, we got to have kids, and he's proposing, he's conceding.
But then when I sit down and say, okay, I'm unhappy, let's talk about this. Let's talk about how I'm
3
feeling.
years later.
It doesn't matter when it happened, as
does.
long as it happens before. It doesn't matter.
It does, because it's 3 years of the belief of where we're gonna get married, and he doesn't want children. In her eyes, and in your eyes, the belief of we're gonna get married and she wants kids. And again, based on what you're telling me, you did not have the thoughts. And unless she's listening right now, does she know that at that point that you guys broke up,
Feel
that
free to
you
call
were
in
willing?
629696.
How'd your marriage end?
Mine's divorce, but both of them. But but at this
Better than
point,
murder.
At
Better than
this
murder.
point, if she's not listening right now, does she know that you were willing to discuss having children, or does she still have the belief that? Does she still have the belief that you don't want kids?
Well,
now.
I mean, at this point, since you broke it off, I don't care.
That's not what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is when
I don't know, and I don't care.
Okay, well, unless she's listening right now, there's no way she's gonna know, right?
No, so it's
Okay,
a moot point.
But no, it's not a moot point, because had she have known,
Well, I'm not going to tell her.
no, but you put it out there, and there's a chance somebody's listening could tell her. There's a chance she go back and listen to this.
It doesn't change anything.
It does.
She's with some other
don't-
dude that she's into, and
You
I'm
don't-
not willing to go
but-
back.
But no, and again, I didn't. You know how I found out that Lauren was ready to leave me a year later? I found that out this year when she did a podcast with Hat Club with Andy, and I listened to
But it
it.
doesn't change anything
It does.
for you.
Sure, it changes me. It makes me angry.
Oh, I mean, it makes you
Because-
angry, but
because-
does it change anything ultimately?
No, because we're not together, but it makes me angry, and it affects my trust in women. Because for a year, Lauren wanted to break up with me, and she led me to believe we were going to end up together. Which,
But you also don't know why necessarily. I
it
mean,
doesn't
maybe
matter.
she was scared.
It doesn't matter.
But she has her reasons
Okay,
too.
yeah, but the point is, she wanted to end it. So why not end it? Because it's only going to be harder.
Because you
and
know,
sure
because
enough, 12
you know
months
why
later,
that you know why that is. It's because of whatever.
sure.
There's something there. It's
But
either
then-
scared. Call in 626
622-9696.
Ding. Let's look at the kitty cat clock. That's what time it is right
is it?
meow.
Are we gonna carry this over the clock, or are we gonna
I
just
don't know.
kill it?
I don't know. I feel like we're killing it.
This is that 4-hour break. So this is where we got to come back and we get into the home stretch. So this is the last break. We got to break the stream.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, right.
Just cross the streams.
Break the
Never cross the
stream.
stream, just break.
Cool, okay. Yeah, take a break.
All right, so we can
Let's take a little break and get up and
But
stretch our legs.
first kick
Trip
cat
over the
clock.
cameras.
As you can see, it's straight up 5:03 o'clock. And
That's what time it is right now.
That's what time it is right
Right,
now. That's the part of the bid I kept forgetting for like the last 7 hours. Kit Kat Clock. Now it feels good to get to it. The Kit Kat Clock brought to you as always by Bojangles. There's a star over the J because that's
an
what we
apostrophe.
think. Oh, catch that chicken with a biscuit, gravy fries, tea, and we don't believe you. That is real. So show us the real Bojangles. Oh
Mr.
God!
Bojangles.
Why are those boots made in Japan? Now that's
Made for
all I
walking.
see. Is she has boots, right?
Those boots were made for
Before she
walking.
takes them off and puts
That's
them in
what
the
they're going to
soup.
do. They're going to walk right to
So
Japan.
are they going to wash the chicken off, or are they making soup out of it?
Yeah,
There's
chicken
a
boots.
fly.
It's the same.
Yeah, the fly is what's bothering
What
me.
is
Boots
wrong?
made of chicken.
Oh God!
And they're
The boots were
Deep fried. Let's
made
eat those
of
boots.
Which ones are they saving? Which bucket are they
That's what
saving?
they do.
Get your bucket in.
I gotta
One of
tell
these
you.
days, these
Jay-
boots are good.
Since it's the 5 o'clock hour,
Hey everybody!
I feel kind of bad about that video I put together.
What video?
The garbage video.
Nah, it's pretty good.
Is it?
Oh
You know
my
why?
God, he's been doing the same
Because
fucking
it's-
bit for the last
Well,
7
Justin
hours.
said,
Put
catch
feet
it.
in it.
"Hey, look, that chicken's falling," and it made me so happy because it's falling. Get that chicken.
Catch it,
There was
catch it.
urgency. There was urgency in his voice, but also a casual nature to it. Made me very happy. And hey, everybody,
Ding
brought to you
dong,
by
yeah.
Bojangles,
Ding dogs.
where it's always bow time.
Clap. What time is it?
5.
Playing that jackass music. Nope.
Mr. Krasister.com.
Bitch!
You know what? I think that was the pretty
Decent? Decent?
pretty
Decent?
pretty
Decent?